year here on ESPN Radio. This morning, she joins KJM, 9:30 Eastern Time. Right now, Sports Center all night. Things have not been looking good in Jacksonville. Neither the Jaguars' record nor what has been recorded. Coach Urban Meyer, in that viral video from last weekend in Ohio. ESPN's Jeff Darlington.
Urban Meyer, from the people I've spoken to, understands that really there's nothing more that he can say or do. He has heard from ownership. You saw the statement in terms of needing to regain their trust. He recognizes he also needs to regain the trust of his locker room and his players as well. I will say one person told me that has spoken to him and spent time around him that he is, quote, humiliated, embarrassed, sorry, horrified. And this person said, I don't believe you can fake that. Another person told me that obviously there are consternations, there are conversations that are being had within the walls of the Jaguars building, but that ultimately it does not feel, quote, chaotic, nor does there feel to be any, quote, unrest.
Jags owner Shad Khan yesterday calling Meyer's behavior inexcusable. It's been pointed out that Urban's performance with the Jaguars has been disappointing, to say the least. It is Wednesday, October 6th, birthday of our own Rebecca Lobo. WNBA semifinals continuing tonight on ESPN. Chicago seeing Justin Fields lead the Bears to a win last weekend against Detroit. This week, it's a matchup against the Raiders in Las Vegas. Bears receiver Allen Robinson is here this morning, 8:45 Eastern with Keyshawn, Jay, Will, and Max. They're next. I'm Jay Reynolds, back tomorrow with Sports Center all night. It's ESPN Radio.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max starts next at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and ESPN News.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? So your headlights are getting dim? With the seasons changing, now's a great time to change them. Upgrading your headlights can ensure you'll be safe and ready to handle darkness and fog. Oh, and we recommend replacing in pairs. That way you won't have uneven lighting over time. You can get all of your lighting needs fast with our next day delivery and free same-day store pickup. Getting the job done just got easier.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions and details at AutoZone.com.
Angie's List is now Angie, and caring for your home just got easier. Whether you need help with routine maintenance or a dream remodel, Angie makes it easy to see reviews, compare quotes, and connect with top local pros who can get the job done right. Plus, you can see upfront pricing and instantly book hundreds of projects. No phone tap, just the work you need done at a time that works for you. Angie's got your to-do list covered from start to finish. Book your next home project today at Angie.com. That's ANGI.com.
Okay, my shipments have to get to customers on time and looking good.
It's possible with Staples Connect. Staples Connect has small business shipping covered with premium shipping supplies and UPS shipping services. And now, buy two, get one free on select shipping supplies like Bubble Roll and Avery labels. Plus, get 20% off UPS Express shipping services. Explore what's new at your local Staples store or staplesconnect.com. Staples Connect, the working and learning store. Ends 10/30. Visit staplesconnect.com/shipping for details.
O'Reilly.
Syntec is back and better than ever at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec is a premium full synthetic motor oil option at an affordable price. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec full synthetic and a MicroGuard Select filter for just $31.99. Syntec is formulated for today's engines to minimize friction, heat, and wear. Try Syntec today exclusively at
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
is pretty bad.
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind. Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres?
No matter your learning style or experience level, Babbel has lessons designed for you that will get you speaking quickly and confidently.
I tried learning Spanish before, but I couldn't stick with it until I found Babbel.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said, now we speak Spanish.
I can't wait to use our new language skills on our upcoming adventures.
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Research shows that people remember radio ads with British accents. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, take it from a Brit.
Oi, Barmy insurance blokes touching dosh out your pocket. It's Barmy. Liberty Mutual won't leave you skint, mate.
Can you just say Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need?
I think that's what I said, you blooming...
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
The only thing worse than hiring no law firm after your injury is hiring the wrong law firm. When thousands of people call us every year asking to help them change law firms, I wonder why they ever call the other firm. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. We are big for a reason, which is why we've recovered over $9 billion for our clients. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Good morning. Thought I'd help you wake up.
It's 6 a.m. and you're listening to The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Let the party begin!
The show starts now.
All right, we get started on this Wednesday morning. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Our 6 a.m. hour brought to you by our friends at Bradford White Water Heaters. Bradford White is here for the pro. In honor of Jamie, I put on a little olive green today. But to be very honest, I just had to ask Coach if it was olive green.
Yeah,
I thought it was olive green. I thought it was, but I had to ask Coach because I'm shade blind.
Good earth
so
tones.
I don't know if it's olive green or not. Coach is looking at me like, what's he asking me? What color shirt he has on today?
The same color Jamie has on.
I knew it was green. Now, is this shirt the same color as your jacket?
Very similar.
See, to me, it seems much darker. To me, this seems much darker, like a dark green.
No, you both look MASH. You
there
both
it
look
is.
like you belong on the set of MASH.
There it is. Hawkeye.
Yes.
Hawkeye Pierce, right?
Yep.
Thanks to our friends at Bradford White Water Heaters. Bradford White is here for the pro. Had a good shower this morning. Nice hot water and everything. Thank you, Bradford White. It seems as if there's always got to be a target of blame. It can't just be in general that a group of people stink or something's wrong, except if it's one of our staff meetings. The defensive coordinator, Jonathan Gannon, is learning this lesson about Philadelphia after just 4 games. To me, I think there's a big difference between blame and critique. And I've always thought this, and I don't know if it's a word that Bob has used in writing or otherwise, but this is what I've always looked at it as. Gannon is definitely deserving of critique, but I don't know that he's worthy of blame. My summation is you criticize him for playing a 3-4 when you feel he really doesn't have the personnel potentially to thrive in it. That is critique. I believe a good coach adjusts the plan to the talent he has. I'm not seeing that enough yet. Maybe we will this week in Carolina. To me, he's doing the square peg in the round hole thing. I also think he hasn't taken at least a few more chances to be aggressive. And I don't want him to be aggressive. He that often. He tried it 3 times on Sunday, and one of them he got burned for a 44-yard touchdown, which shows you no one in the Eagles secondary can hang with elite wide receivers, so he doesn't want to blitz. He doesn't want to put people on an island. But to me, you've got to be aggressive from time to time, and that's the critique. You got to put it on tape. You got to show people that you're willing to do it. You have to have them think, is this the time he's going to go after the quarterback? Now, that's the critique. The blame, though, to me, goes on the guy who gave him his talent to work with. I don't know if it's as big a statement up here, but in the South, they love to say, you can't make chicken salad out of chicken. You know the rest. I blame the front office for the recipe, the ingredients that Jonathan Gannon's been asked to work with. But it's his job to come up with a better recipe to try to make it somehow tasty. Criticism of Gannon? Fair. Blame of Gannon? Absolutely 100% incorrect in my opinion. And that's where we begin the 6 a.m. hour of the John Kincade Show with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, the coach, Eric Camille. We've got Connor Thomas answering your phone calls at 610-632-0975. And Heavy Chevy is directing you on YouTube and Twitch, and we appreciate everybody who is streaming as often as you can on the 97.5 The Fanatic mobile app. Do you look at blame and critique as the same word? Blame and criticism is the same word, Bob? Because I do not. I've always looked at them as different.
No, when you criticize, you come to the conclusion of blame. So it has to be criticize equals blame in mind. No, you get to blame after criticism is the way I look at it. I can't go to the definition of blame yet with anyone. Jonathan Gannon, Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni. It's only 4 games in. I can't have a definitive answer yet. And we're going to get into this a lot today. He confused the hell out of me yesterday. I don't, and if I kind of hope he was lying to us, which is what people are prone to do behind a microphone when they're heads of a football, baseball, basketball, hockey team. He didn't make much sense there, but I kind of agree with your chicken salad out of chicken bleep because I don't know what he has to work with. I've seen really good coaches have really bad talent not be able to do anything with it. Great coaches kind of make a living on getting something out of not great talent, but it's a rarity. Look, we can look up and down this Eagles defense. Is it scheme or is it personnel? Because I'm leaning heavily towards personnel.
I think it's personnel, and I don't even think it's a question that it's personnel. That Eagles secondary doesn't have a playmaker in it. They have no playmakers.
Yeah, but some of the things he said yesterday, and as I said, we'll get into it later. It's almost they're going hand in hand. You don't have the personnel, but what are you doing?
I don't know what Jamie, I thought yesterday was a bad day for Jonathan Gannon.
Yeah, it wasn't the best look. It wasn't confidence inducing. It wasn't any of that. I agree. His what he's got to work with right now. Some of the best restaurants in town use some of the best products, and it's that simple.
That's good.
You need the best quality ingredients to make a great meal, and that's just plain and simple. You can scratch up, a ramen, a 99-cent ramen dish and ham it up with some eggs and some sriracha and some, ingredients to spice it up a little bit, but it's still a ramen bowl. You're just kind of covering up what is a cheap 99-cent, dry powder packet. So I think that's kind of where he's at. Against a great quarterback, I think they're in big trouble. Against, a Sam Darnold of the world, against a Matt Ryan of the world at this stage in his career, you can probably pass that chicken salad off as something tasty. When you're playing a Mahomes or a Dak Prescott, I think it's going to take like chicken bleep on a roll.
He doesn't give me confidence, Pat, and that's what I really didn't enjoy yesterday was I wanted to have more confidence in what I heard him say, and nothing he was saying gave me that confidence.
No, he didn't really instill a lot of confidence in me either, but I try not to read too much into these press conferences. I think Jamie's analogy with the ramen bowl is so dead on. You can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still going to be a pig, and this Eagles defense is a pig. You can spice it up with signing this guy, and we can convince ourselves, Eric Wilson, he can get the job done. No, he sucks. No. It's a bunch of crappy players, and it goes back to, I think we were talking about it yesterday, the day before, that if they can address every single defensive position in the draft, and everybody would be okay with it. That is the sign of a terrible defense. Defensive tackle, if they drafted a defensive end, linebacker, cornerback, safety, no one would bat an eye at any of those positions. That is the carbon copy of a bad defense.
That's a really good point.
I think you just gave me the dream of the offseason. Am I seeing the numbers right? Jamie, I know you love to dive into these. Am I seeing like $74 million or something like that?
Oh, yeah, they're going to have Bitcoin next year.
$74 million in salary cap.
And there's an out in Brandon Brooks. There's an out in a couple.
Which must be taken.
Yo, absolutely. At this point, you have to. And there's a couple other guys without. There's going to be big coin and big draft capital next year. So you can retool this in a hurry. You really can. The NFL's not the NBA.
No, it's not. I mean, I'm very confident. I'm very confident they're going to have.
No, you're not.
Just no. I am. No, I'm very confident they are going to have the resources.
Yes.
Oh, yes. yes.
I'm not very confident that who's doing the shopping and who's going to be coaching them up at the moment. But it's only 4 games, so I'm going to give these guys time. But when Jonathan Gannon was going third person yesterday, talking about Jonathan Gannon, it gave me that gave me the creeps. That gave me the creeps. I'm like, okay, stop. I can almost take it when LeBron goes third person. He loves to go third person. I can almost handle it.
Yeah, it's
not with Jonathan Gannon.
I do take all that stuff with a grain of salt. I've had assistant coaches come up to me that have to talk GMs in front of a microphone and ask me, like, what could I do better?
You have? Really?
These guys aren't made. I mean, think about it.
That's excellent, though.
You do the grind of trying to be a head coach, whether you get to the college level and then the pro level. It's football, basketball, whatever it is, you dive right in. Your thoughts aren't, let me practice talking to a group of people in front of a microphone and sound like I know what I'm talking at. It's not easy.
Here's the thing, though, is
real quick, I had 57 million, just crack calculation.
57. Okay, so 74
but there's probably a little bit
Okay.
more that I'm missing. That was just quick.
If I was giving you, Bob, if I said to you right now, tell me about your lovely daughter or your wife, you'd go. You could tell me anything I needed to know. If I asked you, Bob, tell me about your high school your high school friends who've been your lifelong friends. Answer them all. When you can't talk behind a microphone, tends to be because you don't want to say what you want to say. There are times in the back of my head I have to go, okay, use your word carefully. Use your words.
Yeah.
Occasionally it doesn't work out and Pat grabs it. You have to say, use your words carefully. When you're criticizing someone, I never like to do the cheap shot of calling somebody an idiot, a moron, jackass. As much as we want to mock Jamie for other yes, you have to watch in your head. I think it's because people aren't telling the truth. That they can't speak behind a microphone.
Yeah.
They have or they're purposely trying to tell you nothing.
Well, there's cameras, there's, people with microphones. Sure, I could talk to you guys all day, and I don't have any much problem talking in public, but there are guys that do. I was more comfortable when I was young talking in a gym in front of kids and, in a practice or in a gym than I would have been going up in front of, LaSalle College asking me to come and talk to a bunch of that's when I was younger.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I go back to this, and it's always stuck in my mind, and I may have told this story before. I played for an unbelievably successful high school basketball coach, one of the best New Jersey's ever seen. He's in the Big Five Hall of Fame. Every accolade that could be put upon him. We had a game one time in high school, and it was on TV, and he got interviewed after the game, and we were shocked. Like, he came off like, oh, my God, this is a guy that was in control of every little thing in every phase of life. And he came off in this interview, and we were like, who the hell is that? It didn't seem like him at all. It's sometimes it's hard for guys to get in front of Mike. Look, the biggest example I'll give is Sam Hinkie. Sam Hinkie and I could sit and I could learn anything about him from a conversation, but he got in front of a microphone in front of people, and he was just...
Because he didn't want to tell the truth.
Didn't like it.
Or he didn't want to say what he wanted to say. Like, he's worried about what he's saying. That, like, he's talking he's in a verbal straitjacket.
Yeah, that's a good point, something that I'd have to think of, but he just wasn't comfortable no matter what. I mean, we're talking introductory press conferences.
Oh, jeez.
Where, that's just him, and I don't put anybody down about that.
By the way, if you want to join in this conversation, we'd love to hear from you at 610-632-0975. Again, I know that I put too much emphasis on hearing somebody speak, but I always think of it as, is someone in command? Is someone in leadership? Is someone in... and I got to tell you, even some of the mic'd up stuff that the Eagles put out, I wonder. These guys seem underwater. 4 games into the season, they seem a bit underwater. They don't seem to be able to articulate any kind of plan out of the 1-3 start. I'm hoping it doesn't become 1-6, Jamie. They can't articulate a plan out of it.
They seem young.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
young.
Like, I think their age shows. I mean, they're the same age as me. If I had to get up and get grilled by Philadelphia media after letting up 40 points, I don't think I would do very well. You know what I mean? Like,
many of your Monday shows aren't your best.
Yeah, so I think their inexperience is showing, and that's okay because that's kind of what I expected.
You expected it. Pat, are you all right with that?
Yeah, I think we are living proof that sometimes you get in front of the mic and you just say stupid stuff.
I almost went down in front of 2 dudes.
There's a prime example.
Sometimes that happens.
Jamie didn't want that out.
Well, Jamie didn't want to say that, and he said it.
Yeah.
In a press conference, if Jamie says that, it's the lead story on the Daily News.
But we have to remember, these guys are getting used to being interviewed as head coach, defensive coordinator. They're not used to that role, and I don't think they're used to figuring out exactly how to say what they're trying to say without giving out too much information.
Hey, whatever you're into, you're going to find it at Audible. Listen to thrillers, motivation, comedy, and more with podcasts, bestsellers, and originals all in one app. Sign up and start free at audible.com. We're going to give away another autographed Flyers jersey today. How about this? We're playing Name That Flyer today. You got to be listening 7:30, 8:30, 9:30. And we'll give you a clue as to who the secret flyer is. And then at 9:45, you call in and guess after getting all three of the clues.
It's not Robert Esch. Cross him off the list.
Or Martin Baron.
He had a good neck beard. He was up there with Coy Detmer and the neck beard goats.
Andrew Luck was the worst.
Yeah.
Mike in South Philadelphia joins us on The Fanatic this morning. Good morning, Mike.
Morning, guys.
Hey, Mike.
Chiming in on your conversation about speaking in public, coaches. My cousin was drafted by a major league team about maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and I remember, excuse me, he used to tell us that they put them through classes on how to speak to the media, and they had tests on it, and it's a really, really big deal.
It is a big deal because I think it's more important than, and I've always been told, I got to tell you, I've always been told by my peers in this industry, you put way too much emphasis on what people say. I think it's a crappy look when someone can't articulate their thoughts, can't say, they're asked a direct question and they can't give you a direct answer. I think it's a bad look for a leader. I think, to me, that tells me I'm not believing in you. I don't believe in you.
Yeah, I lean towards your side, too. I wouldn't go as far as say I don't believe in them, but I do find it, when you're in a position of that, I do find it curious sometimes. Like, look how much better Nick Sirianni's gotten.
Yes.
You know,
much better.
Much better. It's just something that he got used to, and he might wind up being one of the greatest behind the mic, you know, when he gets down the road and is a coach for many years maybe. But it's not an easy thing, and it's not something like, look, you're a jock growing up. You're a jock. You get in the gym, you get on the ice, you get on the field. You're just out there playing and lifting and trying to get yourself better. And then you're supposed to tone it down and calm down and get behind a mic and give thoughtful, respectable answers. I see why it's a struggle for some people.
I admire Sirianni's progress.
Yeah.
Because I think he's made great progress.
I think he's made it a conscious effort to get better at it.
And that's why I'm thinking he can do that in other parts of his coaching career.
I think there's a huge learning curve with these guys this year.
Now, Bob, you got to listening to and talking about Jalen Hurts and the Jalen Hurts decision-making process and how many plays he can make with his feet and things like that, and you had some thoughts on it you wanted to get.
Yeah, well, it was funny. Sirianni did come out. One of the things he said that really stuck out to me at his press conference was that he wants Jalen Hurts to be able to make, or the team. He didn't specify, when Jalen Hurts is scrambling, he wants the team to make better plays. So basically what he's saying is, we've seen the quarterbacks that extend plays and then throw, and receivers are open because they keep moving and keep getting open or try to keep getting open. We haven't seen a lot of that, and I didn't really think of it until he brought it up. We haven't seen a lot of that from Jalen Hurts, where he scrambles around and then releases the ball and something's getting open. So I think the point was, and I agree with him, if Jalen Hurts is going to be moving around, receivers can't quit on plays. And Devontae Smith, and I'm not saying he quit on plays at all, but I can just see Devontae Smith on doing some double moves, because I was watching some of the, the guys that get on Twitter and show you the film. He is an awesome route runner.
He's a spectacular route runner.
He sets guys up off the line and makes his moves the way he does.
He knows the playbook as well as any player on that field.
It seems like it. So just look out for this weekend. I have a feeling with a really good Carolina defense that when we see Jalen Hurts scrambling around, instead of it going for the run of a first down or going for a run, I think he's going to be looking to throw a little bit more, and we might see it a couple of times this weekend.
Yeah, Jalen Reagor to the opposite of Devontae Smith. I've seen a couple clips of him now where if the ball's not coming his way, he kind of quits on routes.
Is it quitting on the routes, or he's
not fully selling them? Like, he's lackadaisical in his selling of the route, and that's something with a mobile quarterback. You always got to be alive. You always got to sell it. You always got to run that route like the play could be extended, and Jalen Hurts can keep it alive. He's shown you an ability to do that, so they need to learn that.
Who was great with that was Michael Vick. receivers with Michael Vick.
Yeah.
He would
tough to learn.
He would extend, and then guys would break open.
Yeah.
And he'd find them.
Yeah, and that's something
And that has to happen more.
And Nick's, his background is in wide receiver play, so I hope it's something he stresses to them. Look, you got a quarterback that can keep plays alive longer than a lot. So, there's almost like a secondary route they got to find off of the original route at times, and hopefully it's something they work on.
And I hadn't even realized it.
Okay. What do you mean? You hadn't realized that they weren't finding that?
Yeah, did you guys think of it at all? Like, because when he said it, I said, oh, yeah. And I had to think back games like, yeah, he really hasn't hit anybody when he's been scrambling on the run.
No, there has not been a lot of that at all. Derek in Merchantville joins us on The Fanatic. Good morning, Derek.
Hey, man, I just think it's downright embarrassing the way we're talking about how inarticulate these coaches are, not coming ready to be able to articulate points, as everyone said, that they've been working on and have interviewed their careers. Could you imagine if Mike Tomlin, Leslie Frazier, Dennis Green, any African-American coaches would have come to the podium, sounding as inarticulate as these guys, and how they would be castigated amongst the fans and the media about not how being able to say what they're doing. And have people apologize and talking about they got to grow into this. No, they're being paid to articulate their points to the media.
Well, I will tell you that, and I've said it many, many times, that to me, Mike Tomlin is one of the best at not sugarcoating any of it.
Yeah.
And just telling and giving
his articulation. He had to come ready. He came just like Sirianni came.
Yeah, I didn't expect this to be a
no.
Mike Tomlin also came into a Hall of Fame quarterback. They're different situations.
Whoa! Mike Tomlin's coming in.
He came into a better built situation than this right now.
I mean,
Derek was going to a place that I hadn't even thought about.
Yeah,
it's not even on the.
Any young coach, I would say, deserves a year to kind of get their legs under them, regardless of color.
I would think
There's a learning curve with these guys, especially when you're 38 years old.
Oh no, well, I'm going to agree with him on one thing. I don't believe that the African American candidates have had necessarily the same learning curve afforded them. As far as
I haven't covered any locally, so I don't know what the chatter is on these guys in their towns.
There's a coach who people say right now, God, Eric Bieniemy. Oh, he didn't interview well.
Yeah, that's a thing.
He doesn't interview well. So what does that mean? They're saying he can't. Are they trying to say he can't articulate? Are they trying to say it's always so vague? Like, to me, is it he can't articulate his plan?
Or maybe he just doesn't
like
interview
his plan?
well. I don't know.
Right, I don't know. But when I think of somebody not interviewing well, white, black, Asian, Chinese, whatever, I think of somebody not interviewing well that they can't articulate their thoughts.
They said that about Becky Hammond in Portland, too, that she didn't interview well. I don't know.
It's a go-to excuse.
It is.
I think it's a crutch.
It's amazing
but maybe some people just don't interview well.
When it's
like,
a
I don't think I do.
When it's a minority, they don't interview well.
Yeah, there's a lot of I haven't heard many. I got to tell you, I haven't heard many candidates of Caucasian candidates that they say doesn't really interview well.
Yeah, somehow Adam Gase interviewed amazingly.
Yeah, how Adam Gase got hired twice, I'll still never understand because I think I think he was crazy looking. I think he was a crazy looking guy.
Oh, he was bonkers at his first press conference.
And that's what I'm saying is that, but he
got destroyed.
And he got a second. Yeah, but he got a second chance.
That's the Jets.
No, but that was his second chance, Jamie.
Yeah, but it's the Jets.
But it was his second chance.
It's the Jets.
It was his second chance, and the Eagles were interested in him too.
Well, thank God they dodged that bullet.
I was all about the Gase,
I was
when he got
Gus
hired
bus.
the first time. When he got hired the first time, not Doug Peterson.
Oh, you
I was all about the Gase.
I was a Gus bus guy.
I'll admit, you were a Gus bus.
Yeah.
I was definitely not Gus because I wanted the offensive guru. I just didn't know he wasn't one. Hey, the Parx Sportsbook app's got a great offer for you. New customers sign up now. Get your first bet risk-free. Visit parxcasino.com/PA. Promo code Fanatic. You got to be 21 in Pennsylvania. If you got a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. The one thing I didn't do, though, was trash the Peterson hire because of the fact that I had trashed the Andy Reid hire. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to get fooled twice. I'm not going to get fooled twice like an idiot. All right, we got a lot coming up for you, and we hope you'll stick around with us. There's a missed opportunity in this guy, or maybe it was just bad timing. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic.
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, has a Week 5 offer for every football fan that you should jump on. New customers can bet just $1 on any NFL game and win $100 in free bets if either team simply scores a point. The last 0-0 tie in the NFL was in 1943, so I think it's safe to say this one's a no-brainer. DraftKings customers can also get skin in the game with the new same-game parlays. You can combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. I use PayPal in mine. It's great. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code FANATIC. Bet just that $1 on any NFL game and win $100 in free bets if either team scores a point. That's code FANATIC this week at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. In partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
I know that most people find his calm leadership to be a gentle, soothing beacon at a time of great social chaos.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Check out Adam Schefter this and every Wednesday at 8:10 a.m. with the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Brought to you by DraftKings, America's top-rated sportsbook app.
Yo, Philadelphia, Anthony Gargano talking to my childhood friend, Bob Marino, President, Spring Garden Lending's Mid-Atlantic region. Bob, we're playing ball again. Stadium's open. Fans are back. What about you, Bob?
Yo, Bo, I've been on the road nonstop.
Why's that?
Remember, Ant, Philly's our home base, but we have offices and lending teams in D.C., Baltimore, and Lancaster, Harrisburg.
Wow, sounds like you're positioning Spring Garden Lending to be the go-to private lender in the region.
That's the goal. Our edge is we have feet on the ground in all of our markets.
You mean you have home teams?
Right you are. Our lenders live and work in their home base. They know their markets. They've invested in their communities.
Smart, Bob!
And we're a tightly knit group referring business back and forth from one market to the other.
That sounds seamless. A winning strategy. Real estate developers, listen up. Not only is Spring Garden Lending one of the region's fastest growing companies, not only are they faster than a bank and less expensive than hard money lenders, they are everywhere. Look out for them.
What day is it?
It's a good day to save at Wawa. Get 15 cents off per gallon when you use the Wawa app to fuel up, now through October. Just pull in and pull up the app, enter your pump number, and pay. You're ready to start fueling and start saving.
We're going to Wawa right now. Oh, and don't forget your phone.
So tap the app and save 15 cents off per gallon at Wawa. Available now through October.
You're still talking? Let's go.
Gotta have a Wawa. Before your morning gives you this.
Ready for that 7:30 meeting?
Give your morning the morning it deserves at Wawa. From savory sizzlies to fresh baked goods to handcrafted coffee or espresso beverages, Wawa has the combination of things to make your morning go smoothly, no matter what combination of things your morning throws at you. Maple Harvest handcrafted beverages are back. Or try the new Ice Spice Caramel Oat Milk Latte. Good mornings start at Wawa.
Have you heard his attack ads? Phil Murphy's lying about me again. I would too if I had his record. I'm Jack Chittarelli. Phil Murphy's failed us at every turn. He told us he wanted to make New Jersey the California of the East Coast. He wasn't kidding. Phil Murphy increased state spending $11 billion. Are you any better off today than you were 4 years ago? Murphy's about to raise taxes on businesses who barely survived a shutdown, and the rest of the country is lapping us in economic recovery. The lines at motor vehicles are a joke. Crime is raging, with murders and gun violence up 40%. And he tried to ban cops from notifying parents if their kids are caught with drugs or alcohol. Who does that? And while New Jersey has the highest property tax in the nation, Phil Murphy says if taxes are your issue, then we're probably not your state? Come on, Phil. With a record like that, no wonder you want to change the subject.
New Jersey can do better. With Jack Chittarelli as governor, we will. Paid for by Chittarelli for Governor, Inc., P.O. Box 427, Somerville, New Jersey.
What's the room again?
1240, down at the end.
Ooh, what's that? Sammy, don't touch that. That's someone's old food.
Here we are. Do you have the key?
You have both of ours.
Oh, right. Not working.
Rub it.
Come on.
Try flipping it over.
Seriously. Why can't we go inside? I'm tired.
Give me yours.
You have mine.
All right.
What?
Please, if you
Dad,
could just...
why aren't you opening the door?
Can everyone just shut the...
Don't go there. Go on a real vacation. Go RVing. Learn more at GoRVing.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
So your headlights are getting dim? With the seasons changing, now's a great time to change them. Upgrading your headlights can ensure you'll be safe and ready to handle darkness and fog. Oh, and we recommend replacing in pairs. That way you won't have uneven lighting over time. You can get all of your lighting needs fast with our next day delivery and free same-day store pickup. Getting the job done just got easier.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions and details at AutoZone.com.
If you've got an insurance question, you could talk to a dentist. But instead of filling you in on ways to save on your policies, he'd probably be too busy filling in that loose crown. Or you could talk to your local Geico agent, who will use their expertise to polish up your policies, from home and auto to renters, motorcycle, boat, and RV too. So while, yes, your dentist can save your smile, your Geico agent could save you money, which will make you use that smile a whole lot more. To find a Geico agent near you, visit geico.com/local.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get to where you want to go. For advice on solutions like XPS 13 laptops powered by Intel Evo platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL.
You know that feeling when your team adds that one player that has every skill they've been looking for? Well, it's time your business knew how it felt too. LinkedIn Jobs taps into a network of over 770 million professionals to find the right people for your role. Then their filtering and prioritization tools help you narrow down to just the most qualified candidates for you. It's why small businesses rate LinkedIn #1 in increasing the quality of hire versus leading competitors. Post a job for free at linkedin.com/sports. That's linkedin.com/sports.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on Odyssey.
Today's vehicles out on the roadways need routine oil changes. You got to do this. You got to maintain your vehicle. You know that Meineke shop right in your community? You can trust them to keep your vehicle safe and on the road. And we're heading into the fall and the winter. Get the oil change now. A full synthetic oil change. Just $59.95. And it comes with a free tire rotation. A semi-synthetic oil change, only $29.95. Rely on your local Meineke for maintenance, brake service, tires, exhaust systems, whatever you need. Those brakes, you need a little extra brake security right now? How about this? 50% off brake pads and shoes. Sign up for Meineke Rewards, and you can even receive free towing. For the best customer service, commitment, and value, your local Meineke is doing car care right. They're even hiring right now. Go to Meineke.com/careers for more details. Call your local Meineke Car Center today. Get yourself those great oil changes. Tell them John Kincade from The Fanatic sent you in.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Remember, when you leave the car, we don't have to leave your morning. Grab that 97.5 app.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
The law firm for injured workers, it's Martin Law. Visit paworkinjury.com, and we appreciate you being a part of the John Kincade Show. Getting up early with us, telling your family, telling your friends, taking the app with you all day long is a great thing, and we appreciate it when you do. For some reason, my Google Maps changed where I drive every morning. I have no idea why. Bob was talking about it yesterday. Now it's trying to send me to a different location.
It's trying to send you back to Atlanta.
There's a one Bala that's down.
Yes, it's trying to send me there, and I'm like, no, that's not where I'm going. Like, I don't. Is there a different address here?
Is it sending you to 680 The Fan?
No, it's not.
There's a technical address, and then there's the building address.
Okay,
so you
I
have
need
to
the
be
technical.
You need to kind of be careful which one you enter.
I need to be a little technical. Tomorrow,
Wait. You know where you're going.
I'm always thinking this, though, Pat. It got in my head today because I put it on because the Apple CarPlay just pops on. I always hit it. I was thinking of it because of what Bob faced yesterday.
What did Bob face? A bear?
Bob faced a overturned tractor trailer. His road's blocked. He had to take an alternate route to get to work.
I always put in GPS, even if I know where I'm going.
Right now, if I'm driving down 202 in the morning, and there was a tractor trailer, and I got to get off the road, I'm thinking, okay, what's the best? I'm not used to doing that trip, so I want them to redirect me. So that's why I was.
Caller has a point.
Yep, so that's where I'm at.
You can set your GPS. Once I learn it, set your GPS to where it'll say work.
Yeah, so but the work changed addresses, I told you. It's going to this other address.
Pay attention.
I don't know why it's going to another address.
I was listening to WOGL.
You were listening
My
to
bad.
something else. By the way, we'll be at PJ's tomorrow afternoon.
We can go tomorrow
Not
morning.
tomorrow
I'm in.
We'll be there tomorrow afternoon for our happy hour at PJ Willihan's in Cherry Hill. So it is a Bob Cooney home game tomorrow.
Stone throw, as Pat likes to say, from my house.
From Eagleville, too.
And Eagleville.
And Eagleville. It's where all the Eagleville folks roll into, which is great. The timing was never right. But the Panthers, Matt Rule, Anthony loves this guy, and I do too. He would have been the perfect guy to coach the Eagles as we get ready for this game this weekend. I'm not saying he's Vince Lombardi. In fact, I don't think he is. During game strategy, I absolutely don't think he is. But he has various success stories on his resume. He builds brands. He builds teams with a attitude and reputation. And he understood Philly really, really well. The timing was never right. There was never an opportunity, I don't think, to hire Matt Rule.
No.
But watching this matchup, he would have been a good hire for this town.
Yeah.
He never would have been. He wouldn't have been up there behind a microphone. I don't know what I'm doing.
No, I mean,
he arrived in the NFL knowing how to.
Sure. He's been a head coach. He's been doing press conferences back to Temple, back to Baylor, and now he was a little more familiar with it. The Steichens and Gannons and Siriannis of the world were low-level coordinators and scouts coming up.
And they're hidden from the mics.
Yeah, so exactly. They never stepped foot in front of a microphone. Matt came in a polished public speaker.
Politician.
Yeah. And he's a guy that has built programs to take Baylor out of a death penalty, more or less, and get them back to a reputable state. It was pretty damn impressive in a short period of time. So he has an air about him that I think people want to follow, and that's, I think, the nicest thing you can say about a coach.
Yeah, he's a builder, right?
Yes.
Comes to Temple, fixes things, build things, leads to Baylor, fixes things, build things, goes to Carolina where things aren't going well. Looks like he's fixing and building there. I mean, that's exactly what you want. And now he's at the age, I think he's mid-40s or something, that longevity can be on his next, his resume next. They might just keep him there for a while.
Well, they gave him a great contract.
Yeah.
They did, yeah.
And he's one thing I'm always fortunate of is he's a New Yorker, and I believe his dream would have been to coach the New York Giants. I'm happy he's not up there.
Yeah, I'm glad we're not having to face him all the time.
I wasn't surprised he didn't go to New York, honestly, because if you remember when he was at Temple, Oregon was coming after him, and he surprised everybody went to Baylor. Like, he's constantly kind of surprising people with the moves that he makes. In Carolina, it was, the Giants' job is up, and he goes, no, I'll go to Carolina. Who in their right mind picks Carolina over New York? And Matt Rule did it. Who picks Baylor at that point over Oregon? Matt Rule did it. I think to Bob's point, I think he likes building up an organization, and also New York's a dumpster fire.
I would not want to go up against him. Joe Judge, give me it all day long. Even Nick Sirianni, in his current state, I'll take going up against Joe Judge.
Sure.
Because I'll feel fine. I'll feel at worst it's a scratch fight. Mm-hmm. That's gonna
or a tickle
scratch
fight.
each other out.
Pillow fight.
It's not really a pillow.
Nobody
fight.
wants to see that, Bob. Grow up.
Jamie, you were trying to figure out. We were trying to figure out how many. It's 5-7 tomorrow, by the way. PJ Wheelahands over in Cherry Hill. If you looked at the Eagles roster, how many untouchable players they have?
This is a scary exercise because I don't like my answers.
I wrote down my number. I can't wait to hear your names.
Okay.
Because I'll tell you whether they made my list or not. Because my list isn't long.
No, God, no.
Pat, is yours long?
Everybody brainstorm.
Wait, don't give yours yet.
Right.
How many do you have about?
I have.
How can we do this?
So I have 2 locks.
I have 2 locks.
And I have 2 maybes I could be talked into for a right offer.
So you only have 2 locks.
Yeah.
I only have 2 locks also.
I have. We're not counting punter.
Sippos to God.
I have 4.
Wow.
Okay, 4 locks.
Not locks. 4 what? Untouchables? Yeah,
untouchables.
All right, I'll say 4 untouchables.
Pat, do you have a list of untouchables that's more than 4?
Oh God, no.
See, that's terrible.
Yeah.
That's where that's why I have to. And I honestly, I did that exercise yesterday a little bit with myself, saying with the blame game going. These guys were given Well, Bob's doing his homework in class.
I'll go.
Like he did back
Well, I
at
didn't get a
Camden.
show sheet
Like
until
he
an
did
hour
at Camden
ago.
Catholic.
Oh, it's coach's
Wait, it was on
fault.
Jamie's
No,
email.
it's
It
your
was on
fault.
Jamie's
No, we got
email
email
last
last night.
Email.
No, I don't read email.
Exactly.
I'll go Hargrave.
It's a good one. The only reason I didn't have him on there is he's approaching
28.
So I love him, but if a right offer,
He's in his prime.
I have Mailata and I have Mailata and Smith also.
I have Smith.
That's it.
My maybes were Josh Sweat, and that's a huge maybe.
No. Huge
Dallas
maybe.
Goddard, huge maybe.
No. Huge maybe.
Hargrave, I didn't think of just because of the age, but he would be ahead of Sweat for me.
Nobody.
You have wait a minute. You have nobody?
If the right offer came for anybody, including my love affair, Jordan Mailata, you'd have to consider it.
How about Dickerson?
He wasn't good his first game. I mean, the jury's still out. Like, I have nobody.
No,
Yeah.
but Dickerson had a very nice game on Sunday.
He did.
He scored out very, very well.
His injury history makes me
Scared.
not have him as an
as a lock,
untouchable.
and I agree with you. I couldn't put him as an untouchable.
Nope. If some team offered you a first-round pick for Dickerson,
oh my gosh,
you're taking it.
No, I drive.
If some team offered you a first-round pick for Lane Johnson, you're taking it. Like,
Oh,
this is the untouchable.
yeah, nobody's doing that.
Like,
Yeah.
no one's untouchable on this team. They're crappy.
Someone would offer you a number one pick for Devontae Smith, and you wouldn't do the deal.
It depends on how bad the team is.
Someone would offer you
if it's after the season and it's a top 5 pick, you're absolutely taking that deal.
Nobody's going to give you a top 5 pick.
That's
that's
we're
a different argument.
We're talking untouchable.
You're drunk.
And I'm saying you can touch them. It's got to be for the right price.
Yeah, I'm not
touching Devontae Smith
at all.
No. Nope. If I can get if he goes 1,000 yards this year, honestly, I went into the season thinking 800 was what I was expecting. 800,
Yeah, as a minimum.
800. Get 800 and probably like 4 or 5 touchdowns. He's got 1 touchdown, I believe, one, and he's on pace for 900 yards, something like that.
Yeah.
Totally fine. Totally fine with it.
It's funny when you say 1,000-yard receiver. It's supposed to mean something, right?
It still does, though.
How many yards a game do you think you have to average to become a 1,000-yard receiver?
72.
What'd you say?
Well, it's a 16, now it's 17.
Right.
So I'm just doing it in my head.
60?
17, 60.
59.
But it's a different world because they're being a 1,000-yard receiver in the NFL still means something.
Oh, sure. Like, look, when you put that label on something, I think
how many do you think there were last year?
I was, I want to say 22.
13.
No, I'm asking you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. As far as like to me, I'm looking at that and saying I'm going to guess if I set the over under right now at 26.
Oh, I'll take the under of 26.
I'll take the under 26.
Okay, so if it's under 26, that tells you an 800-yard season is really damn good in a passing league, though.
Yeah.
Too also.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like the way
I'm setting the over under 26.
Yeah.
I would believe there's probably around 26.
Well, Jamie can't count
1,000-yard receivers. I would think that
I'm
from
getting
last
there,
year.
Bob.
I would think so. By the way, you have beers with Bob tonight.
Yes, we do. We're at Live Casino Hotel down in South Philly. Me and Andrew Salchunas, 6 to 7. But we will be there bright and early, so you can come on by and
hang out.
All right.
How many?
Well, all right, Bob. You're doing the beers with Bob. It's a gambling show. Mm-hmm. What would you gamble? What would you set the line at on?
I said at 26.
What would you, Mr. Beers with Bob?
I said 22.5.
All right, you're both under in a big way. It was 18 last year.
So, I mean, a 1,000-yard receiver means a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
That means
there's less than 20 of them in the whole world.
That means 60% of the NFL has one.
Yeah, I mean, guys like Keenan
Roughly.
Allen was at 992, Corey Davis 984, Marvin Jones 978. So
Can
there's
you do
guys.
me a favor, those 1,000-yard receivers, can you tell me what they would average as far as touchdowns, or the neighborhood of touchdowns?
Looks
like
roughly
5, 6?
like 7,
Okay.
7.5.
That's why I'd be really happy if he gave
Devontae Adams had 18 touchdowns. My God.
That kid who throws to him, he's a real socially awkward.
There
but
is
he's
still
very good.
nobody in the league that I like watching more in the NFL right now than Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers and Adams are fun as hell to watch.
I love watching Aaron Rodgers play.
And you know where a lot of his plays come from? Those secondary break-off routes where Rodgers is keeping a play alive and you just got to keep going for longer than the 4 seconds that you have in your head.
And he's got a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that helps.
But Devontae Adams knows where to keep going to get open.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the weird thing is that John Cheeseboro's like 1,500 yards is the new benchmark on our Twitter feed.
There was
I believe
exactly
it's 2?
one.
That's not the new benchmark.
That was Stephon Diggs.
That's ridiculous.
There was
One guy got to 1,500 yards.
4 over 1,400. That was Justin Jefferson, DeAndre Hopkins, Travis Kelce, who's a tight end, and Stephon Diggs. So 3 wide receivers.
If you're talking the elite of the elite, like if you said back in the day 1,000-yard rusher, a 1,000-yard rusher has become much more commonplace for a lot of guys.
Yeah.
And then now that it's become all-purpose yards. But receiving yards, to say, look, right now it would be, if you wanted to say to me the elite receiver gets 1,000 yards, when 18 guys do it, and you have 32 franchises, 1,000 yards is still a very, very strong benchmark.
Yeah, it is.
That's the number.
It is.
Which is crazy.
Because Keenan Allen, I think, is an awesome player, and he's just below 1,000.
Because I just guessed 26. So I thought
I was 14.
I thought there'd be 26 of them.
I underbid.
And there was you win on the Price is Right.
Yeah. Price is Right
Bob
rules,
hates
right?
Price is Right.
Dun, 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 dun.
Bob doesn't like it too. Now that he would
Bob
hate
doesn't
it.
like fun.
I mean, look at who's the guy that hosted Drew Carey?
Drew Carey.
I just saw him on an interview yesterday. Look at him; he looks horrible. Like,
what do you
look
mean?
what the Price is Right has done to him.
No, it's because he did the. It's because he did the
clean cut.
No, he
with
did
the little, and now he's like.
No, he went COVID. No, he went COVID crazy. He went COVID crazy, and he also did the
weed
lap band.
Oh.
He did the lap band.
Well, see what it does to you.
Yeah, but I think it doesn't.
Of all the things to hate, the Price is Right.
And you're hating on a man who lost weight.
What the hell is wrong with you?
You probably don't like Annie Ann's pretzels.
Oh, I love Annie Ann's pretzels. That was a go-to.
You're
when
not
I was
allowed
traveling.
to love them if you don't like The Price is Right.
I'm
Like there's
sorry,
just
I don't like The
Americana.
Price is Right. I'm a fun guy. I'm happy.
You're
I
not
just don't
fun,
like that
Bob.
show.
You're not fun at all.
I am.
We don't do fun on this show with you.
Coach was
terrible.
questioning our professionalism on the break.
What?
He was.
What? Wait a minute. Dirty laundry or what?
I said, Coach, we're professionals.
This is as dirty as it gets.
And he said,
let's air out our dirty laundry.
Well, that's what got
Talk
him
about it,
upset.
coward.
Somebody aired out something.
Say it with your chest, Coach.
Talk about it.
Good, Coach.
What happened?
The gas problems of this morning show.
Whoa! Don't point me with this.
Whoa.
Hey,
It's
easy there,
unbelievable.
cowboy.
Don't point me into this group.
First of all,
I walk
Who
away
do
and
you
do
got?
it like a gentleman.
Who do you got? Who's the offender? I get called out all the time. Go ahead. Call out Egan. I don't care.
now we're good.
Connor?
No, you're
Heavy
Connor.
Chevys busting ass?
No, it's
everything's good.
Connor.
No,
Everything's
it wasn't Connor.
What I
He's
love
blaming
is, what I
Connor.
love is Bob literally lives by this motto of I never do it.
That's
like
right.
Bob
You're
tries
right.
to sit here and say
I
I never do it. He will sit here and just hotbox an entire office.
That's not true.
And then he has the audacity to come on the airways and lie to the public. You're a yellow-bellied coward.
I can't imagine though.
ridiculous.
Price is Right is joy. Like it's
I just
joyous.
don't think so.
Like it's joyous to see people win cars and.
I think Drew
And
Carey
when-
probably beefs. He's in the Bob Cooney world.
You think that?
Whoa! Let's get off this Bob Cooney train, okay? It was.
By the
Pat
way,
Egan.
I know it's 2022 now though, but they 2021.
It is?
But they also have the now there's more. I think they have more dude models than they have female models.
Yeah, it's probably 50-50.
It seems like it's more.
It might be.
I'm like, wait a minute.
That's why Bob Barker left.
I know we're trying to be politically correct on everything, but now you can't even. Now it's got to be. It's like new. The other day they had like a
Ladies
new.
need some skin too.
A new ski boat or whatever.
When Bob
And it's-
Barker tried to make the moves on a showcase model and it was Glenn, that was the problem.
And
That's when he knew
happened?
he needed to step away.
They needed to have his pet spayed or neutered.
Absolutely.
But Bob couldn't do the 50th anniversary episode the other day, and I was a little. They did the 50th episode prime time special. Bob couldn't appear on it, and I'm like, oh boy.
If all the game shows I could be a contestant on, I think that's the one I'd choose.
Yeah.
I think it would be.
No.
What would you do?
choose?
Plinko.
I'm going to lose on. I'm going to lose on Jeopardy eventually. If I lucked into a one-day win,
no, Jeopardy's too.
Because when you get to science and geography and everything, I'm done. So I'm going to probably lose on that. I can't think of
Match
the other
game. I love match
Yeah,
game.
but the thing is, it's too random.
But they drink on match game. Like those guys are
Not anymore.
ballers.
Okay,
Yes,
now-
they do.
now we
do
got
now?
They
it.
do. Yeah.
Now
Does the
we
Price is
figured
Right
it out,
serve
yeah.
beer?
Everybody's sober at the prices. Right.
What's the one where you can? I don't want the one where they have to like. There's one of them where they make you. They talk the
Squid Game.
not Elizabeth Hurley, not Elizabeth Hurley. She hosts the game show, The Press Your Luck.
Oh, Press Your Luck is good. No
Elizabeth
win.
It's a great show, but the thing is, it's they fix it. That computer, they fixed that thing. Come on now.
No win. No.
And then they're going, and then they bring her over, and she goes, What are you? We have a prize particularly picked for you. You're getting this van because you take your aunt to dialysis every week, and they have to do this whole video of showing the aunt. And I'm like, wait a minute, you went and videotaped the aunt going to dialysis? Oh, we've got the aunt on TV here, and she wants you to win that van. And I'm like, they actually will have the aunt on a split screen, and they're talking to her about how much do you need her to get that van because she takes her to dialysis. I'm like, I don't need this on a game show. Just let them win the damn van.
You don't need the heart-wrenching Tom Rinaldi story?
No.
Does Tom Rinaldi show up with the van and the mom in the dialysis? That would be amazing.
It's why I can't watch the Olympics. Because it's 45 minutes of hype leading up to a 2-minute race, and they've taken you to the hometown, and here's Bill, and here's Bill's his aunt who had her eye poked out in a hunting accident, and they have to tell you the whole They have to tell you the whole backstory of his entire town. Is everybody lost their jobs when the factory closed? It's like, stop. And they got the sad music playing. I don't want to feel sad. I want to watch these great athletes race.
You know what would be a low key one I'd love to be on? Cash Cab.
Cash Cab would be fun.
You're not going to win a lot of money, though.
That's the reason I wouldn't choose it, because the money payout isn't huge.
I think Price is Right would be great.
I think Cash Cab would be fun.
I'd be all over Cash Cab.
Are you going to wear a shirt
you can win on, and you can win on Cash
Cab. That's the thing. It's like,
jump up and down?
it's like when there's a 50-50 at a sporting event, and people don't play when it's only like $3,000. Like, you got to figure that you have a better chance of winning $3,000 than when it's $30,000.
Pat, would you stop the logic?
Cash Cab, you have a better chance of winning some cash than Jeopardy or these big time show like
Cold,
Deal or No Deal.
Cash.
All right, if you want, you can DM me, and I'll tell you where when they used to tape it in Manhattan, where they would pick people up.
Oh, really?
Yes, I knew.
Is it still live? I don't even know.
I don't know if it's.
They brought it back for a little bit.
They
I don't
brought
know
it
if
back
it's still
for a while.
around,
They
though.
brought it back on Netflix, didn't they?
No.
People like Bob
I thought
probably
they
killed
did.
it.
It's definitely not on Netflix.
Can you imagine Bob getting into a cab
He'd be like, just drop me off.
after some?
I don't consent
Are you
to
kidding?
this.
Some of my best conversations were when I was traveling.
Yeah, but I'm talking about hotboxing the cab driver.
Just drop me off.
I love it.
Leaving a gift.
That smells natural up in
No,
New York.
little extra
yeah,
tip.
it's everywhere.
Hey, Spring Garden Lending has you real estate developers. Listen up. Bob Marino, who's a friend of Cuz, so you can trust him. At Spring Garden Lending, specializes in bridge and permanent loans, fire rehab, construct, and refinance investment properties. Spring Garden Lending, faster than a bank, less expensive than hard money lenders. I would love to see Bob on The Price is Right. I would love to see that. Would you understand the strategy of the games, or you don't even watch it?
I know the game.
Because I'm always like,
they're not made for rocket
I always like it when well, no, it is because people can't do math.
I would spin the wheel so damn hard it would still be.
That's
going
why I
just
want
to
play.
piss them off.
I want to
spin
crank
the
that
wheel?
wheel. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! All right, we start the 7 o'clock hour. How does Nick measure up? Well, it's only been 4 games, right? Everybody's telling you it's just 4 games. It's just 4 games. How does he measure up in 4 games? We'll talk about it coming up. Remember, tomorrow we will be out at PJ's in Cherry Hill for a happy hour. We hope that you're going to join us out there. Hopefully we'll get to see some of you. It's the John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic. Now, if you own a home, you need a stable of trusted service providers. And I'm finding this out even with a new home. You need H&H Heating and Air Conditioning. Joe Hoke and his family are taking care of mine right now. I got to tell you this, it's not because we have a Delco background together with the Hoke brothers. I'm telling you, they take pride in customer service. They take it to a different level. And with winter right around the corner, this is my public service announcement to you. It's the time to schedule a furnace tune-up for $69 for a limited time. Go to H&H or go online, DelcoHVAC.com, schedule a furnace tune-up. And while you have H&H at your house, they can perform for you a routine carbon monoxide test so you can sleep soundly knowing that your family's protected. We're talking about 24/7 service, 7 days a week, live person, always at the other end of the phone. The other night, my brand new system, installed by another company, wasn't shutting off. I just called Joe Hoke. And that's easy. You go to Delco HVAC. Visit DelcoHVAC.com. Schedule that furnace tune-up. $69 for a limited time. With winter on its way, don't be caught out in the cold or in the cold. H&H will make sure your home's ready. Tell them Kincade sent you.
The John Kincade Show.
Say it. I'll say it. Loser, putz, dork, doof, dink, schmo, dingus, goober.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Join the John Kincade Show tomorrow from 5 to 7 p.m. for happy hour at PJ Wellahan's in Cherry Hill. Meet the guys and enjoy happy hour specials, PJ's Wings, and more.
Hey guys, it's Andrew. Week 5 is here, and FanDuel Sportsbook, in partnership with Valley Forge, wants you to get the most out of every play. That's why they're giving everyone a $10 risk-free bet every week. And you know what? Thursday night is a great opportunity to give it a try. Just bet a same-game parlay with 3 legs or more, and if your bet doesn't win, you'll get up to $10 back. LA traveling to Seattle. This is going to be such an awesome matchup. I can't wait to sit back, watch, and enjoy 2 quarterbacks go at it that are putting up ridiculous numbers so far this year. And you know what? You might as well go with the over. When in doubt, bet the over and enjoy the game Thursday night. FanDuel is the #1 rated sportsbook app in America. It's easy to use, safe, and secure with fast payouts. So lock in your bet today. Sign up with promo code FANATIC to receive a risk-free bet up to $1,000. That's promo code FANATIC.
21 plus and present in PA. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund $10. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Same game parlay available for multiple sports in all states on mobile/web. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And we're back. We're still here with your boy, award-winning streamer, I Am Brandon. Now, before we wrap up, Brandon, why should people out there rock with Xfinity Internet?
Honestly, with Xfinity Internet, I get the most value for my money.
I hear that.
I get Wi-Fi speed faster than a gig to power all my devices, and advanced security to help keep me safe.
Your entertainment also starts at free with Xfinity Flex, a 4K streaming TV box that puts your favorite apps all in one place, included with Xfinity Internet.
Plus, Xfinity Flex gives me access to the ultimate in Black storytelling with the Black experience on Xfinity.
You hear that, listeners? You get all that awesomeness without having to break your bank, which means you gotta ask yourself, can your internet do that? Get started with Xfinity Internet for $29.99 a month for 24 months and get a Flex 4K streaming TV box included at no extra cost. Call 1-800-XFINITY, visit Xfinity.com or an Xfinity store today. Offer requires 1-year contract, paperless billing, and auto pay. Ends 10/11/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Pro Internet, 200 megabits per second. Customers only. After promo, regular rates apply. Equipment, installation, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change.
You're in a race against time, and the days aren't getting any longer. This fall, choose professionally powerful Echo outdoor power equipment to tackle the toughest cleanup jobs. Echo blowers, chainsaws, and string trimmers deliver industry-leading power to handle the tallest tasks in the shortest time. And time is running out. Visit echo-usa.com to learn more and find an Echo dealer near you. Echo. Power on and on.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Time for an oil change? We've got what you need to check it off your list. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic or synthetic high-mileage motor oil and an STP extended life oil filter for just $36.99. And you can get it all fast, your way. Just order online with our free same-day store pickup or next-day delivery.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Start your job today at AutoZone.com. Restrictions apply.
Gentlemen, now you can find the best brands and fits for you without even trying. Just follow these easy instructions. Step 1. Shop a personalized store that does all the work for you by customizing a selection for your taste and body. Step 2. Level up your closet with the best brands and fits with little to no effort. Not trying has never looked so good. Introducing Stitch Fix Freestyle, your personalized store. We're so you.
Did you know the arrow in Amazon's logo represents A to Z? Maybe the My Computer Career logo should represent unemployed to employed. Ryan was out of work when he started classes in March. In September, he started his IT career, working for Amazon, making more money than he ever thought possible. Here's a prime opportunity. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. You could start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Welcome to Parent Teacher Night. Oh, yes, Miss Garner.
If you have one of those airline credit cards, you're probably not earning double miles on every purchase.
You're right. My card only gets extra miles on some types of purchases.
With the Capital One Venture Card, you earn unlimited double miles everywhere.
Wait, but where can we use them?
You can use Capital One Venture Miles on any travel purchase.
Venture gets an A+.
Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Hey, it's John Kincade. Have you heard about College Ave student loans? I've got a daughter going to college next year, and you may too. College Ave is awesome. The website's simple and easy to use. Plus, with their student loan calculator, we've started to estimate our costs now. So my advice, sit down with your high school senior this weekend, and together, log on to collegeav.com. They're the emotional support system to help guide you through the college journey and how to pay for it, from start to finish. It's a simple family process. Go to collegeav.com. Trust me, you'll breathe easier. collegeav.com.
Hello, Mr. Vending Machine. Maybe chips. Come on, dollar. It's flat. What?
There's a better way to pay. With a Citizens card in your digital wallet, you'll never have to hear again. Paying with Citizens. One ding and you're done. Citizens made ready. Visit citizensbank.com/ding to learn more.
Wireless carrier, text, and/or data charges may apply. Citizens is a brand name of Citizens Bank and a member FDIC.
Last night, the baseball playoffs kicked off. Unfortunately, the Phillies were not a part of it, but you could probably win some money on it. Hopefully you did. Well, if you didn't, or if you haven't wagered on sports, make sure to sign up with BetMGM. They're the king of sports books, and they don't use that term lightly. They are truly the king for awesome offers like this. Most places, they give you a free bet up to $500. The king, they double it. BetMGM will give you a free bet. Your first bet up to $1,000. Totally risk-free. All you have to do is drop my name. When you register with BetMGM, when you sign up via the BetMGM app or BetMGM.com and they ask you for a bonus code, type in Pat Egan. And then, after that, your first wager is risk-free up to $1,000. You don't have to do anything. You can use it on a long shot. You can use it on a lock. You can use it on whatever you want because BetMGM has great odds boosts. They have great player props. They have they have specials and everything. Live betting options. You name it, BetMGM has it. So sign up today. Head on over to BetMGM.com or the BetMGM app. And when you register, don't forget, drop my name. Type in Pat Egan when they ask you for a bonus code. Your first wager will then be risk-free up to $1,000. This is a new customer offer, paid and free bets. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. You got to be 21 years or older, Pennsylvania only. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. BetMGM Sports in partnership with Hollywood Casino Morgantown.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Picking on Egan is extremely mean, but I assure you, it's just a small, minute, tiny part of our content.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
It's the John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Egan's a perfectionist in his own right. He has a couple missteps when he's reading something, and watching him do you're like throwing your arms in the air, you're like chucking out the copy. It's all right, Pat.
Today, Junior.
He's his own biggest critic.
7 a.m.
It's just words on paper.
It's bigger than he is.
Why can't I read it?
My sportsbook app of choice is the Parx Casino Sportsbook app. You can download it at parxcasino.com/PA and use promo code FANATIC. I understand their handicappers have been called into a special meeting and said Kincade took us to the cleaners this weekend for $158. They're a little nervous.
Good for you.
They're a little nervous. They're saying we need to tighten up our policies here. This guy's going to bleed us dry like $150 at a time.
How will they pay the bills?
It dug me out of my $3. I was $3.75 ahead. Now I'm rolling in it, Pat.
Now you're rich.
Now I'm rich. Now I'm going for it.
Burritos on you.
By the way, there is there's a warning. Syphilis cases are on the rise in Delaware County. My wife sent me this alert today. She's 750 miles different. It's a story that popped up. Syphilis cases are on the rise in Delaware County. How about
wee area?
How about syphilis is expected to be up 104%.
What?
In 2021 in Delco.
I'm a lesbian, and even I know that's a penis.
It's expected to exceed 210 cases. So syphilis is on the rise in Delco.
Don't be a fool.
Wrap it up.
Tool.
Just be careful.
Wrap it up, B.
We just did our public service.
That's a little. It's like the more you know.
Yeah.
Do.
We're just trying to help people not get the clap.
Okay, last night, what was the terrible Saturday morning show that I can't even think of his name.
John in Cincinnati.
The former basketball player.
Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
No, that was a prime time show.
That was Friday night.
It was a Saturday morning show.
NBA Inside Stuff? Ahmad Rashad?
It was like they tried to do a Saved by the Bell about basketball.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. It was Reggie Theus.
Reggie Theus.
Yes.
Horrible acting performance.
Yeah, horrible.
Entourage.
He was
okay, you got to figure it out.
He was a high school coach.
He was a coach. He was a high school coach, and they just did Saved by the Bell in various different.
Yeah, basically.
Like they just kept rewriting it, and they'd even have the same type of characters.
Hang time.
Hang time.
Yeah, hang time.
Yeah, there you go.
Hang time. I remember the theme song. Yeah.
What?
It was like hang time. The theme song was horrible. It was like very early '90s.
No. They did the. I saw the 30 for 30 of one of the shows, and they were about the sitcoms, the kids sitcoms, and they did. And they said how they just took the network said, wait a minute, these kids are watching Saved by the Bell. Let's just make 5 of them. Like they came up with and they just said, we'll make this one about basketball. They made a California one.
Yes, I remember. I know what you're talking about.
Where they were like a rock band or something.
Yeah.
They just said.
So can you name?
But Grant Tinker, I believe, was the head of NBC, and he just said, take this concept and make it into shows. And even the kids hung out at the same restaurant.
The Max became at the other restaurants.
They would change it.
Yeah.
They would just change it up.
So can you name? There's an NFL Hall of Fame assistant coach to Reggie Theus in Hang Time. I got $2 for whoever can name it.
An NFL
Hall of Famer. Reggie Theus is assistant coach in Hang Time. Come on, Bob.
Alex Karras?
No.
Well, he was on
Dick Butkus.
Dick Butkus? Bad acting, I'm telling you. All right, that's great. It's been 4 games for Nick Sirianni. It's been 4 games. So, I mean, I keep hearing that. It's been 4 games. That's where we're at. So I'm going to tell you that 4 games. That's what I keep hearing from everybody. So I believe it's way too small of a sample size. But in 4 games, how does he measure up to others? And does it even matter? Doug Peterson took over a 7-9 team from Chip Kelly back in 2016. So he picked up a 7-9 team. He didn't pick up a terrible team. He picked up a 7-9 team. He won his first 3 games with a rookie quarterback. He was 3-0 and averaged 31 points a game in his first 3 wins. And then there was a 1-point loss at Detroit that made them 3-1. What's the difference? Rookie quarterback, a real rookie quarterback, not one who had a year under his belt and 4 starts. What's the difference between that rookie? That Doug Peterson surrounded himself with a veteran quarterback coach, offensive coordinator in Frank Reich, and a veteran defensive coordinator in Jim Schwartz. That was an incredibly experienced trio as a first-time head coach. The much-maligned Chip Kelly took over Andy Reid's most horrible team, probably his 4-12 team, much like Nick Sirianni has. Kelly won his opener on the road at Washington, much like Sirianni did at Atlanta, and he then proceeded to lose the next 3 to start 1-3. After the 1-3 start, Chip Kelly went 9-3 the rest of the way. Anybody think Nick Sirianni can do that? Nick Foles took over as the starter, by the way, and went 8-2. Then Andy Reid was the worst of the bunch. He went 0-4 in his first 4 starts. But he went 5-7 afterwards.
Do you have when Donovan came in on that? Wasn't it after 4 games or 5 games?
I think it was like week 7.
Okay.
I think it was something like that. He went 5-7 after that. The moral of the story, though, this roster isn't far different than any of those other reclamation projects. This isn't a worse roster than Chip Kelly took over. This isn't worse than that roster. And I want to know, does Nick rebound? And are our expectations too low? That's where we begin the 7 o'clock hour with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, the coach Eric Camille. We've got Connor answering your phones at 610-632-0975 and Heavy Chevy. Now, I'm playing devil's advocate here. But what Chip Kelly took over was a horrendous 4-12 team. Horrendous. Terrible dumpster fire. And he went 1-3. And then after that, he turned it around and went 9-3. Andy Reid, even after an 0-4 start, went 5-7. Anybody think Nick Sirianni's going 5-7? Do you think he's going 5-7? I mean, he might.
He could.
He could. But are we giving this? I'm playing devil's advocate. Are we giving too much of a free pass to this year? Because they've seen it with Eagles coaches in the past. They've been able to come in, bad situations, first-year head coaches, and been able to win.
Yeah, it's the lowest expectations I can recall for a coach ever.
Why?
I think because you're very old and very young. Like, there's not much in the middle. Like your Javon Hargraves, where it's like, oh, he's in his prime. There's not many of them. It's, oh, well, Darius Slay's older, Lane Johnson's older, Fletcher Cox is older.
And they are, boy,
BG's older. So it's either you have, like, the extreme veteran or the rookie. There's not a lot in the middle. That's all I can kind of come up with. It's a weird mix.
Did you see the montage Sunday night before the Tampa Bay game? Did you realize that Tampa Bay, that Tom Brady went back to New England? I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, did they cover that?
They covered it like really extensively.
Yeah.
But they played a montage of Bill Belichick. Year 4, year 2 of Brady, year 4 of Brady, year 8 of Brady, year 12 of Brady, year 14 of Brady. Ripping Tom Brady at press conferences. Being critical of Tom Brady.
Sure.
Saying he's below expectations right now. He's not, and I'm sure he's not meeting his own expectations, but he's not delivering where we need him to deliver at different times. And I'm thinking to myself, how is this coaching staff handling Fletcher Cox? Fletcher Cox is not even showing up on stat sheets numerous games, and Bob was the one banging that drum, and it's true. And what does this coaching staff do? Oh, Fletcher's fine. He's fine. He's doing a lot of great things. Oh, no, there's no reason for concern here. We know Fletcher Cox is going to be Fletcher Cox. He's going to start showing up. And the impact he has is not... They are so kissing his ass.
But they know.
They are so kissing his ass, though.
But they're not going to say anything publicly. Like these press conferences, while they're, and I do this in quotes, for fans and for the media to talk about, all that matters to those coaches is how they come off in that locker room. So they're never going to say anything. They're not going to say what they feel. Like, they know that Fletcher Cox isn't great.
So then what do the guys in the locker room look at them as?
Irrelevant?
No, they look at the coaches and go, he didn't even have the guts to, I'm in control. He didn't have the guts to stand up and say that I had a bad game.
Yeah, but if if
I've had 4 bad games, he doesn't have the guts to say. In fact, they just bend over backwards to say. Jonathan Gannon yesterday was making it sound like Fletcher Cox has been making an impact and it's all going to come. And he says it's all going to come. It's all going to come together.
Yeah, like we talked about before, apparently there is hard coaching that goes on down there from what we've been told. I can't imagine that they're looking Fletcher Cox in the face, that they're looking other guys in the face and saying, oh, no, you're fine, you'll be okay. Derek Barnett, they're telling us.
I hope they're not.
Derek Barnett, they're telling us publicly, oh, yeah, we deal with it, but we move on. They better be getting in his face. I mean, it's ludicrous to say Fletcher Cox is playing well.
And the head coach and the defensive coordinator both have done it in the last 48 hours.
Yeah, and Jeff McClain wrote something.
Jeff did a great piece.
Yeah, he said he's gone back and looked. He's not getting double-teamed as much as everybody thinks he is.
You got to read Jeff's piece.
He's like, yeah, he might be getting chipped every once in a while, but he's getting handled one-on-one. Like Fletcher Cox may have just hit that 30-year-old thing after playing a lot of football in his career, and he's just not as good as he was before. So, the comparison, when you bring up other coaches, I thought that other teams were better when coaches took over. Like, when Chip Kelly took over, you had...
The 4-12 Eagles?
Yeah, but they had, if you look at that roster, so you had
Vic. They had Vic to start the year, and he got hurt.
And Foles had to take over, right. You had a 1,000-yard receiver in Deshaun Jackson. You had a 1,600-yard rusher in LaShawn McCoy that year. Your defense still had, like, Cole, and you had some other guys...
Do you think Devontae Smith could do what Deshaun's doing in a year?
Yeah.
Like be that dynamic wide receiver, and do you think that... Do you think that Miles Sanders could be the dynamic running back?
No, they're not going to give him a chance to do that.
No, but that's on the coaching staff.
It sure is, yeah.
So to me, I think they have the tools to do what Chip Kelly did. They have the tools to do it. They're choosing not to do it. They're choosing not to do it with Miles Sanders. They're making the choice.
Well, unless they're seeing something
1,600 yard.
Yeah, Shady was
like
so
that.
good.
He was.
Shady was freaking spectacular.
Yeah.
Now, could you get him could you get 1,600 combined yards? Sure.
I don't think that's unrealistic.
I don't think it's unrealistic that you could get that out of him.
Shady also had. This is amazing.
Shady's
that year that he had, John. He had over 1,600 yards rushing.
500
He
receiving.
had 539 receiving. He had over 21.
That was his one year. That was his one 2,000-yard year.
Wow, yeah,
his one. But which is not. I'm not trying to poo-poo that.
No,
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Hey, Pat, do you have different memories of those first years or what?
I didn't really have a lot of high expectations for Doug, but when Carson Wentz was named the starter, you do. You have high expectations, meaning you want to see necessarily what he has, not necessarily the wins and losses, because you know they're going to be growing pains. But that team...
Show me that smile again.
I'm not going to do it. That team was better than this current team. I think a lot of fans, myself included, came in and went, this roster's terrible. And it wasn't like Jalen Hurts was drafted second overall. He was drafted in the second round, and it was a reach. So...
it's Mike and Delran joins us from our jury. Hi, Mike.
Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning.
Are you packed for Vegas yet, Mike?
No, not yet.
2 weeks from tomorrow.
I know, that's exciting.
Start laying out your clothes.
Yeah, the wife will lay them out for me.
There you go.
I don't know how anybody could think that they're being too not critical. We all expected this, right? I mean, if you think about it, we're going to start off probably like 1-6, 1-7 if you look at the schedule.
Well, I don't think a lot of people expect. There were a lot of people who were saying they'd win 6-7 games. You start out 1-6.
Well, hold on.
You're probably not.
Well, hold on. That's not true, though, because now I'm going to agree that he may be able to do what the other guys did, because you look at the rest of the schedule, they should be able to win 7 of those last 9 games.
What?
Right? Look at the schedule. Jets, Giants, Redskins, a bunch of times.
Why do you not think
the Saints?
But Mike, don't you think those teams are saying the same thing about playing the Eagles?
Maybe, but there are dumpster fires that are worse, and I don't live in those cities. So go back.
All right, buddy. I don't think they're worse. The Washington football team's not worse than the Eagles. The Giants.
I think they're on equal footing.
I don't. I really do not. Roster wise, you would take the Eagles.
Oh, roster wise,
and they're 2-2, and they have a much
production wise,
and they have a much better roster. They have much. How many people would you say
are
untouchable
there?
There?
Probably not as many as you think.
I would say 6 or 7. You'd probably be able to get. You'd probably get 5 on the defensive side of the ball. That you would want. That you'd want to say, I'll take. How many would you take on the Eagles right now?
On the defensive side of the ball?
That's what I'm saying. 5 of their starters?
Untouchable.
Maybe 6?
Yeah.
So it's a distinctly better
But I don't think they're going to be like a winning team.
No, I didn't say that. They're better than the Eagles, is all I said.
But I think the Eagles could still be 7-10. I don't think Washington's that much better than that.
Bob just hit his knee. That was that noise. He heard. Hey, Staples Connect is a new world of possible with innovative tools for small business and remote workers and learners. Explore what's new at your local Staples store or at staplesconnect.com. Pull up the Washington depth chart right now, Jamie. Do that little exercise. We're going to play Name That Flyer, by the way, at 7:30.
Oh.
So you got to be listening. Name That Flyer at 7:30.
Attention.
It's your clue number 1. And, Coach, we are not going to give out the name of the flyer that's on the autographed jersey.
Well, you have to
do that.
You're giving out clues to who it is.
Give out clues.
Yeah.
So it's doing that.
So the clues are going to be whose jersey you're going to win.
There you go. You don't have to do any math today.
All right, so all this comes together?
Yes.
So on offense.
No, defense. I want their defensive
because on offense, it's basically only Terry McLaurin.
No, I understand. I'm talking defensive depth
defense. Chase Young obviously is untouchable.
What Eagle could supplant a Washington football team starter on the defensive side of the ball?
Darius Slay would start there. I think Rodney McLeod would probably start there. I think nobody on the defensive line really. Maybe
nobody.
Fletcher Cox probably would start. I mean, we can't be. I mean, Javon Hargrave's one of the best defensive linemen in football right now.
I'm giving you Javon Hargrave. I'll give you Rodney McLeod maybe, and I'll give you big play Slay.
Yeah, he would start.
That's it. There's 11 guys on the defensive side of the ball. They have 7 distinct better ones, 7 minimum.
Yeah, but like untouchable. What?
No, I'm not saying they're better. They're better than.
I think they're on equal footing. To be honest with you.
Wow, I can't look at that depth chart and say I'd kill for that depth chart right now.
I mean.
Think of what you do with your draft picks this year if you had the Washington defense. Wow. Pat, are you not a believer in that?
I like some of their players, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think they're that good of a team.
They're not a good team. But I do like some of their players. They might be just in the wrong scheme.
Could be.
You know,
which is shocking with Ron Rivera.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Ron Rivera came in with a lot of hype. It's kind of the exact opposite of Nick Sirianni, and they had the same result.
Well, they won a division title.
They
got a division title.
They did, but this year it's
terrible
been,
division.
It's been bad.
They were better coming into this season than they had been.
By the way, I think
while playing this season.
I think they were 2-4 last year, and then they won the division, but it was a crappy.
That sounds about right.
I think they started out really, really badly. In Cooney's Corner, Bob and I were just talking about this one.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
So, in the words of Jonathan Gannon, Fletcher Cox is playing well. The Eagles don't believe in using dime packages. Oh, my God, please tell me you're just toying with us and kidding and you're really not telling your players. He said yesterday he doesn't believe in dime packages with this group. You had linebackers covering wide receivers the other day. You didn't go to a 6 defensive back because you don't have it. What? What? Like what? Dime packages is something we've heard about since we were little kids that teams in the NFL run.
Yeah.
And he says he doesn't have it.
He doesn't
with
want
this
with this personnel.
But Kayvon Wallace and Marcus Epps have both started at points this year.
Like,
why can't you work them in with Rodney McLeod and Anthony Harris?
I don't know. Why can't you go to 6 defensive backs? Why are you having linebackers covering wide receivers? Why am I watching Tyreek Hill do spin-arounds on a safety that he shouldn't be doing that to? Like, what? Your boy Jonathan Harris yesterday.
Gannon.
Not Anthony Harris.
Jonathan
He's
Gannon
another one
yesterday.
spinning around.
My head was spinning when I was listening to
He
him.
looked lost up there.
He did.
and then he went third person, and
third person is never a good idea.
Look, my first inclination on Jonathan Gannon was to give him the benefit of the doubt because let's look at what they have. And we've talked about it endlessly. The linebackers, the safeties, the lack of play from the defensive front, the injury to Brandon Graham. But then yesterday, my needle really started shifting more towards, is he doing the right things? Because it doesn't matter if Bob Cooney doubts him or if anybody else around here doubts him. Yesterday, I got a tinge, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong.
He doubted himself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I started thinking, that, oh, my God, it doesn't matter what I think. He's starting to doubt himself a
That's
little
what it
bit.
looked like.
And maybe he's doubting the players that he has.
Probably.
And he can't do anything with what he has. But, man, it's 4 games. And to say you don't do a package because you don't have the personnel, I'm sorry. Anything's better than having a linebacker covering a wide receiver on more than a few plays.
I love watching body language, but I also love Nick Sirianni has his tell. Right. Looking for that constant affirmation.
You didn't mention the Flyers hat yet.
Oh, I know. I saw it.
It's all right.
Coach Curtin, you're missing out.
He's flyered up.
He hasn't put out the Philadelphia Union stuff yet.
Well, maybe the Union need to send him a package. You know,
I've grown tired of the pandering and just
right.
Hey, I had this for breakfast. Right.
Did you? I don't know. Are you asking me?
Yeah,
right. He's constant affirmation, Coach. Do what you believe in.
Do I look good in these jeans? Right. Right? I hope.
Do I look big in these? Just a scooch. What was that? The Abraham Lincoln Honest Abe. It scared me too, Bob. Scared me too, Bobby.
I really,
it wasn't in the confidence inspiring.
No, but like the needle was, all right, lack of talent, bad coaching. I don't want to say bad coaching. I'll say questionable coaching. And the needle
You could say
started
bad the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, the needle started going towards, wow, what is this guy up to? So keep an eye on that.
We're having fun.
You got to win the coaching matchups. That's how you're going to win on Sundays. How confident are you that it's going to be in the coming weeks? We'll get to that coming up. Hang out with us, plus Flyer trivia, I guess, coming your way at the bottom of the hour. Your chance to win a fabulous prize. Flyer hockey right here on The Fanatic coming up. John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. With pro football and college football absolutely dominating your weekends now, the Parx Sportsbook app is the one that you've got to download. And if you're a new customer, there's never been a better time to do it because you can get a risk-free bet of up to $500. So what are you thinking about this weekend? Are you looking at the Eagles as a tasty road underdog? that maybe they're ready to pull the big upset. If you think they're going to win the game, bet the money line, cash in even more. The live in-game wagering is your way that you don't have to bet on the Eagles to win, but you can bet on individual players to show out. Maybe you're going over on Jalen Hurts passing yardage. Maybe you're going over on Devontae Smith receiving yards, or going under on the idea that they're never going to run the ball with Miles Sanders. A risk-free bet will be refunded in site credit up to $500. You download the app or you click parkscasino.com/PA. Use my promo code Kincade. You got to be 21 and in the state of Pennsylvania. If you got a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Kick off this football season by winning $500 3 times a day.
97.5 The Fanatic presents Kickoff Cash. Listen weekdays at 8 a.m., noon, and 4 p.m. for your chance to win $500.
The Fanatic's Kickoff Cash is brought to you by H&H Heating and Air Conditioning. For fast, friendly, and local HVAC service, visit DelcoHVAC.com.
And 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
The powerful new iPhone 13 Pro is here with the most advanced camera in an iPhone. And T-Mobile is the place to get it.
This new cinematic mode turned my travel videos into a filmmaking masterpiece.
Get the most out of your new iPhone on America's largest, fastest 5G network.
And posting. Whoa, that was fast.
And now, you can get iPhone 13 Pro on us with eligible trade-in and plan and upgrade forever.
So I can always have a new iPhone?
Yep, forever. Lock in the trade-in value of your new iPhone up to $800 every 2 years for your next upgrade. Get iPhone 13 Pro on us right now and upgrade forever. Only at T-Mobile.
With Max Plan and on us now via 30 monthly bill credits. For well-qualified buyers plus tax, contact us before canceling service to continue credits on current device or credit stop and balance on required finance agreement is due. Fastest based on average overall 5G speeds according to Open Signal Awards and USA 5G User Experience Report July 2021. See T-Mobile.com.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon. Cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your next fill-up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code BOOST for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST.
The moment you fire up a Gator UTV, the engine has your full attention. The completed job is on the horizon, and the trail meets its match. Just like that, you made short work of a long to-do list. Run with us on a John Deere Gator UTV. With effortless four-wheel drive at the flip of a switch and our smoothest shifting transmission yet. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere Gator for more.
At Shell, we know from the time you get up to the time you wrap up,
Good night.
there's a lot of meetups, eat-ups, and hurry-ups. So come to Shell and get 3 things done at once. Fill up with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus to help keep your engine running like new. Save up with the Fuel Rewards program and never pay full price for gas again. And snack up with in-store rewards to save even more at the pump. Make the most of the stop you need to make with Shell and engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline. See full terms and conditions at fuelrewards.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts specializes in keeping your car on the road. Not sure how much life is left in your battery? Our professional parts people will test it for free. If it does need to be replaced, we'll help you find just the right one to fit your car. Our Superstart batteries are built to handle even the toughest conditions. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Meet Brian Bridges. He's the owner of a tattoo shop in Philadelphia. Although Brian is used to getting email requests for tattoos, he was surprised when he saw one from a well-known celebrity in Los Angeles. So he turned to his American Express Business Platinum card, which lets him earn 5 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels booked through AmexTravel.com. Talk about the sweet life. Built for business by American Express. This story features a fictional character from a fictional business. Terms apply. Learn more at AmericanExpress.com/business platinum. Don't do business without it.
This is Brian Westbrook. If you're a caregiver, you need to join my team at Affordable Home Care. After 9 seasons in the NFL, take it from me. When you're on the right team, it makes all the difference. It affects how you play, how you feel, and how you're paid. At Affordable Home Care, you name your rate. Transfer to Affordable Home Care now at ahcare.net. Join the team with a 5-star rating today. Visit ahcare.net today. Call 215-372-0100. That's 215-372-0100.
Affordable Home Care. We care for you.
This is Unibet, one of Europe's leading betting apps. And this is Nigel.
Hello.
Nigel has just been promoted from head of Unibet Europe to head of Unibet US. Nigel doesn't know anything about American sports.
QB Scramble. That's some sort of American frittata?
Download the app or visit pa.unibet.com. Get $500 risk-free and take advantage of the odds before Nigel figures them out. Unibet. Crazy about the odds.
Must be 21 or over to play and physically located in Pennsylvania. Restrictions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
First Trust Bank, the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Get running at Dunkin' with $2 medium iced coffees from 2 to 6 p.m. Sip into fall and try yours with fan favorite pumpkin swirl. Make time for happy hour and enjoy a $2 medium iced coffee from 2 to 6 p.m. Participation may vary. Limited time offer. Exclusions apply.
Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa wants you to de-stress, not only after the game in our contest every week at the 97.5thefanatic.com webpage, where you get an opportunity to get involved in our contest. You can get in anytime for a $69.95 introductory massage or facial. You want to restore, relax, refresh, an abundance of services to meet your specific needs. You feel a little tight in the back, the shoulders, a little stressed out at work? They've got 57 spas. They got them in Delaware, South Jersey, Philly area, the Lehigh Valley area even. And you can book online at handandstone.com. That's handandstone.com, where you can get gift cards too. So if you're thinking about the holidays coming up and you want to get that great gift, everyone loves a gift from Hand and Stone. So go to handandstone.com, get your massage or your facial for just $69.95. And guys, get all that sunscreen off your face. You can look handsome, really good looking for the fall. Get in, handandstone.com. Tell them Kincade sent you in.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
It's spelled Kincade, Kincade. Just so you know when you're writing your complaint emails.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
It's the John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Hopefully you're having a great morning. I understand. Coach is very keyed up about the Flyers clue.
We got a Flyers clue.
I'm
do
resetting.
we have a clue coming
I'm
up?
resetting here to Flyers clue. Flyers clue.
This
got a
is
Flyers
where
clue.
we give the player's name out, right?
Yes. No.
Oh, we wait until that. Okay.
We got a Flyers clue.
Adam Oates.
Paul Coffey, way too late in his
the
career.
jerseys may have been in the closet for a while. So let's...
God, this music's good.
I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, what's the first Flyers clue?
Coach, we're throwing this to you.
It's on your show sheet.
No, I'm wanting you to do it. You're the one who wants to do it.
Every second counts.
You're into this. I thought you were going to say it.
People are tuning out, you nerd.
Do you understand
Play like
how
a champion.
this game works?
No, I'm saying, I thought you wanted to do it.
Look,
Our
excited.
perfect show just ended.
It's like the Flyers season last year.
You've been psyched up for this all day.
I'm just going to say who it is.
No, you're not.
So it's 7:30, 8:30, and 9:30. We're going to give a clue to name that flyer, and then at 9:45 we'll ask you who the flyer is.
Correct.
And you're going to win an autographed jersey from that flyer.
Roman Czechmonic.
So it's not Roman Czechmonic.
Garth
The
Snow.
7:30 first Flyers clue is this flyer was drafted in 2015.
A youngin'.
Great year it was.
Okay. 2015. It wasn't a bad draft either.
Yeah.
Well, that year they took...
Bob, stop.
What's
Nolan
his jersey
Patrick.
number?
Stop it. Stop it. Everybody obsessing. I know it's a big story. The local news yesterday was obsessing on showing you the pictures of Ben Simmons' penthouse
It's a nice apartment.
Really nice apartment.
Looking right at William Penn.
Yeah, how about that?
Really nice apartment.
3.1 mil.
Not bad.
Those walls have some stories.
Okay, 1 parking space.
2, I thought.
Yeah, 2.
I thought it said 1.
2 and valet.
Yeah.
And valet.
Uh-huh.
Swimming pool, gym. Things you can do.
Sounds like a pretty good deal.
Bought it for 2.5 or 2.6.
What's he trying to sell it for?
3.1 and
Make
change.
a little profit.
You think he's going to get it?
I don't know. I gotta go look at it.
Well, now that you just bought a house, you're out.
No, it's Ben Simmons' place.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying.
I mean, I can't.
I don't think Ben Simmons was aware you bought a house.
He's got 2 to sell.
He's selling the Jersey one too?
I mean, I would think.
I'm not paying those taxes.
Yeah.
He's got 2 houses in the area?
Yeah, one's a condo.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, it's that then they don't have to go home. You're out doing something. You go to
Center
dinner, go to
City.
clubs, whatever, and then you just go to your place.
That's what I'm saying. Those walls have seen some.
You always want to have
some fun
you want to
stuff.
have that.
Adult stuff.
Hey, watch the game with some friends this week, and be sure to grab Primo Hoagies. Score big and serve in style with Primo Hoagies. Order online at PrimoHoagies.com. It's not just a hoagie; it's a Primo.
I had the Primos yesterday.
What'd you have?
I went with the Bada Bing, and I got my buddy who was helping me do some work in Italian with long and sweet and hots.
Ooh,
good time.
Not
Did
bad.
you eat it all, or did you save half?
No,
for today?
God, I ate it all. That wasn't even a question. I was starving yesterday.
I don't. Sometimes I will eat it. Sometimes I will eat the Primo. I get the Primo side.
Yeah.
And I will eat half at one time and half at another.
You can certainly
but
do
I
that.
won't wait till the next day.
Oh, I love a hoagie the next day.
No, I don't mind it the next day, but it never lasts the next. It doesn't
Yeah.
get to the next day.
Yeah.
It won't live.
James, why did you have to get Primo again? Didn't you have lunch plans?
hungry.
Oh, because somebody came up with a convenient excuse that their basement flooded and he
Man,
couldn't buy us burritos.
I don't know if I've ever met somebody that has
Wait a
so
minute.
many house
Yesterday
issues.
wasn't the day we were doing
Yes,
lunch.
it was.
No, it
What the hell
wasn't.
are you
Yes, it
talking
was.
about?
All of a sudden in our meeting, you coward decided, I don't want to buy these guys burritos. So you made up an excuse that basically your house was the 3rd row of the Titanic and it was underwater and everybody was drowning. And you left.
My kids were wearing fins on their feet, Pat. Okay?
They were
I think I
swimming.
needed to get home.
Donna was like floating on a door.
And she was saying,
And
I'm
she had
never going to
no
let you
room
go,
for
Bobby.
Bob. She had no
She
room.
pushed me away when I came home.
Still
Terrible.
awesome. We don't forget, Bob.
By the way, Tazo rocks. Christina can put you in touch with Tazo. Tazo hung everything on the walls yesterday.
Yeah, those master flags look good.
He was a machine. The guy's a machine. And he came in, had everything perfectly measured. Guy was awesome. Absolutely. If you know Tazo, you know you're getting quality. That's all I'm going to tell you.
rocks.
Tazo was
Bangs.
fun. You said something different about what Tazo does.
Well, I just said he banged it first, but then when you said how much
he
you had
was.
to pay him, I said
He banged the nails in the
He
wall.
was doing good.
Exactly.
Hey, can we all agree that Nick Sirianni won the coaching matchup week 1 versus Arthur Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. He didn't win the coaching matchup any of the last 3 weeks. Clearly. Especially the last 2. Now, Matt Rule, Bruce Arians, John Gruden. That's the trifecta ahead. Honestly, I think this is more of a concern, though, for Jonathan Gannon. And Jonathan Gannon's taken a lot of beating today. But Jonathan Gannon has to go up against Joe Brady. He's got to go up against Bruce Arians, and he's got to go up against John Gruden. Now, Arians and Gruden are old school but long-term NFL offensive minds. And Joe Brady is the Wunder Kid. So Brady will be ready for Gannon this weekend. Honestly, Jonathan Gannon's at 1-3, and he's seeing an avalanche of preparation coming his way. Those aren't favorable matchups at all with those 3 offensive minds going up against it. So enough about Nick Sirianni matching up. I don't know what Jonathan Gannon does with those 3. And Joe Brady's the most creative of those 3. And that includes Arians and Gruden. He is the most creative. He's the most innovative. Let's put it that way, innovative. You know what to expect of a John Gruden offense. You know what to expect of a Bruce Arians
Spider
offense.
2Y banana.
Very good. You did a good job with that. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I've never tried it before.
That wasn't bad. It was pretty
Thanks.
good. Yeah,
I like your goat better, but
pretty good, yes.
That
But
wasn't it.
Jonathan Gannon at 1-3, those 3 matchups coming up the next 3 weeks, none of them are favorable.
we used to do a thing at the Daily News when the Eagles were about to play somebody. You'd run a list down and you give the check mark to who has the advantage. Okay, if we go offensive, whoever the opposition is, and you have the Eagles on one side, offensive coordinator versus Jonathan Gannon. I mean, I think pretty much they're going to win the check.
Right now, yes.
I don't know that Jonathan Gannon's winning any check mark. If you put a defensive coordinator up against Jonathan Gannon and you try to figure out who gets the check, it's probably going to go to the other side all the time. He's got that hill to climb right now. And, consecutive weeks of 40-plus points. I still think that Kansas City just toyed. I really think they looked at that as, all right, let's get ourselves righted. Let's practice this. Let's practice that. I really don't. I really do. I do. I think Kansas City could have done anything they wanted offensively.
So you think let a game be a one-score game into the fourth quarter? In the fourth quarter, they let it be that way just to toy with stuff? I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy.
I shouldn't say toy. I think they know they could have done anything they wanted offensively.
One turnover changes that game. One stupid mistake changes that game. It was 5-point game, and if they get off the field on that 3rd and 6 with the sack, where Rodney McLeod was offside, they're getting the ball back. They're taking the ball in the fourth quarter with a chance to drive down and take the lead, and they move the ball all day in Kansas City. I think it's like I've heard it said over and over. I know Anthony's believing there's no chance they could have won that game. I think it's crazy talk.
I thought Kansas City was practicing their pacing.
Yeah, I think that was telling. Go ahead.
They were definitely patient.
Yeah, I think because Charles Davis, and for those that don't know, I've had the privilege of sitting in on some of these meetings. The coaches reveal a lot of the game plan.
Take us more in there.
So Friday or Saturday, your announcers, I was working for Sunday Night Football, so it would be Al, Chris, the producer, the director, Michelle, a couple other hands that would sit down with the coaches.
And what are you doing in that?
I only got to be a fly on the wall once.
But still, though.
Yeah, it was cool. But they walk you through the game plan and where their matchup. It's kind of shocking how much they reveal to the television crew. It shocked me, honestly. And then in game, Fred Godelli's the producer of Sunday Night Football. He's I think the best in live sports. He would be like, "Hey, look out for it's 3rd and 6. Look out for Bill said they're going to do this here, so be on alert for this type of play, a goal line situation. Hey, Bill said they really see an advantage here on this matchup." I'm just bringing up Belichick because we did a lot of Patriot games, and it would be right, a lot of the time. So when Charles Davis and Ian Eagle were saying, yeah, Kansas City's really been working on their pacing, that they want to slow things down at times. Once I heard that, I kind of went, they're kind of practicing their pacing against the Eagles because they were doing 7-minute drives, 7-minute 30 drives. They were taking their time a little bit and kind of playing like a cat does with a dead mouse, just kind of.
I don't think the plays were there.
I just thought they never felt like they were going to be in jeopardy of winning that game. I think the Eagles did a good job.
I think the Eagles' game plan was perfect if you wanted them to go 11, 12 plays.
But I also thought
made them do that.
I thought Kansas City was just kind of yeah, okay.
Yeah, they
scored on 6 or 7 possessions.
Their plan was perfect that they only allowed them 42 points. You know what I mean? I think it was as much Kansas City's doing as it was the Eagles playing prevent. I mean, there's no chance that at one time Andy couldn't have drawn up. Let's go Tyreek Hill and what's his name, Hardman.
McCall Hardman.
Mecole Hardman, which somehow that was hard for the.
Let's have them just both run in towards safeties and then break off with their speed and see where the safety goes. And Patrick, wherever he doesn't go, throw it that way. They could have had a bomb whenever they wanted. I really believe. And when they said it on the telecast, I did think of you, too. Oh, that was said this weekend.
Yeah, that was Andy Reid brought that up to the TV guys as something that they were going to work on this week, knowing I think they had a supreme confidence that they were going to win that game. But what you said about Gannon, after the first 2 weeks, granted it was much less superior quarterbacks, we were going, oh, wow, they haven't let up a play over 20 yards. Oh, wow. So he's got time to figure this out still. I don't know if it's an every week thing. I think it's going to depend on the quarterback you're playing.
He's not going to have a...
And Sam Darnold's a lot better than he had been. But again, that was the Jets.
This is going to get a lot more... This is going to become a pressure cooker, though, if they have another crappy couple weeks of effort.
But Derek Carr doesn't frighten me. I don't think he's that good. I don't think John Gruden's... I've been on the record. I think John Gruden's the most overrated coach in NFL history.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Most overrated in NFL history.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that might be hot, but he's up there.
Who? I mean, can you think of another overrated coach?
I guess I just never think of
Buddy Ryan.
Well, yeah.
Buddy Ryan's up there, yeah.
Buddy Ryan is.
Sure. But Buddy Ryan is local. Nationally, they don't bring up Buddy Ryan as much as we do here. Nationally, they act like Gruden is this genius because he can count backwards by 3 and he says things like Spider 2Y banana. The guy can't.
Do you
draft
know what
to save
Spider
his life.
2Y banana is?
I think he just throws out fruit and animals, and we just go, "Oh my God, he's a genius." He can't draft at all.
I personally like the grapefruit grizzly bear routes.
That's a good one. Yeah.
How many wins over 500 do you think he is in the NFL
for his career?
Yeah,
7
minimal.
7.
I'll go 10.
Over? No, I'd actually go. He's under.
Okay, he's 114 and 110.
Wow, 4. You were
I was
closest,
guessing
you win.
around that.
Oh,
I didn't think it was very high.
That was after the 19 season too. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
I got to play.
Man, that's not good. Then you're in real
He might
trouble.
only be 2 or 3 over.
Not too much fun.
See what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you know, he took over Dungy's
Well, he gets
squad.
a lot of hype.
Yeah.
He took over
the Monday
Dungy's
Night
squad,
Football coach.
and then he drove it into the ground.
Yeah, and his draft history?
It's horrible.
Woof.
He could have drafted Aaron Rodgers. He took Cadillac Williams. He
Well, I
told
would say-
Aaron
I would-
Rodgers he was going to draft him.
I
He took
would like
Cadillac.
to say, though, he took the same exact guys that Tony Dungy didn't win with, and I love Coach Dungy, and won a championship with them.
He gets credit for that.
He was also facing...
And Tony Dungy, I don't hear anybody calling overrated. Are they?
No.
He couldn't get it done.
Slightly, right?
Gruden got
There's a
it done.
difference. Gruden got it done against his old coach, who literally didn't change one
Was it
game plan
Callahan?
once. Yeah, Bill Callahan.
Bill Callahan.
Didn't change any play whatsoever, and
Right.
Barrett Robbins went MIA in
Tijuana,
Mexico.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, PJ's Happy Hour tomorrow. You don't have to go to Tijuana. Just come over to Cherry Hill and join us at PJ's for Happy Hour.
It's
5
the
to 7
Tijuana
p.m.
of New Jersey, a lot of
It
people
is?
say.
It's a much
Yeah.
classier Tijuana.
Yeah.
It is. In the linchpin, after all the hype and after all the talk, it seems like they blew it.
This is the linchpin.
Can we all just take a collective minute to laugh our asses off at Clutch Management? You've misplayed this so poorly.
I said it all along.
But my point was always both sides lose. Like, there's no winners in this situation. Everybody's going to lose. Ben Simmons is going to end up in Cleveland, Minnesota, or Sacramento, and maybe he's happy after what came out yesterday. One of the excuses they trotted out yesterday was basically that the Sixers were too good, and it stunted Ben's growth.
What?
What the hell are you talking about? But the best part, and the part, Daryl Morey is a savvy mind in the front office. Elton Brand, is probably learning a ton from Daryl Morey and his knowledge of, I'm sure, the CBA and every contract and every situation.
Okay, give it to me.
Clutch Management thought, and this was a thought I read last week, that if Ben Simmons was traded, the team that traded for him could pay him back his fines that he incurred while with Philadelphia. And it wouldn't count against their cap, and it would basically be like, here's your money back. Well, Clutch Management called the NBA league offices and the Players Association yesterday to inquire about this, and oh no, they're wrong.
They didn't read the CBA, which I
Not
don't understand.
well enough. You would think a power company as big as them would have some underlings go through that with a fine-tooth comb. So now Ben Simmons is facing the reality of, oh, I'm actually going to lose a lot of money here. And if you're the Sixers, they just gave you hand back. Not that you want him in the building anymore, because I think the players are done with him, because he turned their back on them. But if you're Daryl Morey and Elton Brand, you can really squeeze them by the short ones on this. And I think the league will have your back on it.
They will.
Because Rich Paul is becoming a problem. Like, this was a calculated plan by them to sign your rookie Supermax extension and then ask out. You can't convince me.
And cause a debacle.
And the NBA wants them to fail at this. And Daryl Morey and Elton Brand might be the executioners. And I love it.
It's funny because I do have a lot of people that ask me, why doesn't the NBA get involved in this? And I just looked at it and said, why would they?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're the NBA and you're watching this play out, you're just saying, okay, good. Spoiled rich guys that sign huge, and I don't mean rich guys, but spoiled guys that sign huge contracts and don't, go to work when they've signed said contract.
With 4 years remaining?
Yeah. If they want to get burned, I'll let that happen. Yeah, I can just see Adam Silver sitting back and saying, okay, this is fun.
Yeah, because when Rich Paul did it with Anthony Davis, he only had 2 years remaining on his deal, and extension talks
and
that looked bad.
It looked
now
terrible.
there's 4 years left, and they're trying to pull this crap.
I can't understand. I honestly, though, and I'm looking here, I'll look right into the YouTube camera and just put my hands in the air. this was always going to end this way. They were always going to look like a-holes, and this was going to be handled poorly.
Well, yeah,
I never saw all this. Well, Clutch is so savvy. Clutch is so smart. They're going to win this thing. They're going to do this. They're going to get their no.
Well, they're going to get
looking
Ben out
like
of
idiots.
Philadelphia.
They're looking like idiots.
Yes,
though.
they will.
They've damaged their brand by the way they've handled this. They have damaged. They're being even their mouthpieces are criticizing them on TV.
Sure, but I don't think it's going to prevent a All-American kid coming out of Kentucky from signing with them. You know what I mean? Like they'll still be fine at the end of the day. They just got
a chance. They had a better chance before.
They got egg on their face. That's for damn sure. The Sixers are still losing this situation.
Pat, fire Clutch. Okay, behind the curtain. Pat hired Clutch to do his next agreement.
Yeah,
I did. Yeah, I was
Pat, fire them.
I was trying to make my way to Ben FM, and I'm still working on it. Those people are still working on getting me over there because they play anything they feel like.
I'll walk you down. I know where it is.
Yeah,
fire them. They're going to screw this up for you.
So, to take people behind the curtain, we have these brainstorms that we have to do for digital, where we get together, and if there's a campaign, you get together, you figure out what the campaign could be for advertising and whatnot.
Okay.
I feel like Clutch Sports is doing this with excuses on why Ben needs to get out of Philly. If you're grasping at straws of the Sixers were too good, and that's why he needs to get out, he can't play with an MVP. Like, you sit back and you go, are you guys listening to yourself? You spent how long with a marketing company, and that's the best you came up with was the Sixers were too good and he can't play with an MVP? At this point, it's laughable.
That's
they've been
pathetic.
They had no good solid plan.
And they're making Ben look awful too.
Ben's doing that.
Well, yeah, he is. But like that excuse, like I don't think that's coming out of Ben's mouth. That's some kind of spit.
Well,
I don't think so.
It's funny. I have a friend who was a Simmons backer, and now he just kind of does it as a joke, I think. But he keeps saying to me, and he'll text me in a minute, I'll say, what has Simmons said? And it's true. He hasn't gone on record and said anything.
I think Clutch is trying to throw every excuse at the wall. And
they are. A part of me is, all right, is Clutch doing this to Simmons because they're fed up with him also? And
they're throwing him to the wolves, or are you saying?
I don't know. I don't know.
The only thing I can come up with that Ben Simmons could somewhat salvage himself would be to fire Clutch management and say, they mishandled me in this situation. I was very unhappy with it. I'm going to return and be the...
He's not welcome here.
I know that, but that's the only hope he's got.
I love the excuse, by the way, of your buddy. What has Ben Simmons said? Like, athletes have this ability. You have a buffer. It's called an agent. It's called a PR person. What has he said? He told his real estate agent, put my house up.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Well, I'll say this. Do you think Ben Simmons is being treated poorly by Clutch management?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, then why hasn't he come out and said anything? Like,
because
that's the weird.
Because he started this whole thing.
If somebody's doing me wrong, I'm fighting for it. Look, it doesn't matter if you're public. You know, do we need to hear something? Does Ben Simmons need to talk to us? No. But I find it real hard as a guy, and somebody's very much doing me wrong, not to come out swinging.
Right.
He doesn't know any better.
And you could possibly.
He doesn't know any better,
right.
and he thinks, and they're probably telling him it'll work.
Oh, no, they told him this would work.
Exactly. So
they convinced him this would. I guarantee you, they convinced him it would work because they had their mouthpieces, their minions out there doing it. So, spreading these words. Remember, there was a very cocky narrative to this when it started, and now they're in backtrack mode. Even Brian Windhorst, they made him take the stairs for 2 weeks at ESPN because of how badly he's handled this.
How's he hanging?
Supposedly not good.
Yeah, they're really
pitting out.
Yeah,
right at the first landing.
An Italian hoagie stench coming from there. They're not looking good in this, Clutch.
No, not
at all.
No,
not looking good.
Honestly, I swear to you, this is the least surprising story of 2021, that this was going to backfire on them and they were going to look like idiots.
I hope the Sixers wait for Portland to suck and go get Dame. I'm not killing the dream yet.
You know what you need to do? You need to study their early season schedule and see if you can see that.
Yeah, it's not a bad note for tomorrow. Let's do that.
To look into that. Remember, join us tomorrow, PJ Willihan's in Cherry Hill from 5 to 7 p.m. Meet us, enjoy happy hour specials, PJ's Wings, and more. Those wings.
I think about them all the time.
Wait.
That is just...
think about them all
now, do you do the naked or do you do naked wings?
I do both.
I like the naked.
He's got a baby coming in any minute, and he goes, I think about their wings all the time.
Okay, you're 5 days out of the baby being born.
According to you, yes. From the door.
Are you starting to go, wait a minute?
Yeah, it's starting to get a little eerie.
Could this happen?
Yeah.
If Sunday, during the Eagles game,
if I'm bolting out of here during postgame. At some point, you're
in the mix of I didn't even see you at postgame.
No.
In my
Sunday
vision.
morning, huh?
So something is, but the baby is born on the 11th.
All right, 10-11. That's
10-11.
an easy one to remember.
10-11. That's what I'm saying. Just telling you.
Any day now.
All right. This formula is not working, and we're not talking about baby formula. It's got to be shaken up. We'll get to it next. Second half of the John Kincade Show comes your way next here on The Fanatic.
Conference Pride. It's on the line this Saturday, and you control the point spread on FanDuel Sportsbook. FanDuel is moving the line 1 point in Penn State's favor for every 500 fans who bet them to cover against Iowa. It's all part of the Spread the Love promotion. The more bets, the better the spread. A few weeks ago when Michigan fans spread the love until they got a sure thing of a 69.5 points, Penn State fans, can you top that? And best of all, your odds are whatever the point spread is at kickoff. You don't have to wait to get in on the action. Plus, FanDuel is super easy to use. If Penn State covers, you'll get paid in as little as 24 hours. New to FanDuel Sportsbook? Well, sign up today with promo code BOB. Also receive a risk-free bet up to $1,000. That's promo code BOB exclusively on FanDuel Sportsbook app. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. Must wager in designated crowdfunding market. Max wager $50. Payout at -110. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show. Wow, getting drunk in the morning on 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Check out Adam Schefter this and every Wednesday at 8:10 a.m. with The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Brought to you by DraftKings, America's top-rated sportsbook app.
Hear that? That's the sound of a family of 4, all working away on their devices. See, with Xfinity Internet, they now get Wi-Fi speed faster than a gig to handle all the homework, work, and streaming they throw at it. So no more arguments over who's hogging the Wi-Fi. Oh, my bad. Xfinity delivers faster Wi-Fi speed to handle a house full of devices. Can your internet do that?
Learn more about Wi-Fi speed faster than a gig and other fast speed options. Get started with Xfinity Internet now for only $29.99 a month with a special 2-year rate guarantee and 1-year agreement. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 10/11/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Pro 200 megabits per second internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig internet and X-Fi gateway. Actual speeds vary.
Have you heard his attack ads? Phil Murphy's lying about me again. I would too if I had his record. I'm Jack Chitterelli. Phil Murphy's failed us at every turn. He told us he wanted to make New Jersey the California of the East Coast. He wasn't kidding. Phil Murphy increased state spending $11 billion. Are you any better off today than you were 4 years ago? Murphy's about to raise taxes on businesses who barely survived his shutdown, and the rest of the country is lapping us in economic recovery. The lines at motor vehicles are a joke. Crime is raging, with murders and gun violence up 40%. And he tried to ban cops from notifying parents if their kids are caught with drugs or alcohol. Who does that? And while New Jersey has the highest property tax in the nation, Phil Murphy says if taxes are your issue, then we're probably not your state? Come on, Phil. With a record like that, no wonder you want to change the subject.
New Jersey can do better. With Jack Chitterelli as governor, we will. Paid for by Chitterelli for Governor, Inc., P.O. Box 427, Somerville, New Jersey.
We've all had that dream. Tie game, bottom of the ninth. Bases loaded. Well, on FanDuel Sportsbook, you get more than one shot to swing for the fences because FanDuel is letting you place your first bet risk-free. That's right. New users get up to $1,000 back in-site credit if your first bet doesn't win. There's a reason FanDuel Sportsbook is the top-ranked sportsbook app on Apple and Google Play. The app is simple to use. They've got great offers on all different betting markets, unique fun bet types like same-game parlay, and always-on promotions to let you get more action out of every game day. And when you win, FanDuel will pay your winnings in as little as 24 hours. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code PLAY to get in on the action. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code PLAY. 21 plus and present in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. First online real money wager only for risk-free bet. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Restrictions apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get in on the action. Well, no more, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide, with plans starting at just $35 a month with no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for only $299.
all on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money, Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required, actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
A deeper connection with water can change your life, and that's what the home's first smart water network does. It turns your everyday routine into a customized experience.
Moen, fill the baby's bottle.
And it can stop a catastrophic leak with a simple water designs our life. Who designs for water? The water. Moen.
Well, one of the questions I get most about Squeeze.com is this: how many days should I juice for? Well, ask yourself, what do you want to accomplish? Do you want to drop some pounds, lose inches, sleep better, feel more energized? Once you set your goals, the number of days you select becomes easier to achieve. 3 days is about the right amount of time for the body to adjust to the cleanse and start to notice significant benefits. So why not give it a shot? Just go to Squeeze.com and order today. That's Squeezed.com.
This Friday.
Where's 007?
The wait is finally over.
So you're not dead. Hello, Q. I missed you.
Critics are calling No Time to Die a masterpiece that will leave you seriously blown away.
I have to finish this.
See it on the biggest screen you can.
Name? Bond. James Bond.
No Time to Die. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Experience it in IMAX everywhere Friday.
To show you how easy it is to file a claim with Geico, we hired a scary movie victim.
Oh no, a tree fell on my car, and there's only one thing to do. Trip over my own feet and pull myself across the lawn while yelling help at a barely audible volume.
Sorry to interrupt, but you filed a claim with Geico, so you've got a designated claims team to help you.
This Geico sounds suspiciously reassuring. Are you sure I don't end up getting surprised with an unexpected twist?
Just that your Geico team will always be there to keep you updated.
No!
What is it?
Oh, nothing. I just didn't see that coming.
Geico. Great service without all the drama.
My first plan to spice up the NFL season was to add man-eating tigers to the game. We lost a lot of great players that day, and that was my bad. Now I'm bringing you the Caesars Sportsbook app. It's got live in-game betting, parlays, and Caesars rewards, people. It's even better than Tiger Ball.
Must be 21. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Coach. No lie, we could all use some extra energy every day, right? You're up early, you go to work, maybe you hit the gym, maybe you're the kid taxi to soccer or football or field hockey at the end of the day. 5-Hour Energy is built to help you through your crazy day and give you the energy that you need when it counts. So yesterday I went up on the 5-Hour Energy website, I ordered a 12-pack, and this morning I did a shot of my favorite peach mango, and also ordered some blue raspberry, and they have the sour apple, which is really good. There are 15 different delicious flavors to choose from, and like I did yesterday, you can go on the 5-Hour Energy website and build your own 12-pack or 24-pack. Start each day like you mean it and pick up a 5-Hour Energy shot at your local grocery or convenience store. 5-Hour Energy, they are everywhere.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
97.5 The Fanatic's Kickoff Cash. Kickoff Cash.
You want to win $500? Text the word cooler to 45911. Everyone in high school was cooler than Pat when he does that crap. Text the word cooler or enter it on the Fanatic mobile app or at 97.5thefanatic.com. One winner selected at random is going to win $500. Everyone that enters on the app or the website, you only got to enter once, and you'll be qualified for a $10,000 grand prize. It's 97.5 The Fanatic's Kickoff Cash. It's presented to you by my guys at H&H Heating and Air Conditioning. They're fast, they're friendly, they're local. And if your brand new house has an HVAC system that's not working after a week, you can just call Delco HVAC. That's what I did, DelcoHVAC.com. Get complete rules for this company-wide contest at 97.5thefanatic.com. And remember, never text and drive. Good luck, everybody. Oh, my gosh. Jamie, put...
I was right. Hang time. They tried to make it surfing. Yeah. Man, this sounds awesome. It was bad, but I watched it.
So they had the same Grant Tinker, I think, told them Saved by the Bell's hot.
Yeah.
Now we need Saved by the Bell on basketball, Saved by the Bell with a bunch of kids and a music group. There was a music group show.
Yeah, I remember the one you're talking about.
And then they did another one. And
Saved by the Bell of college years. I mean, they milked that thing for all it was worth. They tried a new generation of Saved by the Bell, too. And now Saved by the Bell's back on Peacock.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it does well, too.
It does well?
Yeah.
Is it their kids?
I think somebody's a teacher at the school?
Yeah, AC Slater's the gym teacher. Mark Paul Gosselaar, I think,
Isn't
is
he like the
senator
or something?
Yeah, his kid goes there.
Okay, I saw the promo for this because Mario does one of the afternoon shows like Extra
Entertainment
or something like that.
Extra.
And he had on Mark Paul Gosselaar. And they were talking about like
Preppy?
this show.
He had on Preppy? That's a
what he
reference
called
on the
him.
show. That's what he called him in the show.
Come on, John.
I didn't watch Saved by the Bell.
Shows growing up.
Sorry.
Saved by the Bell was awesome. How dare you?
No, it's supposed the numbers on Saved by the Bell are very impressive.
Saved by the Bell taught me that caffeine pills are nothing to mess
But
with.
that's where I didn't get. I thought she had done coke or something.
No.
She was
and then
so
you said it
excited.
was caffeine.
Well, I think that was the bigger picture.
Originally, it was supposed to be coke.
I was going to say, wait, because every time I've seen that, it's Elizabeth Berkley
I'm
from,
so excited.
from Showgirls.
I'm so excited.
I'm so
scared.
excited.
But she was the nerd in the show. She couldn't jump right into coke. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to start with a gateway.
She wasn't
drug,
even smoking weed. Like
She became a stripper a couple years later.
that's a good point.
What happened to the brunette that went on to 90210?
Kelly Kapowski?
Oh God,
She went on to 90210.
Yeah,
she's my first
gorgeous.
love.
You love her?
I think she's relegated to like Hallmark Channel
Now,
now.
Vanessa Marcel went on to 90210 and sent the subliminal message to me.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen, by the way.
Yeah.
What's
Her name was Kincade on the show.
Panthers
Gina
are good
Kincade.
defense.
Listen to Bob.
Oh God, Bob, just go away.
It's unbelievable. Now, here's something you want going away.
Anytime.
You remember what October baseball?
want going away.
You remember what October baseball felt like?
No.
It's been a while.
A long while.
A decade ago was a very fateful time in the franchise history of the Phillies here. That 2011 team, just quickly from every one of you, best Phillies team in the run?
Yeah, probably, yes.
Yeah, I guess.
Better than 2008.
I know, but like Ryan Howard and Chase and those guys weren't as good.
They won 102 games. They were the
I
best.
know,
Yes.
they're the best. Yeah,
Okay.
it's fine. I'm not going to fight.
People have argued that they're the best team. The way that season ended, though, with Ryan Howard lying in a crumpled pile at home plate,
I was there on the third base line. I'll never forget it.
was absolutely, to me, heartbreaking. It was a black cat moment. Now that you look back on the franchise, and they can't seem to shake it off. You can't snap your fingers and fast forward to a run like you had from 2007 to 2011 that was just exceptional. So what do? I think there are only two options for this long, cold winter ahead. You can try to move critical pieces. I mean, some of your bigger name guys. I'm not talking Harper, but bigger name guys, and remake the DNA of this roster, which I think is flawed. I don't think there's a sense of urgency, and I don't think it's a winning mix. Or you can go against Bryce Harper's advice and use free agency to go out there and inject talent into this roster. There's money coming off the books, but there's other money you got to spend. So which is it, boys? And if you have a third option, I'd love to hear what it is, because a tweak isn't going to keep you in nosebleed distance of the Braves. This was the year you had the chance to jump the Braves, and you didn't do it when everything went against them. Which option do you want? Do you want the be aggressive, sell off Aaron Nola? Maybe sell a JT Realmuto? Start redoing the minor league system, which is what Bryce Harper says you need to do. Or do you say, no, we're going to roll this back and keep these guys and we're going to go out and spend in free agency, which is what Bryce Harper tells you not to do?
I'm not selling Aaron Nola and the likes of the guys you said to shore up my farm system. I don't think. Farm system has to come with draft picks. I mean, it rarely works out for the Phillies that you trade and you bring in guys that you're going to grow. They don't grow guys well.
You can't trade for a draft pick in baseball, I don't think.
So, yeah, I'm not doing prospect stuff.
You can acquire a draft pick if a guy is if he's a free agent.
Right, if he's a free agent.
Dubbed his watch and he signs with another team.
All right, so I'm getting rid of the Drek, which is left field, center field, shortstop. and I'm buying. Look, you might have 4 pretty good pitchers next year to start your staff. You may have a closer that you can stick with for another year. You hope you have an MVP-type player. You hope that this was an anomaly for JT Realmuto, that he really is a pretty decent player. I fill the pieces around. That's what I would do.
They don't have many options. They have to go over the luxury tax for the first time in the organization's history if they want to try and compete for the division. Because
or you can dump salary. And then, acquire players.
Yeah, that can be part of it.
You don't have to go over the salary
They
cap.
need a change, but they're most likely going to have to at least come close or contemplate going over it because they're between a rock and a hard place. The minor league system under Dombrowski hasn't been changed nearly enough. I mean, that's
just started with him.
Yeah, that's a 4 or 5 year process. Unfortunately, Klentak wet the bed on that one. So now you're kind of stuck. You have to spend.
Where you going, Pat?
They do have to spend. I don't think they need to spend at all the positions that they have holes for. So, like, for example, you need 2 outfielders. Buy one, but let one of the younger guys come in and just get his feet wet and sink or swim. You know, they tried that this past year. It didn't really work, but they have younger outfielders in the system that they could plug in there. A shortstop is tough because he's owed so much money. I'd like to move on from him, too. But
only $14 million. You can bench him.
For me, it's really the pitching. It's getting Aaron Nola right because you can't go into next year. You're not going to win anything.
You're trusting him.
With bullpen games, your 5th starter, and Aaron Nola pitching the way he
Can't
did.
do it.
Well, Ranger Suarez is at least a huge bright spot.
Yeah, and
It's
Zach
a nice
Eflin will
bright
be
spot.
back.
Hey, Martin Law is the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. We get news out of the NFL today. Stephon Gilmore is being released by the Patriots. Stephon Gilmore, the name is going to have, like, yesterday, Jalen Smith is being released, and everyone's like, oh, Eagles Twitter, which it's just like, yo, you got to get Jalen Smith.
This
You got to
happens
go do
with
it. Got to
any
go do
player
it.
ever
Got to go
released
get
ever.
him. And I texted a trusted NFL insider, and he sent me 4 skull and crossbones. That was his only response.
I talked to somebody that's a Cowboys fan, and they were like, "Oh yeah, he's cooked." And I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
but there's something. I think there's something else.
Maybe.
Yeah,
He's
owed a lot of money.
I mean, it is a lot of money that they're getting rid of. That was a horrible injury he sustained. It's a shame. That kid was
he was a
so
stud
much
in
fun
college.
to watch.
It was 4 skull and crossbones, so I don't know if that. But just I think that means danger.
Yeah.
Like stay away.
Yeah, and
But-
Gilmore, if I had to bet money, will be in Kansas City or Tampa Bay by the end of the week. He's still going to get paid. He can come off in 2 weeks of the PUP list. Apparently, it was financial up there.
He goes and plays with Tom Brady.
Yeah,
and helps their
he'll
secondary.
go chase a ring now.
There you go. Hey, if you're watching, why do Patriots players have to chase rings? If you're watching the games with some friends this week, go score some Primo Hoagies. Do it in style. Order online at PrimoHoagies.com. It's not just a hoagie, it's a Primo. And if you do work for Jamie Lynch, he'll bring you a Primo. He will actually bring you a Primo. I did not bring a Primo for Tazo yesterday. I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have known what to order.
Well, this
Tazo.
isn't an official, like, it's my buddy that's incredibly handy, so.
It wasn't a work
I
date.
just pay him, yeah.
It wasn't any kind of work
I was
date or
going to
something.
Primo's. I wasn't going to come home with a hoagie and eat it in his face.
No.
So what do you want?
Did you get chips too?
I had chips at home.
You had chips at home? What
Yeah.
kind of chips?
The crinkle cut sea salt Cape Cod Johns.
Ooh, those are good.
They are delicious.
They'll put hair on his chest.
Skim on
Jamie,
anything.
you're
The,
getting
the crinkle waffle cut ones. They're top of the game. Top of the game.
He gets orgasmic over
Top
food.
3
It
chip.
is. It's incredible.
Top
Here-
3 chip.
The love he has for food.
I hope he has as much love for this next baby coming as he has for his food.
Well, we'll be down in the city, so I get to go back to some of my favorite spots. So I'll get food at the house and bring it to the hospital.
Will you?
Like that's what you're thinking of about this.
She's not going to be out for eating. She's not going to be up for eating all that foodie stuff, is she?
No, but like an Italian hoagie, she hasn't had a lot of cured meats. So
You're going to bring that into the room and
Oh, I'm
smell up the whole hospital?
damn right I am. I'm going to Cosme's Deli and getting myself
Are you
an
sleeping
Italian.
at the hospital?
One night. I think
first
that's-
night the baby's
Yeah, the
born.
second night I'll probably go home and try and get a little shut eye.
Oh yeah, I never slept at the hospital with my kids.
It's awful. They do. Those couches are
terrible.
brutal.
Neither did
Yeah.
I.
Yeah.
They're
I
terrible.
mean, what can you really do? You just
Well, Pat, they could have pulled a drawer open.
they
I
did.
mean, and put the baby
They
in
did.
one and
Like
you in
the
the other.
Seinfeld episode.
Jack in the one, you in the other. They could have taken the sock drawer for Jack. and giving him a nice spot.
Wow, Pat, I got
to save money. That's exactly what we did. I wasn't full time yet. I couldn't afford the futon.
Nice armoire.
You kidding me?
Beers with Bob, pre-baby edition. Bob, you're not having a baby in your house, but it's
Not
live
unless
tonight,
Jamie
right?
comes over to visit.
It's live tonight, right?
Yeah, 6 to 7. We're down at Live Casino and Hotel down in South Philadelphia. Andrew and I we'll be there around 5 o'clock. So if you want to stop by, come on down and say hi, and we'll have a fun time. We always do down there.
I like it that the gentleman says today that Jamie has talked about the baby coming 3 times. Every time the story has turned to food. Every time he says the story turns to something about food.
With a baby comes great food, right? Isn't that something saying?
Little
Little
Primo Lynch coming next week. We now go to the Comcast Business Hotline. Every day in business is a big day. Let Comcast Business keep you ready for what's next. It has been a firestorm week here in Philadelphia for Jonathan Gannon, Adam Schefter. I hitched my wagon early to Jonathan, and the bromance is officially on hold. I'm not dumping him, but I'm sort of ghosting him this week. I haven't DM'd him. I'm just ghosting him a little bit. I want to see improvement. What's the word on Gannon?
Well, Eric, John, you love these guys.
Who's Eric?
John, you love these guys. You were telling me how great the staff was. Eric, your boss was in my head because I was texting with him before. But didn't you tell me how much you love the staff, John?
I
you
did.
Love these guys.
I
The
really
energy
did.
They brought the intelligence.
There you go.
Well, listen, and I had a lot of faith. I put New York food behind them. So there we go. And they're failing me and helping you, but they're failing you and. There's a lot of ways to look at this.
Yep.
I think Jonathan Gannon is a guy that has an excellent reputation around the league. He's a guy that I think is going to be a head coach at some point, and there are going to be some bumps and learning curves along the way. And obviously, people in Philly not happy right now, but it'll work out.
You got a lot more confidence than I do.
Yeah, you got 2 cornerbacks, a position that you have a linebacker and a cornerback now with Gilmore and Jones being released recently. Shefty, do you know anything about what happened with Jones in Dallas? Was it something more than the injury? Smith, I'm sorry, what am I saying? Jones. With Smith in Dallas, do you know anything more that it was than the injury? Jalen Smith?
Yeah. Well, we got a couple of big moves that were made in the NFL within the last 12 or so hours. You have the Cowboys releasing Jalen Smith, the former Pro Bowl linebacker, last night. And then this morning, the New England Patriots releasing Stephon Gilmore, the former Defensive Player of the Year. And so 2 big moves, and I think both have enormous financial implications. The Dallas Cowboys really, I don't think, were willing to put themselves out there when Jalen Smith was due $7.2 million guaranteed if he got hurt for next year.
Mm-hmm.
They saw the way he was playing and didn't want to be on the hook for that at all. And so rather than put themselves at risk, they decided to release him last night. And they tried to trade him for weeks. They tried to offer to pay some of his salary to other teams. And nobody really was interested. Nobody bit. And so they said, okay, well, not going to get anything back from him, not going to find a team that's willing to pay. Let's just move on. And then this morning, the New England Patriots, who were about $54,000 under the salary cap, they needed to free up cap space. And so they went ahead and released the former NFL Defensive Player of the Year, Stephon Gilmore, a 4-time Pro Bowl cornerback who was eligible to come off the PUP list in Week 6. And so 2 names out there that I don't think a lot of people were expecting to see. Nobody thought Dallas was moving on Jalen Smith. Nobody thought the Patriots were moving on from Stephon Gilmore. And here it is this morning that's exactly what happens.
Adam, do you now, with these 2 and kind of Carson Wentz being the largest dead cap number in history, do you see this as a new norm in the league now where teams are willing to incur a short-term dead cap hit to walk away from players for the long-term benefit? Because it seems like it's increasing a lot over the last 2 or 3 years. Is this to be more expected in today's NFL?
Well, I don't know that it's more expected. It's that, the cap goes up every year, and so there's more and more room. Now, there's more and more players to sign. They get larger money, of course. All those things are in play. But the fact of the matter is I think teams always have been willing to eat contracts when they need to. And it's just in this day and age maybe that there's more attention on it. 10 years ago, teams did the same thing. There were teams that had dead cap money. Maybe the numbers weren't as large. Maybe the attention wasn't as great. But this has gone on through time. And so we're seeing some big names now. You mentioned Carson Wentz from this offseason, which was a huge number to eat at that point in time. The Dallas Cowboys eating money. The New England Patriots here. They didn't really owe Stephon Gilmore anything. He's in the last year of his contract. And so it was a situation where they needed to get his money to free up cap space to sign guys like Jamie Collins and move on.
Do you know that, Adam, the quarterback who has the most on their plate that directly is handling most plays in the entire NFL is Jalen Hurts? 76% of the snaps that the Eagles have had on offense, he has either passed or rushed. That's the largest percentage in the NFL. Tom Brady, 73%. No one else in the 70s. Lamar Jackson, 66%. Aaron Rodgers, 56%. The MVP candidate in Arizona at 61%. And Jalen Hurts is being asked 76%. I consider it malpractice. I really do. That they're not running the ball more or at least putting in more set plays so they actually stay committed to the run, because for the third consecutive week, the coaches told us we need to run the ball more. Yeah, I got to be better at that. Well,
they're not getting much of a run game. And
they're not trying it.
That is tough on the court. Yeah, no. They're moving the ball in different ways. It is different. It's got to put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. But, I don't know what to say about it. I thought for sure, this past Sunday, coming off the week that they had, the week before against Dallas, when they never ran, they're going to run the ball down the Chiefs' throats. They're going to try to control the ball, control the clock all day. So much so that I played Miles Sanders and Kenneth Gainwell on my fantasy football team. I played them both.
Oh my gosh!
Last weekend, because I thought we're going to see Eagles running backs like crazy. We're just going to see them try to run the ball as much as they, and they didn't do that. I was surprised. And so, at some point they have to get back to that for the balance of the team, for the sanity of everybody else, for the sake of their quarterback, and they just haven't done it yet.
Shefty, I'm not.
It's weird.
I'm not this, referee stink kind of guy. I'm really not. And in the NBA, I have many friends that are refs, but I know there's points of interest, and I know there's things that they look to try to do. To me, it just seems like the players don't know really how to play on what they're going to call now. Is this something that's being talked about around the league at all?
Players don't know. I'm confused about it. What do you mean?
Well, Bosa comes out and says they don't even know what they're going to call. They don't know how. My biggest thing is when players don't know how to play the game because they don't know how it's going to be called, the product dips a little bit. Are you getting word about that kind of around the league?
I've not heard any of that. No, I can't say I have. I just think the game's evolving, and that's sort of how it's going. Maybe that's the direction it's going. But I have not heard any players complain about that. No, Bob.
Okay.
Hopefully it's going to get a little better with Matt Rule and the trip to Carolina this week, and do you believe that you would, if the Eagles continue to lose, they'd look to maybe dump some players, dump some salary, pick up some more draft picks for what's going to be an important offseason?
If they continue to lose,
let's say they're 1-6.
If they're 1-6, yes, I would think that would make sense. And like I said, we've always talked about how they're aggressive, and they're aggressive to try to win. But I would think that they would be aggressive to try to turn it around too. They're always going to be aggressive. And if you're 1-6, what are they? They're 1-3 right now.
They're 1-3. Carolina. Big one there.
3.
Tampa Bay, Vegas on the road.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not getting any easier.
Well, yeah, if they were 1-6, and that would bring us up to the trade deadline.
Correct.
I think is November 2nd, November 3rd, right around there. So it's 3 games left before the deadline, right?
Yep. Fire sale.
At 1-6,
there you go.
I don't know, but yeah, they're sellers. Yeah, there's at 1-6. At 1-6, they're sellers, and John's laughing, and he's sitting back with his feet up.
I don't want to laugh. I'm not laughing Sundays. I'm ready to eat, though. There you go, buddy.
Levine.
Yeah,
Levine cookies. Yeah, well, I'm getting hungry. That's
I'm hungry.
right?
Adam, great job, buddy. We'll talk to you next week. Adam, brought to us by Jamie.
Our friends at DraftKings Sportsbook. Download America's top-rated sportsbook app.
Want to remind you that Safe Auto offers Pennsylvania State minimum car insurance for less than 70 cents a day. Visit safeauto.com or call 1-800-SAFE-AUTO. Play it safe. Safe Auto. The fire sale would happen then. They dump.
That was going to be my next question.
They dump anybody that they could.
Yeah, I think they will.
Which should be good, and that would be definitely needed.
Does anybody want to take on that money?
There is a Flyer trivia as it gets you closer to getting that Flyers jersey.
This is where we say the guy's name, right?
Hour. No, it's
Lassie
not that
Kukkonen.
one. It's not. And I have my
Shel
drive.
Samuelson.
I have a drive around the league where I got a homework assignment for Jamie, and I'm going to give it to him, and it's going to raise his eyebrows, sort of. John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic. Are you looking for a way to race in the upcoming Broad Street run? I got a great idea for you. Join the American Association for Cancer Research Runners for Research team and help the American Association for Cancer Research raise $250,000 to support life-saving cancer research. Now, look, as a two-time cancer survivor, I know that when you fund cancer research with your generosity, every dollar counts. That's why they're the official charity of the show. But registration for the race weekend is now open, and the AACR is your ticket into the event. Plus, you can get some really cool race swag just for joining their team. You can run in memory of a loved one or in honor of someone in your life who's fighting cancer now. Go to runners@aacr.org. Send an email, runners@aacr.org. And if you're already registered for the race, but you want to join the Runners for Research team, you can convert your entry and set up a fundraising page. For more information, email the AACR at runners@aacr.org. That's runners@aacr.org. If running's not your thing, just make a donation at philadelphiamarathon.com/donate. Because cancer research saves lives.
The John Kincade Show.
Sir, one more outburst, I will strangle you with my microphone wire. You understand me?
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Check out Beers with Bob tonight starting at 6 from Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia, located in the heart of South Philly. Game on. Bob Cooney and Andrew Salchunas go around the league. Plus, touch on all the betting lines you need to know. Beers with Bob, presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. Tonight starting at 6 from Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia and on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, has a Week 5 offer every football fan should jump on. I'm Adam Schefter, and new customers can bet just $1 on any NFL game and win $100 in free bets if either team scores a point. The last 0-0 tie in the NFL was 1943, so I'd say this is a no-brainer. DraftKings customers can also get skin in the game with new same-game parlays. Combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code FANATIC. Bet just $1 on any NFL game and win $100 in free bets if either team scores a point. That's code FANATIC this week at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. In partnership with Mineral Racetrack and Casino. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Men, it's summertime, and if you're like many men today, you have been cooped up, maybe put on a few pounds, and probably haven't been getting the exercise you need. But if you're feeling sluggish and just don't have that youthful energy anymore, you very well may have low testosterone. Low T causes many issues: reduced libido, low energy, bad sleep patterns, problems with muscle gain, and more. If this is you, it's probably time to get treated for low T. This is Dr. Avidan Appel from Iron Mountain Men's Health. At Iron Mountain Men's Health, we treat men every day for low T. We see them put on muscle, add to their energy, improve their sex lives, get better sleep, and just feel better. You will see positive results in just a few weeks. So make your appointment today with me, Dr. Avidan Appel, and see if testosterone therapy can change your life. Visit us online at ironmountainmenshealth.com. That's ironmountainmenshealth.com. Iron Mountain Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get in on the action. Well, no more, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide, with plans starting at just $35 a month with no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for only $299, all on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
For the ones going above and beyond. For the ones reaching out, helping out, and lending a hand. For the ones people count on. You can count on Grainger. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. Backed by 24/7 customer support and specialists to help with hard-to-find products. Because you've got everyone's back. We've got yours. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Pro football season's here, and pro roofers save valuable time with Beacon Pro Plus. Beacon Pro Plus works 24/7 for material ordering, order history, and automated promotion tracking, so you can get your favorite GAF roofing products even when working remotely. And now, order on Beacon Pro Plus and get a $175 gift card and a chance for a VIP pro football getaway. Gear up and raise your game with Beacon Pro Plus today. Build, score, and win at BECN.com.
Philadelphia's hometown sportsbook. Bet Rivers is the official sports betting partner of the Philadelphia Flyers. All season long, make your hockey bets with a trusted local team at Bet Rivers Sportsbook. Get started today with a special offer. Use the code 250MATCH to get up to $250 in bonus money on your first deposit. Whether you watch the Flyers game at home or at the Bet Rivers Sportsbook at Rivers Casino Philadelphia, bet with a winner at BetRivers.com. Presented by Rivers Casino Pittsburgh. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
In business, days don't just come and go. Every day counts. Whatever your day brings, with Comcast Business, you'll have the solutions you need to make the most of it. Like the power of the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses, the freedom to control your network from anywhere, and advanced cybersecurity to help protect every device on it. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary. Call for details.
Now is the best time to start working at Amazon. They are offering sign-on bonuses up to $3,000 and hourly pay up to $22 per hour. You'll bring home a great weekly paycheck, and many jobs come with benefits that start on your first day. That's higher pay, sign-on bonuses, benefits day one. And you'll be part of a safe and inclusive workplace ranked among the best in the world. Go to Amazon.com/apply to start your job search today. Amazon is proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
You've trained for this all year. Endless hours of cardio, conditioning, and weights. And now you are ready. Ready to trek back to your seat from the concession stand. Through the lines, lost fans, and that mascot who wants you to do a little dancey dance. All without spilling a drop of your ice-cold Bud Light. Welcome back to football, sports fans.
Conference Pride, it's on the line this Saturday, and you control the point spread on FanDuel Sportsbook. FanDuel is moving the line 1 point in Penn State's favor for every 500 fans who bet them to cover against Iowa. It's all part of the Spread the Love promotion. The more bets, the better the spread. A few weeks ago, when Michigan fans spread the love until they got a sure thing of 69.5 points, unbelievable. Penn State fans, can you top that? And best of all, your odds are whatever the point spread is at kickoff. You don't have to wait to get in on the action. Plus, FanDuel is super easy to use, and if Penn State covers, you'll get paid in as little as 24 hours. New to FanDuel Sportsbook? Well, then sign up with promo code Bob to also receive a risk-free bet up to $1,000. That's promo code Bob exclusively on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. 21 and older and present in Pennsylvania. Must wager in designated crowdfunding market. Max wager $50. Payout at -110. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Sorry, this is your life right now. Listening to me on the radio.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Thanks for joining the John Kincade Show. 5 days a week with you here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Appreciate you being a part of things. Tell your family, tell your friends. We got to name that flyer clue for you.
Terry Crisp.
What's his name?
Kyle Calder.
Tim Carr.
Rick Tocchet.
No, he's retired. He's a coach.
He doesn't play here anymore.
Simon. No, he's a broadcaster now.
He was a
Isn't
coach.
He? Yeah.
No, I don't know hockey.
This flyer scored his first career hat trick versus the Penguins in 2021.
Ed Van Imp.
Ed Van Imp.
Boom. Give me the jersey.
Bobby Taylor.
He's a cornerback, you nerd.
No, he was a great backup goalie.
Notre Dame.
With a porn star mustache.
Cornerback with Troy Vincent.
He was the best, man. Absolutely the best. There you go. Keep listening, and there'll be one more clue next hour. If that clue didn't give it away, if that clue didn't just solve it.
Yeah.
I just gave the clue to you. This flyer scored his first career hat trick versus the Penguins in 2021. Now, you, as Mike Francesa, the legend of sports radio, would say, go to the Google machine and look at it and try to figure it out. All right, it's time to do an inaugural drive around the league for the first time.
Or is it?
It really is.
We just don't know.
I just have to push the right button.
Dun, dun, dun.
I got to push the right button. Let me see.
Now, let's take a drive around the league with John Kincade.
Presented by Tire Tech USA. $50 alignments, dealer quality service at a fraction of the cost.
Strap in. Here's John.
Okay. Jamie Lynch quizzed me the other day.
Oh.
Because he was looking strange at me about the fact that teams being in shotgun from the 1 yard line. Snaps in 2020 season from the 1 yard line. What percentage of quarterbacks were in the shotgun? First and goal from the 1.
I thought our conversation was more about just general shotgun.
Yeah,
from the 1 yard line.
First and goal from the 1.
Shotgun, I'd put it at 22%.
Oh,
maybe
wow.
17.
Oh, wow. No, way off.
Really?
At the 1?
First and goal from the 1. I'm being specific.
I'll say about 6%.
Wow, you're way off. Both of you are way off, and I was shocked by this number.
I thought it was going to be low.
Oh, no. How about like 31%?
Oh, okay.
First and goal. What does it go to at second and goal from the 1? What does 31 go to?
Probably decreases at this point, right? So I'll go with my original guess, 22?
I say it goes...
There you go, 18. I didn't want to do too much of the guessing. And it gets down to 11.
Okay, that kind of makes sense.
Then it gets down to 6.
For what, third and fourth?
Fourth, yes.
Fourth.
So the Nick Sirianni, and he did it on Sunday, he had Jalen Hurts under center in short yardage plays. Your short yardage play success rate. This is a good one, too, and I'm stealing this from one of the websites. This is from a piece on, I got to grab it for you here, who I stole it from. The success rate on 3rd and 3 in shotgun or under center. Which is the higher percentage rate? Success.
Under center.
It was 3rd and what?
3rd and 3. Higher success rate. 2020 season, complete season last year. What's more successful?
Under center. Reluctantly.
I would want to say under center, but a lot of teams play shotgun.
I think shotgun is the answer.
And guess what? I was wrong. Shotgun is the answer.
Yeah.
3rd and 3 teams were more successful by 13% conversion rate.
I think the thinking is you're not turning your back to the defense.
So it worked on 3rd and 3.
Yeah.
3rd and 1, 4th and 1, being under center is absolutely the way to go. Success rate more than double.
4th and 1?
3rd and 1, 4th and 1, being under center, you are twice as likely to convert.
That makes sense.
So it's just some of these numbers to be able to use that. Did you see the story with last year Matt Stafford forced his way out of Detroit? He said it's time to go. I got to get out of here. Move.
Cabo suntanning with McVay.
Okay. Well, now the story comes from the Washington Times that Matt Ryan is looking to have a Matthew Stafford summer. And they're best friends, by the way.
Who's he sunbathing with?
They're best of friends. Matt Stafford and Matt Ryan, their families live around 2 miles apart in suburban Atlanta. Their families hang out together. They're very, very tight. Matt Ryan, so the story comes out that Matt Ryan wants to force his way out of Atlanta and be the new Matt Stafford next year. Matt Ryan's wife, Sarah, ex-college athlete at Boston College and executive with the Atlanta Dream, the NBA team. She says, tweets at the Washington Times and the reporter, and I think your source is full of sheesh. And she didn't spell it incorrectly. Wow. I don't give a shit. Completely false. And then Matt, who never addresses these things, came out and said, completely false. Mm-hmm. I want nothing about leaving. I'm here, and I want to stay here. There will be no summer of Stafford.
He's getting paid like $42 million.
Yeah, exactly. He's not looking to be. He's not looking to be moved at this point. He's not looking to be moved at this point. Did you see? This was a great one. I saw this out of the LA Times. They put people to a meter, a little round dial, and you sat and watched NFL games. And you said you dialed it up when you were anxious, when you were excited. You dialed it down when you were not. Okay, so they're gauging fans.
Wow, okay.
Like their interest. So if you're into it, if you're feeling really into it, if you're feeling really nervous, you dial it up. Really jacked up, you dial it up. They did the same study in 2010. They did the same study in 2015. NFL fans are much less jazzed during a game in 2020 than they were in 2015. And in 2015, they were less than they were in 2020. They say fans are more chill.
Weed's legal in a lot of states now.
Do you believe fans are more chill today? It's like 2020, the jazzed up moments. They're calling them jazzed up moments. You were jazzed up 42% of the time in 2020. In 2015, the exact same study said that people were jazzed up 35% of the time. 45% of the time. And in 2010, they were jazzed up close to 60% of the time.
I just think people have more going on maybe now.
I think it's the phone.
It is the phone. It's all the electronics.
I think people are watching their phones and not watching the game.
Well, there's only
It's
only 13 minutes of action in a 3.5 hour window.
So they're sitting there on the phone, twirling through Instagram.
I love Twitter during an Eagles game.
Pat, I was shocked by that number.
Yeah, it's surprising, but I think you might have some. You might be onto something. You might be onto something with the phones.
With the phones, like people are distracted watching games.
Yeah, I just think there's so many other avenues that people are going down now that the one sitting and watching a football game and having tunnel vision on that is not a thing that's ever going to happen again.
Where can you get the best value on StubHub? Top 3 markets in the 2020 season as a whole for buying tickets. Where can you get the best value? Meaning you can buy the seat cheaper than what it would cost you if you had bought the ticket at face value.
Oh, Jacksonville, Cincy, and Detroit.
Washington's got to be one.
Washington, yeah, that's a good one.
Pat brought that up before. Washington's one of the teams.
Jamie said
Jacksonville's not.
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati's not.
Detroit. Houston.
The number one. Pat, where'd you pull that one from?
I was trying to think of
the Chargers.
I was trying to think of markets that
the Chargers
fans don't care.
Chargers was number
I
one.
still don't know why the hell they'd moved to LA.
By the way, Chargers number 1. Rams were number 3.
Wow, I mean, fans don't care.
Yeah.
Rams, but the thing is that the Rams get a good crowd, though. The Rams get a good pro-Rams crowd.
It's all out-of-towners.
Could be. Good travel spot and everything.
Yeah. They're a fun team to watch.
Not Jacksonville, though. Washington was 2. Hey, Tire Tech USA. They'll take care of you with $50 alignments, dealer quality service at a fraction of the cost. We welcome Tire Tech USA into the John Kincade Show family. So I figured I'd find some odd NFL stories.
So did the shotgun stats sway you at all?
They made me think. In fact, let's put it this way. When I heard you speak about it, I thought you were completely off base. The stats show me that though it absolutely is more successful when you think my way, a lot of bright offensive minds in the NFL don't agree. It shocked me.
I think there's been a big culture change the last 4 or 5 years.
Because I went looking for it to prove your ass wrong.
Right. Yeah.
And I wasn't. And I was the one who was more wrong. Like as far as what the numbers are and the trends are.
That's why our debates are great.
Now the success, though, still says listen to
Hey,
John.
look, if you want to go under center, 3rd and 4th and 1 every time, I
say 2nd and 1. I think every time you're 1 yard
for it.
Do it.
As a quarterback sneak Jalen Hurts a couple times, please. I'd love to see it.
By the way, it worked on Sunday twice.
Yeah, it works every time.
Twice.
If they would have done that
against
4 or 5 more times
against
this
San
season,
Fran, they would have done it.
They could have another win.
They would have won against San Fran. They would have been up 14-0 against San Fran, eventually.
Yeah, the Eagles wide receivers really got to stay in bounds.
I think that you stick with things that work. You stick with things that are smart. You make great decisions. Or sometimes, like me, you make a decision and you say, let's give a segment to Pat.
With or without. Either way, it's time for Pat's Takes.
I can't sell you any harder than that, Pat.
Hello. Thank you for that.
Hello.
I appreciate it.
Hello, brother.
Urban Meyer. I don't know if you guys have heard of this guy. Urban.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's currently the butt of jokes right now around the league after the coach told the team, hey, you guys go ahead. I'll catch up.
It's an unbelievable story.
The coach headed to Ohio to party it up like he's Thornton Mellon. He headed to a college bar where his 401k and his credit score was turning on a lot of co-eds. Videos started making the rounds on the internet of one particular female who was twerking all up on the Jags coach, and the Jags coach was not opposed to it at all. Video has caused a lot of bad PR for the Jaguars, and it forced Meyer to apologize for this harlequin dancing up on him. But turns out Meyer knows exactly what he's doing, because Meyer wants out, but the Jaguars don't have a Lombardi trophy that he can take to the parking lot and destroy. So he's trying to get fired, and he figured maybe having Madeline, the 22-year-old econ major, all up on him was probably the best way to go out. How do I know this, you ask? Well, it's because Meyer told you so last year when Meyer was a football analyst for Fox. He gave us 3 examples for a struggling team. The first one, trust issues, which his wife definitely has now. The second one, a dysfunctional environment, usually caused when your coach tries to pick up your younger sister at a bar a few days after you lost your 4th game. And the third one is selfishness, as in your head coach not inviting anyone else from the team to come along. Despite Meyer's best efforts to get the hell out of Jacksonville, the Jaguars owner did not fire him, issuing him a statement condemning his actions, but saying that Meyer will learn from this. Meyer's response? That's not true! Yeah, so it's back to the drawing board for Urban Meyer on his quest to join the likes of Jack Del Rio, Tom Coughlin, and Doug Marrone as being introduced as former Jaguars head coaches. Silence. Thank you very much. We will move
what
on.
I'm going to say is no. I think he's an embarrassing. I think he's an embarrassing individual. I think he's an embarrassing man. I have been in his presence. I've interviewed him many times. I don't like him.
I think
I do not like him.
I think he's taking the horny self-sabotage so they fire him so he doesn't have to quit.
I'm telling you that.
I really think that.
I think
he wants out, and he's running for the hills.
Absolutely.
I think his marriage is in jeopardy.
Oh, probably.
And I don't think he'd do that.
Do you want to revisit the USC conversation we had a couple weeks ago?
No, but I don't think that's what it. I think he's.
I think he's a coward and he wants out. He knows he's overmatched.
I think he was drunk.
He lost. Oh, he was hammered. He was liquor drunk.
So I don't believe this was a plan. He was drunk.
Out with his sleazy nightclub buddy.
By the way, Hoyt and Los, my old producers.
Yeah.
Their show uncovered the woman's identity yesterday, and revealed it. It
wasn't Madeline, the 22-year-old econ major?
She's 26, and here's the thing. Here's the problem for Urban Meyer. She did a video shoot. She's the marketing video production director for that restaurant.
Yikes.
Her name is like Nebraska something, or she's got some crazy name.
I've seen her on
sounds like a stripper.
LobsterTube.com.
Well,
yes.
Sounds like a stripper name.
Nebraska
And
loves a lot.
She does the marketing and PR and advertising for that place, and Urban and her have met at least once previously documented.
He's not going to make it the year.
Doesn't look good.
He's done down there.
Done. And he's not coming out even acting like he wants to.
No, he wants to be fired. Chris Long, I thought, had a great tweet yesterday. He said, if I'm a veteran player in that locker room, I just became my own boss.
Yeah.
Like, it's done. It's over. He lost that team. He lost the locker room. He's cooked.
Imagine him walking in on a Sunday and one of the players going, "Hey, coach, see the Nebraska game?" That's probably what
She's like
you
that. She's got some name like that. It's like,
I would have had horny bonk memes all over that locker room, plastered on the walls.
All right.
Well, they laughed at him yesterday when he finished the speech.
Yeah.
They reportedly laughed.
That's awesome.
Out loud.
What a coward.
All right, we'll move on from Urban to selling stuff. You've got something sitting around in your house, just collecting dust. You want to get rid of it, so what do? Well, in this day and age, you have loads of options like eBay or Facebook Marketplace, and all you have to do is just take a photo of the item, post it, wait for the fish to bite. But one man who was trying to sell a catalytic converter forgot to crop some stuff out of the photo. Walter White, who goes by the name Walt, posted a photo of the converter, which was placed on his couch. But in the background of the photo, Walt forgot to put away his large bag of meth.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
And I'm not going to argue that, but Walt was a meth man. He had a few prospective buyers, but most of them tried to haggle with White, and White just responded to each one.
Tread lightly.
Yeah, so, but the haggling actually kept the post up, and authorities ended up knocking on his door.
Oh, no, you're kidding me.
Yeah, he was arrested. So the moral of the story is when selling car parts, make sure to put away your drug paraphernalia or else the DEA might pay you a visit.
I would say there are so many reputable, great places to get your auto parts, like O'Reilly.
Bang.
You don't need to go onto the internet to
Yeah.
buy secondhand pieces.
No, not from Chet.
That's
and,
unbelievable.
And his methed
That's
up
an
house.
unbelievable story. How stupid could you be?
It's massive. Like a bag
Never
of meth is
underestimate people's stupidity. Like, I saw a Zillow listing last week in L.A. for a $1.5 million house.
Oh, that's cheap for you.
Yeah, for L.A., it probably is cheap. The guy was nude in the mirror, like he was in the frame of the doorway taking a picture of his mirrored bathroom, and it was just hanging out for all to see. And he posted them online.
Yeah, but
that's really dumb. How are you not looking at your pictures?
Because it gets a lot of eyes on the property, if you know what I mean.
Does meth make you smarter?
No.
Oh, yeah. No,
Okay.
It makes you a genius.
There we go, then.
It's well known Albert
Hey.
Einstein was smoking meth all the
Huge
time.
meth head.
I saw the John Stossel on this one, too. Not one drug makes you smarter. Usage in 6 months, not one person.
What about
is
the
higher.
pill in Limitless starring Bradley Cooper?
That's based on a true story. Huh?
Got you there,
Boom.
don't I?
I
Roasted.
don't know the movie.
Oh, you don't?
Oh, it's
No, I
solid.
don't. I certainly don't.
Oh,
know
he
the
takes a
movie.
pill and you become like a genius and you can do everything great.
Really? So
Yeah.
people would feel
And
on,
then you become addicted to
Bob,
it.
people would feel on par with us.
Movies aren't real, Jamie. You know how many pills Jamie and Pat would have to take? My God.
Yeah, a lot. All right, finally, couples love finding things to do together, whether it's John and Christina buying furniture for the new house,
Yes.
or Jamie and Addie hitting up breweries, or Bob and Donna making babies, or even Coach and his right hand getting a manicure. Couples love finding common interests.
Stranger!
Oh, wow.
But then there's Meghan Trainor. In a recent podcast, she admitted that her and her husband have matching toilets. Not matching shirts or matching cars. They have matching American standard toilets. And they use them, as in at the same time.
They're next to each other.
Yeah, they're right next to each other. She said after their baby was born, it would wake them up at the same time, usually in the middle of the night, and they would need to go to the bathroom at the same time. But celebrities don't want to wait to tinkle. So they had their contractor putting matching crappers. And at first...
Next to each other.
Right next to each other. The music... Yeah, well, it's all about the bass, The contractor thought that they were joking, but they then wrote them a check, and it proved otherwise.
Did you poo?
Well, according to Trainer, they've only done that together once. And I now understand why Shaq wanted to denounce his celebrity status, because he's right. These people are weird as hell.
Okay, that really is weird.
I'm not going to kink shame, but I think something's up here.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
They're sitting on the toilet holding hands and pooping.
Yeah, maybe they're into that.
That's really weird.
That doesn't mean something's up. It means it's weird.
It means it's just really weird.
I think there's something more to this. Who the hell
What,
wakes
there's
up
an
to
explanation?
something?
What? I can only go if I watch you go?
We've
first off-
we've all had kids here. Who the hell wakes up at the same time, both having to go to the bathroom? And who can't wait a minute?
Well, more
Celebrities.
importantly, though, who doesn't? When you wake up and you get woken up by the baby in the middle of the night, usually if you're a guy, you're going and taking a leak.
Yeah.
If you're woken up, you're not taking a poo.
You guys can criticize this couple all you want, but it's well known.
You're not in the middle of the night woken
no,
up.
I wouldn't think so, unless you had something that disagreed with you.
What's the name of the dude?
It's her husband, right?
Meghan Trainor's husband.
He must sit down when he pees then, too.
Yes, that's what I'm figuring, too.
Look, it's you can guys
Maybe
can rip
she's
them.
into that. That's what I'm saying. There's something else going
You
on.
guys can rip them, but it's well known. The research shows couples that poop together stay together.
Maybe they hold hands
by
when
the
they
way,
do.
I lost in our place. I tried to get a urinal.
I've always wanted that in my house.
I wanted to get a urinal downstairs.
I've always wanted it, yeah.
Finally,
I was not getting it.
we need to wrap up with the Fogey to God report. Okay,
Oh, yes.
we need to figure out how close he is to my proclamation. He would get 1,000 yards. After a slow start to the season, he didn't exactly come out of his shell in week 4. 0 catches for 0 yards, which matches his
terrible.
season total. And
All
that
right.
is all it takes.
Good job, Pat.
Pat, beautiful job, buddy.
The Coach manicure line wins.
That was great. That was the
I'll
funniest.
tell
That's
you,
the
that
funniest line of the week. I love that.
Oh, Coach isn't happy, but
Coach
we thought
isn't
it was
happy.
great.
Wait till you hear the 10:15 meeting today. Hey, if you have a high school senior, you need to visit collegeav.com, the emotional support system that's going to help you guide the college selection process from start to finish. How are you going to pay for it? Go to College Ave Student Loans. They're absolutely awesome. collegeav.com. Love them. And
There's nothing wrong with a male manicure, by the way.
I've never done it. I've done the pedicure.
I've
many
done the
times.
pedicure,
many
yeah.
times.
Yeah. Manicure is great.
No, it's fine.
You do a hand massage.
You got to take care of your parts.
The weird thing is it seems strange, is that the pedicure is awesome.
Yeah, it is good.
I'll clip my own nails.
I do too. That's too much. That's too, I don't know, personal. I see those more.
Well, you may pick at yours by the time the show's done. You may have them done.
Yeah.
You can have
my
them
cuticles
done.
suck.
Your cuticles are awful.
Why don't you just leave them alone?
Leave them alone, Jamie.
Well,
put some pepper on them.
Alopecia affects your nails. Like, it's the hair and nail follicles are kind of the same, so I have crappy nails.
What are they crappy? What do you mean?
The cuticles suck. They're a little soft. Yeah, they're
soft?
fine, but it's, you know.
Have you tried Palmolive?
No.
Palmolive. You dip your hands.
We need to get rubber gloves and put them on Jamie for the entire show.
Hey, Egan, are you going to eat?
I haven't bit my nails
with rubber
once today.
gloves tomorrow? Eat rubber gloves?
I don't do that in public. I save that for myself.
Gary Strusky from ESPN, if I can get the video, because his mom does. And I said, if I can get the video, he may post it on Instagram.
Of what?
Because his mom eats
of
ribs and wings wearing rubber
she's
gloves.
smart.
Even if she goes out in public, she brings them, and he's totally embarrassed. by it.
I don't go that
but
far.
he'll post. I can get him to post it. Think of the followers you'd get.
I don't know.
You'd go viral, Pat.
Yeah, I don't need to go viral like that.
You would go viral.
NBC 10 will be out in the parking lot again. I don't need that.
No, only at the only at the airport.
Name dropper.
Only at the airport. All right, the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL, and then the 6th. We'll get to that next. Who is it? We'll get to it. John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic. You can give a hoot during the month of October in the fight against breast cancer at your local Hooters. Visit Hooters this month. 5 different ways to help. You can donate $1 or more and get your name on a card to either take home or hang up in the restaurant. You can buy a pink drink. $1 of every limited edition special pink drink sold in October is donated to breast cancer research. You can round up your check to the nearest dollar because every penny makes a difference. You can buy a calendar because $1 from every sale of Hooters' legendary calendar goes to the cause, and you can support local events. All you do is visit northeasthooters.com for details. You're going to want to get into Hooters because you love wings, you love watching football, you love drinking beer, and you can order online at hooterstogo.com. Hurry in now. Get the Hooters 2022 Hooters Girl Calendar, which also is fantastic, and it includes over $100 worth of coupons. $1 from every sale goes to the V Foundation for Cancer Research. Check out your local Hooters. Don't know where it is? Visit northeasthooters.com for details.
The John Kincade Show.
I am so excited I can't stand it.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Join the John Kincade Show tomorrow from 5 to 7 p.m. for happy hour at PJ Wellahan's in Cherry Hill. Meet the guys and enjoy happy hour specials, PJ's Wings, and more.
Making Moves is brought to you by LinkedIn Jobs.
The 2005 Texas Longhorns began the season ranked number 2 and stayed there all season. Their defense allowed only 16 points per game, while their Vince Young-led offense averaged 50. The Longhorns went on to face USC in the BCS National Championship game against top-ranked USC, winning 41-38 in what many consider one of the greatest college football games ever played.
Build your winning team today. Go to linkedin.com/sports.
You know that feeling when your team adds that one player that has every skill they've been looking for? Well, it's time your business knew how it felt too. LinkedIn Jobs taps into a network of over 770 million professionals to find the right people for your role. Then their filtering and prioritization tools help you narrow down to just the most qualified candidates for you. It's why small businesses rate LinkedIn number 1 in increasing the quality of hire versus leading competitors. Post a job for free at linkedin.com/sports. That's linkedin.com/sports.
Connecticut School of Broadcasting is now the CSB Media Arts Center, training in all that is media, broadcast, digital, TV, radio, podcasting, and content creation. It's the nation's most successful media training program and includes job placement assistance. Learn from expert instructors whose entire mission is to get you career ready in just 8 or 16 weeks. Train on site or online. We have a campus nearby in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. VA approved. CSB Media Arts Center. Visit GoCSB.com. That's GoCSB.com. Connecticut School of Broadcasting is now the CSB Media Arts Center, with the nation's most successful sports broadcasting program. Sports talk, play-by-play, color commentary, sideline reporting. Get trained and coached by professional sports media experts whose entire mission is to get you career ready in just 8 or 16 weeks. We have a campus nearby in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. CSB Media Arts Center. Visit gocsb.com. That's gocsb.com.
So then I dropped some garlic and croutons on there, and the rest is salad history. I made the best salad ever, people, and now I'm making the best app. The Caesar Sportsbook app got live in-game betting, parlays, and Caesar rewards. Caesar salad ain't got nothing on my app. Nothing.
Must be 21. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Download the Caesar Sportsbook app. Your app is ready, Emperor.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like the world is throwing everything it has at you. And to succeed, you need someone to guide you through. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the tech advice to help you navigate whatever challenges you're up against and get you safely to where you want to be. For advice on solutions like XPS 13 laptops powered by Intel Evo platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL.
Hey, this is Kirk Herbstreit, and this season, with the help from our friends from the College Football Playoff in Eckridge, we're going to crown the first ever national tailgate champion.
I haven't washed my lucky apron since the big game in '96.
Oh, yeah? My tailgate hot sauce hits harder than a linebacker.
Well, honey, you haven't lived till you've had my Eckridge smoked sausage cheese dip.
Now I'm fired up. Are you the national tailgate champion? Eckridge, you do you.
Eckridge is an official sponsor of the College Football Playoff. No purchase necessary. Hence 12/13/21. To enter and for official rules, visit eckridge.com/tailgate.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Dashboard light problems? We can help. Our free Fix Finder service can read your check engine light, ABS light, and service indicator light, and give you possible solutions, verified by licensed technicians. You'll even get detailed results sent straight to your email so you have them when you need it most. It's the most complete free warning light report backed by technician-verified fixes. The free Fix Finder service, only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
More details at AutoZone.com.
Hello, Mr. Vending Machine. Maybe chips. Come on, dollar. It's flat. What?
There's a better way to pay. With a Citizens card in your digital wallet, you'll never have to hear. Again, paying with Citizens. One ding and you're done. Citizens made ready. Visit citizensbank.com/ding to learn more.
Wireless carrier, text, and/or data charges may apply. Citizens is a brand name of Citizens Bank and a member FDIC.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get in on the action. Well, no more, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide, with plans starting at just $35 a month with no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for only $299. All on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required, actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
When the water or wastewater pump system in your building goes down, count on Pump Man Philly to put the go back in your flow. Managers for Philly's municipal, commercial, and industrial facilities count on the experts at Pump Man Philly for troubleshooting, emergency repair, maintenance, and pump system replacements. You can't always predict pump failures, but you can be prepared for them if you save Pump Man Philly's number in your phone right now. 833-559-PUMP. That's 833-559-PUMP. Or online at pumpmanphilly.com.
I'm sorry, Pump Man. I was busy looking at my Parks Casino Sportsbook app. I've been making money with the Parks Casino Sportsbook app. And the same game parlays are just a fantastic way for you to be able to cash in. Last weekend, the Dallas game against Carolina, the Chiefs game against the Eagles, cashed in on both of them on a same game parlay. Now, I will be honest with you and say that I had lost 5 between college and NFL football before that, but it was fun trying to hit one of those. The individual player performances, though, that's where you can put your fandom to a team to the test. Do you think you know who's going to get more rushing yards? Do you think who's going to score more touchdowns? Do you think the passing yards are going to be up higher or lower? You get a risk-free bet up to $500. The Parks Casino Sportsbook app gives you the freedom to put your fantasy football expertise into reality. And your first bet will be refunded if you lose in site credit. The website has terms and conditions. Download the app or click parkscasino.com/PA. Use my promo code Kincade. Kincade, that's the name. You got to be 21 and in Pennsylvania. If you got a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Home of the most entertaining Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Back to the John Kincade Show.
There is nothing bougie about this show. Look, I'm the only guy in here from Delco.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. I'm not saying Pat's onto something, but I heard Coach scheduling a manicure for after the show. It might be date night.
Got to keep Jill happy.
It might be date night.
If you see him sitting on his hand a lot, be warned.
Might be date night.
We don't kink shame here.
Or he's at Urban Meyer's place.
Oh.
9 o'clock hour is brought to you by The Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. Get your stay at Home Depot and Lowe's. For details, go to Bagster.com.
What's wrong with you people?
Well,
a lot.
What do you mean?
I think it's.
They're not being nice to you, Coach. I agree with you.
What do you mean? You think that Coach is getting a hard time this morning?
Yeah, he might be.
I don't think we're getting. I don't think that we're.
For tonight.
I don't think we're doing that.
I hope he saves it for home.
Okay, the story was yesterday. My old producers uncovered the story and got the woman exposed. Her name is. You want to go on and check her out? Cayman, Nebraska. So you can go to Instagram right now and check her out. The woman from the video. She's not as young as you think. People are saying like a co-ed. She's not. She's 26. Her name is Cayman, Nebraska. No spaces. Cayman, Nebraska. She only had 3,700 followers yesterday. She's a Ohio State alum. Now she's supposedly 24. And one of her other profiles on social media said she was 26. So I'm not sure which it is, but she says she's a vegetarian and an Ohio State alum. And she also did the videos and the promotion for her company that she works for. She did the video and promotion and advertising for Urban Meyer's restaurant. And they have video and pictures of her with Urban Meyer from last summer.
Urban Meyer now has some competition because Connor is going to be all up in this girl's DMs.
Cayman, Nebraska?
Oh, yeah.
Think so?
Oh, I'd bet my life on it.
You think there's a reason she maybe has an interest in Urban Meyer? Maybe. Like millions?
I was going to say.
And millions? I'm not thinking Connor's going to, this doesn't seem to be her agenda. Because he is creepy old man.
Yeah, but shoot your
being
shot.
Creepy old man. Hey, 9 o'clock hour of the Bagster. We appreciate the Bagster. Dumpsters in a bag. Get them at Home Depot and Lowe's. For details, go to Bagster.com. Clean up your lawn. Clean up your yard. Get rid of stuff. Anthony telling me yesterday about all the stuff that he has in his house made me anxious. Like just the idea of clutter. Clutter makes me anxious.
Yeah, me too.
It just is. I can't have it.
Definitely see that in you.
It makes me anxious. Clutter makes you anxious.
Yeah, me too.
You don't like it either.
No, I can't go to bed at night if things are just like all over the place. I have to put everything back in their spots.
I have every piece of cardboard out of the house anything that came into the house in cardboard is now out of the house, all because of seeing that one Orkin commercial.
Yeah, I'm not that crazy.
Where I get rid of well, there's a free dumpster right out down the street.
Yeah.
So I just go to the dumpster and chuck it on out, which I'm not supposed to do, I'm sure.
Yeah, my daughter likes playing with boxes because she can put stickers and crowns all over them.
Crowns?
Yeah.
She puts crowns on it?
Colors and draws. And
she draws crowns?
Sits in the box, and yeah, it's like a...
By the way, if the builder has any problem with me using their dumpster, they can come and fix the HVAC system and not have to call Delco HVAC. Don't have to call my boys. So please, stop. The top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL in passing yards. Okay, I know Jamie loves yards, so this is why I wanted to bring it here. I love points. Jamie loves yards.
I mean, I love points, too. Don't get me wrong here.
But you love yards. You always love yards.
You need the yards to get the points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of times yards don't lead to points.
Well, you can't get
There's
points without yards.
That is correct. But
it's chicken and egg.
David Carr.
Chicken came first.
David Carr is the leader in yards. He has 8 touchdowns, Derek Carr.
If David did that, that'd be impressive.
He's on NFL Network, and he's not very good. Derek Carr is 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Tom Brady is second in yardage. 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Kyler Murray is third in yardage. 9 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Matt Stafford's fourth, 11 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Patrick Mahomes is fifth, 14 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. And then we get to number 6 on the list, Sam Darnold. 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. If this was the Sesame Street song, one of these 6 is not like the other. Sam Darnold's a top 6 passer right now with 5 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. An early season schedule got Darnold off to a great start. The Dallas game was a little more of a return to his familiar form for his career. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions against the first real legitimate opponent that was a top-notch opponent that he played, and a QB rating of 51. Now, look, Jalen Hurts would kill for a QB rating of 51. I think he was a 30-something on, maybe 37 on Sunday, and a 9 against Dallas.
I think it was 38.9.
Oof. Woof. Sam looked a little better than Jet Sam for Carolina last week. I think they're a dangerous team, but making them out to be true title contenders or somebody you got to be concerned with, preposterous. They aren't the Cowboys. They aren't the Rams. They aren't the Seahawks. They aren't the Packers. They're still damn good enough to beat the Eagles, though, so we have to give them the proper respect. But it is not a hard place to play. It's like you're playing in the middle of a food court at some mall in the middle of anywhere, USA. More importantly, though, the numbers show you. Sam Darnold, he's improved, but he shouldn't scare you. And that's where we begin the 9 o'clock hour with Bob and Jamie and Pat and Connor and Mike and the coach, Eric Camille, well manicured. It's the John Kincade Show here on the Fanatic.
Wow, this isn't leaving.
On the Fanatic.
Did the yardage thing sway you?
No, because the yardage just shows me. Derek,
4 of those 5 guys are the MVP candidates of the league.
But Derek Carr's one you already told me earlier on in the show.
I don't like Derek Carr.
Well, he's number 1 in yardage.
Yeah, that's because the Raiders stink and they just chuck it.
He's number 1. He's number 1 in yardage, and then number 6 in yardage is Sam Darnold, which tells me all I need to know.
Well, what about the other 4 of the 6?
Well, there's MVPs.
Yes.
Every one of those guys has an MVP.
Therefore, yardage is important.
But they convert to touchdowns.
Sure. But they're not in their 8th career start.
But they convert to touchdowns. Derek Carr's in what, year 5? Or year 4?
I don't like Derek Carr.
And Derek Carr's the number 1 yardage guy in all the sport.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't convert. But he doesn't convert the touchdowns to interceptions like the other guys. 10-2, 14-4. He's not capitalizing.
And that's what correcting the red zone offense should be their second focus behind getting the defense.
Yeah, but
right.
this is more about Sam Darnold. I'm talking about Sam Darnold here. There's no reason to fear.
No.
There's a healthy modicum of respect that's needed for Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold has improved over Jet Sam Darnold. But last week against Dallas, he showed he's not that different.
Yeah, 2-2. No, he's not going to change his colors completely going to Carolina. I mean, I think we have enough of a sample size to kind of know who he is. Now, should it get better? Better coaching, better talent around him, all of that stuff? Yeah, and he could prove to be, right now, I wouldn't even call him a capable NFL quarterback coming to Carolina, but he could change that into capable. But I don't think anything hugely above that.
Yeah, I think I want to use the word serviceable with him.
Yeah.
You have to be worried about him more on the ground right now than you do in the air when it comes to the red zone. He's leading the league in rushing touchdowns.
That's because
he's the first quarterback ever to have 5 through 4 weeks.
Just so you know, that quarterback draw in the red zone, watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Watch the quarterback draw.
Did you text your boyfriend this?
Because he'll do it.
Because they got to pay attention. Because I would have told him the same thing about Andy Reid's shovel pass. Yeah, I mean, Darnold is a reason why I think this is a very winnable game. I mean, the little blueprint we have so far with this defense is Matt Ryan and Jimmy G. The defense looked good. Dak Prescott and Patrick Mahomes, the defense looked like trash bag juice. So you're going to go week to week. I think the defense is going to be dependent on the opposition's quarterback, and Sam Darnold doesn't frighten me.
I think he's the least frightening quarterback you've played.
To date, I mean, Matt Ryan's cooked. I mean, we can call that.
I think the Matt Ryan's offensive front was cooked.
I think he's cooked. I'd take Sam Darnold over Matt Ryan today.
You would take Sam over Matt Ryan?
No, I would be like, oh, really? I got to tell you, it's the last 2 kids in the schoolyard so far.
I just take the youth.
I would say going into the game, Darnold is the one that scares me the least so far for Eagles
scares me
opponent.
the least.
Yeah,
sure. And that includes Jimmy G. And that's saying something.
Yeah, Jimmy G was awful that game.
I think you've got an opportunity here against Sam Darnold he's going to put the ball at risk numerous times.
Mm-hmm.
That's his history, and it showed against Dallas. it is good. That to me, that's one that you got to watch. You got to watch and say he's going to put the ball at risk. You got a turnover. You got a flat out turnover over. From a guy like Patrick Mahomes. You can get a turnover from Sam Darnold. I'm expecting at least one this week from him.
Oh, that's cute.
Except one. What? I got one from Mahomes.
No, I hear you on that one. And Mahomes on that play was like, "What the hell are you doing?" That would drive me nuts as a coach.
Sweatman was in her face.
But he does, he does that stuff. The thing is, a quarterback is automatically elevated right now when they're playing the Philadelphia Eagles.
Or are
I
they?
don't think that's unfair.
I mean, Jimmy G and Matt Ryan looked terrible against the Eagles defense. When I think the upper echelon quarterbacks will make this Eagles defense look terrible. I don't think average quarterbacks will.
Matt Ryan was completed 60% of his passes. I remember that number against the Eagles.
Yeah,
he had 60% passing, but
he got no help.
He didn't have it. He got he was constantly under duress, constantly getting hit. I think they only passed for like 160, 150.
Yeah,
something like that. They did a great job.
I think they'll be okay versus mediocre and average quarterbacks.
That's what I'm thinking too. And I don't know. I'm not talking myself into, they're going to Carolina, pencil them in for a win.
No.
But I said to Jamie this morning something that I will now share. I said, I'm not going to be shocked at all if they win this game. If the Eagles went to Carolina and won, I'm not going to be shocked. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if we come in Monday and say, wow, they beat the Panthers, to me it's not saying, wow, they beat the Chiefs. Wow, they beat Dallas in Dallas. I don't think it's the same, Pat. I mean, are you?
Yeah, I'd be surprised.
So you would be surprised?
Yeah, but I mean, keep in mind.
What if it's 27-24?
I expect a close game, but I would be surprised if they won.
Really?
Like a close game, meaning, they're in it going into the fourth quarter.
And you'd be surprised if it's a close game in the fourth quarter?
But I don't expect this team to, a lot like the Phillies this past season. I don't think they have the closing ability. I think it's a product of a young team. I don't have a lot of faith in this team to win many football games. I think I was down on them more than anybody on the show. So going into it, is it winnable? Yeah, I guess, but I don't expect them to win it. I expect them to keep it close.
I'm more, like right now today, I'm 55% they win, 45% they don't.
Okay. No, I'm not that high. I can't go that high.
I think this is a very winnable game.
No, I think it's I do.
So I wouldn't be shocked at all.
I'm not going to be shocked, but I'm more talking about it. I'd more put it 65-35 Carolina wins. Something like that.
If Christian McCaffrey's playing, it's a different.
He's not though.
Different story. That's
I don't
why
think he's playing.
No, he's practicing Today's Wednesday.
Today's going to get
so
his first time hitting the field.
They'll see what happens. But the two keys I think are you have the Eagles' strength, which is their offense, going against Carolina's strength, which is their defense. And the Christian McCaffrey thing, I think, is huge.
Got to keep an eye on that. Yeah, for sure.
So to me, those are the two keys.
DJ Moore's having an awesome year.
Yeah, I just can't trust this Eagles defense right now yet, at all.
I can't, and there's no reason to trust them.
But do you trust Sam Darnold?
No, I trust Sam Darnold though. If you can get a turnover off of a Mahomes, and you can make them go. If you make Sam Darnold go 11 and 12 plays for drives, you're going to get 2 turnovers.
Yeah.
If you make him move the ball the way Patrick Mahomes did, there will be 2 turnovers for the defense on Sunday.
Explosive plays that your boy always talks about. Can they limit him versus this? Look, Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore is a pretty good wide receiver duo. Can you keep the explosive plays away from them? Because the Panthers might not have enough outside of those two.
And they don't run the ball.
Yeah, if you can eliminate those two in the explosive play, you're going to have a really good shot. Because then it's going to be, all right, Sam, beat us underneath with your tight ends and Chubba Hubba ice cream.
Chubba
Hubba.
Chuba.
I thought it was Chubba.
It's Chuba Hubbard.
I'm going Chubba Hubba.
Are you positive?
Chuba.
CHUBBA?
Chuba.
It's not double B. There's only one.
There's only one B.
This is Philadelphia. Like, we know how to pronounce
Chubba
names.
Hubba.
No, because nobody could say Mecole Hardman all week.
Oh, okay. Like that name's John Smith?
Mecole.
No,
Mecole. It's easy. Cole.
Maybe for you.
Cole.
Some of us is difficult.
Chuba.
Me, Bob.
Chuba.
Bob's a great name. John, easy to say.
Hey, whatever. I hate my name.
Pat, 3 letters.
Whatever
you hate your name.
Oh, I hate my name. I hate the name John.
Really?
I hate the name that I have.
I never even thought about my name.
Really?
I can't stand that. And look, it's coming up on the anniversary of my mom's passing. I don't want to do anything mean because my mom could probably still smite me.
You're not being mean.
I complained often about the fact that they never gave me a middle name. That they were that lazy that they never gave me a middle name.
That lazy?
That they didn't come up with a middle name for me.
They were tired.
They had 9 months.
You're the last one, right?
Yes, that's lazy.
I'm
My
lucky
brother, my
parents
brother,
even
my
named
brother
me.
and sister have middle names. My mom and dad had middle names.
Still would have taken the middle name
And I
Shaq
got
in a
John.
heartbeat.
And I got John. No, it had to be Shaqtavius or something.
It's fine.
You would have put that in your driver's license.
Absolutely. Hell yeah.
No, it had to be on all official documents.
How much was he paying again?
It was $50,000.
Done.
Done and done.
James Shaqtavius Lynch Jr.
It would have been John Shaqtavius Kincade.
Oh, sign me up.
That's literally a down payment on a house.
story.
Okay, next time he's on, I'll offer it again.
All right, I'm
and
in.
You know what? I'll do
No,
it.
let us offer.
I'll offer it. Hey, remember, whatever you're into, listen, you'll find it on Audible. Thrillers, motivation, comedy, more with podcasts, bestsellers, and originals all in one app. Sign up and start free at audible.com.
If he wants to go 150, I think Bob, Pat, and I can all become Shaqtavius's.
How about...
I'll get it tattooed on my ass.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Maybe we'd have a deal here. How about...
You can watch.
No.
How about the baby's middle name?
She would kill me. 50K in an education.
What if there was 50K on it?
Eddie would sign up in a heart text.
Let me float this conversation.
Shaqtavius is her middle name.
50K. Since it's my
Would he do
daughter,
that?
could I get? You think I can get him up to 75?
No, I think he'd probably say...
Shaqtavius is tough for
no,
a
I think
girl.
he'd make it say Shaquilla? Or something.
Oh, Shaquilla. I like that.
That's kind of cool, Shaquilla.
But that is her legal name.
75K? You think
I don't know that you can negotiate with him. I mean, we'll see.
Well, since it's a girl, I'm one thing. I'm irrelevant in my house.
Shaquilla
Lynch.
It could work. Let's check out the Lynch pin because there's a mind-blowing stat Jamie's got.
This is the Lynch pin.
I think we could actually. I think I might be able to get him to do it too.
I mean,
Shaquilla.
I'm going to float this by her tonight. And
Shaquilla.
So, look, you can preface this Jalen Hurts stat conversation, and as Anthony will tell me probably when he walks in here today, before he punches me,
dude, it's over.
That stats lie and stats don't tell the whole story. I understand the Eagles are a bad team. He's been playing from behind. There are some garbage yards included in this stat, but I can't shake the company he's with. This stat is the most total yards through 8 quarterback starts in NFL history. Number 1 is Cam Newton at 2,600 yards. Just behind him is Jalen Hurts at 2,584. Right after him is Justin Herbert and then Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. And what do they have in common?
Well, there's 2 MVPs in those 4.
Okay. What else do they have in common?
Justin Herbert is, one of the young up-and-coming arms everybody would love to have on their team. You can preface the conversation with whatever you want. The fact he's in that air of company, I'm not saying he's going to become them at all, but it's pretty damn impressive.
I got to tell you, I haven't walked away. I'm not a detractor yet.
No.
But I have certainly not walked away watching Jalen Hurts' starts and gone, jaw-dropping. Wow. All-time exceptional. This is... I've walked away going,
but the
I like
results,
this, I don't like that.
We're
the
talking
results aren't working.
But the wins and losses is a team stat.
Funny, the great quarterbacks tend to have great one-loss stats.
Nobody can persuade that stat more than the quarterback.
Sure, absolutely.
And great quarterbacks tend to have great one-loss.
But I can't stop thinking about that company he's with.
I got you.
You know what I mean? Like, we overanalyze everything and do this and do that.
Garbage time stats help your garbage time stats big time. He's had tons of garbage time stats in his
career. I think more playing from behind might be beneficial than garbage time.
Well, I would say anytime you're down by 10 or more, when I hear your passing stats in the fourth quarter.
But what rookie quarterback goes into a good situation? Like Patrick Mahomes went into an okay situation. Peyton Manning went into an awful situation.
Patrick Mahomes took over a playoff team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He went into a good situation. Justin Herbert, I mean, the Chargers are a solid franchise. I think they do well overall.
Carson Wentz stepped in as a rookie quarterback to a 7-9 team the year before.
Yeah,
they were not a
most
dumpster
rookie quarterbacks that are going to be in this category are stepping into relatively poor situations. So I can't even hold that against him that much. It just shocks me he's up there with those 4, I guess, is my bottom line.
I got soured on numbers and stuff like that a little bit when this guy Nerlens Noel was playing for the Sixers, and people started telling me that his defensive presence over 38 minutes matched Wilt Chamberlain.
All right, well, that's ridiculous.
Stuff like that. And I you know what? All right, let's put it this way. Are we underappreciating what he's doing, and do these numbers say absolutely?
I think to a degree, yes, and that's kind of the point I'm getting at. Like, I think everybody's so hypercritical and expecting greatness, right?
I don't think it is.
Okay, maybe not everybody, but I think a lot of people are being hypercritical for just 8 games.
I got to tell you this. I heard it on Mike Missinelli's show yesterday. It was about it. Said that people are being ultra critical of Jalen Hurts. I disagree completely. Not a little bit. Completely. I think people are being very patient with Jalen Hurts.
I do too.
I don't think anybody has called. I don't hear anybody ever call this show going, I'm out on Hurts. No chance. But I think people are being very objective with Jalen Hurts.
If Carson Wentz was second on this list for the first 8 games, people would be like, oh my God, we got it. We got the quarterback. Jalen Hurts puts those numbers up, and there's excuses about it. You know what I mean? It's just...
Well, Carson Wentz was 3-0 with less passing yards and was 3-0.
Yeah, with a much better team.
As a rookie quarterback.
I guess it's eye test.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
do think there's a degree of underappreciation.
I guess it could be. I don't believe there's been any of that with Jalen Hurts.
I agree. I don't think it's overwhelming or anything, but I do think some people... I don't know.
All right.
Aren't letting they have a preconceived notion of Hurts, and it's hard for them to get off of it. And that is brought to you by PropSwap.com. PropSwap's the #1 app to buy and sell golf bets all weekend long. Golf is perfect for PropSwap, so head there today, buy a golf bet, and sell it for a huge profit this weekend.
You're good at that.
Your final Name That Flyer clue comes your way after the bottom of the hour.
Ben Wilson.
And at 9:45, you can call in and guess after getting all 3 clues. Dave the Hammer Schultz is not invited in here because he'd hammer my ass.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. That would be great.
He literally got dragged out of a stadium by the police, all because of me.
Would you try and run? Because it's a tough studio to get out of.
I stood there that night and just stood and stared at him, and I told my players, if he gets past you, you're never skating for me again.
Bob, anybody ever want to punch you on the beat?
Oh, there you go. There we go. I bet. College football, I have a question about it coming up. John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic. I just saw a report yesterday. Natural gas prices in a year have doubled. Doubled. Do you know what it's going to be this winter? Cold. Do you know what your heating bill is going to be in your house? Horrible. That's why Window Nation wants to help you right now. Window Nation wants to give you a great deal. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. No money down, no payments, no interest for 24 months. So we're talking about the fall of 2023 before you have to pay for these beautiful new windows that are going to keep the warm air in and keep that cold air out. If natural gas prices are going to be double this winter, you're going to have a terrible heating bill. Window Nation can help start saving you money. And then next summer, they're going to keep the hot air out and the cold air in. Get it? You start saving money. You have beautiful new windows. You can do window shopping online at windownation.com. Every style, every color you could ever want. Call 866-90-NATION. That's 866-90-NATION. Do it now. Save on the bills all winter long. Tell them Kincade sent you.
The John Kincade Show.
This is not radio fantasy camp. We're on the air here.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Join Pat Egan from The John Kincade Show Saturday from 7 till 9 p.m. at the Green Parrot, 240 North Sycamore Avenue in Newtown for Bud Light's Saturday game night. Enter for a chance to win a trip or 2 to the January 2nd Birds game in Washington and a signed Dallas Goddard football courtesy of Bud Light.
Hey, it's Anthony Gargano. Lose that summer vacation weight quickly and reset your metabolism with NJ Diet. NJ Diet uses new technology that consists of hair and saliva sampling to customize a personal weight loss program just for you. They contractually guarantee that you will shed 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days. NJ Diet is a hormone detoxification system that evaluates and targets each individual person's needs, then balances your hormones where the side effect is weight loss. NJ Diet utilizes DNA testing to create your personal diet plan and workout regimen so you can keep the weight off. Full supervision is provided every step of the way, and you even get the doctor's personal email and phone number. NJ Diet is all natural. There are no shots, no hormones, no prepackaged foods, and no surgery. Locations: Princeton, Cherry Hill, King of Prussia, and around the world with live online video consultations. Call 855-5NJ-DIET, 855-5NJ-DIET, or log on to NJDiet.com to lose the weight for good. That's NJDiet.com.
We've all had that dream. Tie game, bottom of the ninth. Bases loaded. Well, on FanDuel Sportsbook, you get more than one shot to swing for the fences. because FanDuel is letting you place your first bet risk-free. That's right. New users get up to $1,000 back in-site credit if your first bet doesn't win. There's a reason FanDuel Sportsbook is the top-ranked sportsbook app on Apple and Google Play. The app is simple to use. They've got great offers on all different betting markets, unique fun bet types like same-game parlay, and always-on promotions to let you get more action out of every game day. And when you win, FanDuel will pay your winnings in as little as 24 hours. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code PLAY to get in on the action. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code PLAY. 21 plus and present in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. First online real money wager only for risk-free bet. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Restrictions apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Philadelphia's hometown sportsbook. Bet Rivers is the official sports betting partner of the Philadelphia Flyers. All season long, make your hockey bets with a trusted local team at Bet Rivers Sportsbook. Get started today with a special offer. Use the code 250MATCH to get up to $250 in bonus money on your first deposit. Whether you watch the Flyers game at home or at the Bet Rivers Sportsbook at Rivers Casino Philadelphia. Bet with a winner at BetRivers.com. Presented by Rivers Casino Pittsburgh. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This Friday.
Where's 007?
The wait is finally over.
So you're not dead. Hello, Q. I missed you.
Critics are calling No Time to Die a masterpiece that will leave you seriously blown away.
I have to finish this.
See it on the biggest screen you can.
Name? Bond. James Bond.
No Time to Die. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Experience it in IMAX everywhere Friday.
Hey, this is Kirk Herbstreit, and this season, with the help from our friends from the College Football Playoff in Eckridge, we're going to crown the first ever national tailgate champion.
I haven't washed my lucky apron since the big game in '96.
Oh, yeah? My tailgate hot sauce hits harder than a linebacker.
Well, honey, you haven't lived till you've had my Eckridge smoked sausage cheese dip.
Now I'm fired up. Are you the national tailgate champion? Eckridge, you do you.
Eckridge is an official sponsor of the College Football Playoff. No purchase necessary. Hence 12/13/21. To enter and for official rules, visit Eckridge.com/tailgate.
Pro football season's here, and pro roofers save valuable time with Beacon Pro Plus. Beacon Pro Plus works 24/7 for material ordering, order history, and automated promotion tracking, so you can get your favorite GAF roofing products even when working remotely. And now, order on Beacon Pro Plus and get a $175 gift card and a chance for a VIP pro football getaway. Gear up and raise your game with Beacon Pro Plus today. Build, score, and win at BECN.com.
Hey, Eagles fans. It's always game on with Dunkin'. Rewards members, pick your day to score a free medium hot coffee one time per week. Whether it's the morning after a late-night Eagles win or getting hyped for the game ahead, the best call is always Dunkin'. Try Dunkin's new limited batch series 100% Guatemalan coffee, featuring smooth and rich chocolate notes. Eagles fans, join the Dunkin' app today and earn rewards. Valid at participating locations for a limited time. Exclusions apply.
The first bet on Caesar Sportsbook app is up to $5,000 risk-free, people. When I told my team about the idea, they said I was being too wonderful and magnificent. But I don't care how awesome this makes me. I'm doing this for the people. So just download the app, and that first bet is up to $5,000 risk-free. Caesar made an app for the people.
Must be 21. Offer valid in New Jersey only and for new players. Paid in bet credits. Terms and conditions apply. See Caesars.com/promos. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Looking for a checking account that's built for you? Whether you love earning cash back or don't want fees or a minimum balance requirement, Citadel Credit Union has you covered. Plus, get a $300 bonus. Easily deposit checks right from your phone. Receive instant account alerts to stay updated. And simply tap and go with your contactless debit card. For a limited time, get $300 when you open a new checking account at citadelbanking.com/radio. Citadel Credit Union. Building strength together. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hello? Whether you're at home or on the go, listen to 97.5 The Fanatic on Odyssey on your smartphone, Roku, LG Smart TV, Waze, and more. That's Odyssey, AUDACY. Check it out now. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Yep, this is really happening. You're listening to us knuckleheads instead of doing something that you could be productive in.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
You know, my life has taken lots of twists and turns in the past year, even in the past segment. But you know that one of the things that I got to do next year is send my girl off to college. It's making me anxious already. And she's going to have some skin in the game. She's going to have a tuition bill, whatever she can't cover in scholarships, her bill. So College Ave Student Loans is where she's going. College Ave Student Loans, and this was simple. We talked about shortcuts in life. You don't want to take them. You want to take this one because this is the best way. We logged on to check out collegeave.com. And you go on there, you put in your information, simple, easy to use, and their student loan calculator estimated that if she had to borrow $10,000 a year, $8,000 a year, $6,000 a year, what it would look like as a bill when she graduates. College Ave has made the process completely easy. Go to collegeave.com. Sit down with your high school senior because this is an emotional support system. Because when you see it and you see the numbers and they understand it, it helps you make decisions about the college process. You're walking the same path as I am right now, many of you. Sit down with your college-bound senior. Log on to collegeave.com, and I promise you're going to sleep a little better after you see the kind of numbers they give you back in just 3 minutes. Check out collegeave.com.
Back to the John Kincade Show.
There is nothing bougie about this show. Look, I'm the only guy in here from Delco.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show.
There we
on
go.
The Fanatic. First one of the week there.
Yeah, it's not
What?
bad. Wednesday.
You almost had one the other day where you just missed the
I
button.
caught myself.
You caught yourself from talking.
Yeah,
but
I caught
you were
myself.
close.
I was very, very close on that one.
Speak into the mic, bitch.
It's the flyer clue number 3 in our Name That Flyer.
Is this where we name the flyer?
No.
Oh.
9:45 is where we name the flyer.
Dave Poulin.
This flyer scored his first career NHL goal on October 26th, 2016 versus the Sabres.
Branko Radovojevich.
Murray Craven.
It was not Murray
Ooh.
Craven. Who scored what famous goal for the Flyers?
I don't know.
Their only goal in Game 7 of the 1987 Stanley Cup Final.
Wow. Was Craig McTavish a flyer at one point?
He was.
Yeah, I thought so.
He was.
It's not him.
He's
Helmetless
the
Craig
last
McTavish.
player to play without a helmet.
Yeah.
That's right.
Correct. And he did Big House time, didn't he?
Did he?
Didn't he have to do some Big House time
Tax
for that?
evasion?
For that?
I think he recently got into some
It was
stuff.
no, he killed somebody driving,
Oh.
if I'm not mistaken.
Did he?
Yeah, I think he did the Matthew Broderick thing. I think he did. He had a problem with that.
Okay.
He had a problem. An incident happened.
You learn stuff.
It's not Matthew Broderick, but college football.
Yeah, he killed a woman.
Killed a woman driving.
Yeah.
Under the influence. Anthony and I share a common passion. And not only primo hoagies and stuff. We love college football.
He's going to come in fired up today.
Anthony and I love talk. I enjoy talking college football with Anthony. But I swear it's like there are just not many people that I find talking college football up here. And I love Anthony's passion from it. Two guys.
That's right, brother.
Two guys from Philly and Temple who love talking the top teams in the nation, players, coaches, etc. Now, 3 times now, since college football season's begun, I have visited sports bars on Saturdays, and hardly anyone is watching games. Games are on, but like there aren't groups of people sitting, hanging on plays and watching games in college football. Now, it seems like it's just Penn State and Notre Dame up here that anyone has a following for. Isn't anyone watching the SEC? First of all, they're the best players in the best games. And most importantly, with 3 draft picks to go this year, hopefully first-round draft picks, you're going to be shopping in the SEC aisle, hopefully for at least 2 of them. Do some guys just look at Saturday as their day off from sports because Sunday is such a big deal here? Because I'm shocked when I have walked into some really fine establishments, and on a Saturday afternoon, no one's watching the college football. The games are on, but there's nobody like hanging on it. They're just eating and drinking.
It's entertainment for people up here because of the lack of college, major college football up here. You came from obviously college football heaven down there in the South. Here, it's entertainment Saturday. Yeah, we all watch college football. Invested, rooted interest. That is where the separation comes from where you came from.
And because what I'm saying now is that, well, I remember too, because I have some of my Fugazi relatives that are big Notre Dame people.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, I know. My Uncle Yummy was a big Notre Dame guy. I'm like, what Yum? You're from Ardmore. Like, what are you big
he
Notre
Irish?
Dame guys? Yes.
Well, there you
I'm
go.
Irish, so I'm
There you go.
Notre Dame guy.
That's half their fan base,
So
if not more.
It's and then but the thing is though is when the Walmart alumni of schools that follow these programs make fun of you for following your school, that's where it pisses me off.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm following my school.
Penn State's the only thing you'll see around here where there's a concerted effort to get together and watch a game. Like my cousins are a bunch of alumni.
Do they have a lot of Walmart alumni though?
No, I don't think so. It's such a big school. I just think they have a
Like
big
just go
alumni
into
base.
the people that just go into the buy the Penn State shirt.
Not a ton.
Because
They
a lot
do?
of people
Not
from
a
around
ton.
here went there.
No, but they're not Walmart alumni.
No,
they're
no,
Parchment
I know.
alumni.
Pat's going to tell you yes, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
So it's
There's
not.
there's plenty of Penn State fans that went to Westchester, Temple, Newman. I mean, the local
And they
colleges
root for
Rowan.
Penn State?
Well,
They
they grew up as Penn State fans because in this area, it's either Penn State or Notre Dame.
It's not as big
basically,
as you
and
think.
nobody else.
Yeah, but to his point, there is like growing up, I loved college football and I wanted somebody to root for, but I never really felt it with Penn State. Felt like I was forced into rooting for them. So now I'm just a general college football fan, and it's kind of lame.
Okay,
but I think if you go to a Penn State,
I'm a vagabond.
If you go to a Penn State bar and everyone's wearing Penn State stuff, I bet you if you polled the bar and said how many of you guys went to Penn State, if there's like a table of 4, I bet one of them, maybe 2.
I'm not thinking it's a bunch of. I think Penn
Okay,
State.
do that same thing in the South. Look at University
No, I
of
always say
Georgia.
that's why I call them Walmart
There's
alumni.
a lot of fans that didn't go to school there. You can do that for every fan base.
No, but that's all he's saying.
Yeah, but I don't think it's as nearly as big as he thinks. I think a lot of people in this area went to Penn State. A lot. They have
I
a
have
huge
friends that have-
graduating class.
I have friends that have kids that go to Penn State. If they go up to a game and they take
Well,
their
then
other
they're Penn
kids,
State fans. Yes,
Like
that's
Ricky,
different.
Ricky Bo's daughter,
That's
he was
different.
wearing a Penn State hoodie
but
last
that's
week.
different. You're
Well, by
doing it
Pat's
because you have a
definition,
tie. You didn't just walk into your local department store and say, "I'm a Penn State fan. I'm picking up a T-shirt." You have a tie. Your kid goes to Penn State.
Okay, to Pat's
You went
point,
to
of
Penn
1
State.
and 4 at the table might have graduated from there. Okay, but a lot of people paid money to Penn State. A lot of people went up to Happy Valley to see a big time experience because that's the only one we had.
Yeah, I'm just shocked that there's not more.
It's the only thing we got college football wise.
I'm not ripping these people, by the way.
We're not ripping them.
I'm not
It's just saying,
defending.
but you sound like you're adamantly like we're not.
I think you
ripping
guys
them.
are underestimating how large Penn State is. It's a large university.
It is
with a large reach. So I think a lot of people that are paying attention to it.
It's got a campus like in every single community, like it's Big Lots.
Sure.
Like there's a Big Lots.
I just know in my group, which is pretty expanded of friends and all that stuff, I don't have anybody that's Fugazi fans of anything.
Don't.
Maybe it's an age group thing or whatever it is, but no. I mean, we went out to Notre Dame a couple of times to see games, and there's a bunch of Irish Catholics in my group that whose fathers,
and they adopted Notre Dame,
and we went out there for the fun. Oh my God, it's so much fun. But we also talked about let's go to an SEC game every year. Let's do this.
I want to do that.
And then these little things called kids started coming along, and we couldn't do it anymore. But in my group of friends, no, there's no like Rock. He loves UCLA basketball because when we were growing up, UCLA basketball was all there. But no, I don't get a lot of Penn State. At all.
I've never the what I will never accept though, Pat, is shade from the college football fan who is the Walmart alumni, who rips on you for you're watching Temple football. Yeah, because I actually went to the university. Where'd you go?
I didn't go there.
You're not associated with. Oh, wait a minute. No, but I mean, you understand it.
No, I do. And I had this conversation with a couple of buddies, and they were all Temple alum. I didn't get in. But we were talking about how my friend gets crap from his other friends for watching Temple.
Right.
It's like, what, you watching Temple? And meanwhile, they're Notre Dame fans, LSU fans, Alabama fans. And it's like, yeah, dude, I don't know what to tell you. This is my squad. Like, I went there.
my school.
I know they suck, but I got to cheer for them because that's where I went. And
John Cheeseborough says, if Temple was good and not a stepping stone program, we'd hear more about college football.
1,000%.
I'm a Temple guy, and I'm not lying about
Jamie,
it at all.
You were on the morning show when Temple played Notre Dame at on game day.
Yeah,
and
game day was here.
We did broadcast from Temple.
It was crazy.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be like a main talking point.
But it dominated.
Here.
It dominated the conversation.
But it would still be a much more than it is because every time Temple gets good in football, then it blips off.
I mean, look at
It blips
Villanova
on, it blips
basketball,
off.
for example. Like, this is just a pro town. Villanova's probably the best college basketball program going in the country right now. If not, they're top 3 or 4.
Yeah, they're in the mix. Sure, absolutely.
They don't get discussed ever.
No.
So it's just a pro town. I don't think college sports is ever going to be a main vein of our discussion or focus.
Yeah, I mean, it just surprises me because what's going to happen is, and I saw it this year, this was the first year that I did draft discussions here in Philly. I was shocked that there are a lot of people who had no idea on guys that I would think would be top of mind. And then they're reading draft reports on them.
Mm-hmm.
They're just reading what someone else's opinion is on them. I would think right now, if you have a chance to put on SEC games this fall, the Eagles are going to be sitting there with a treasure trove of draft picks this year.
Yeah, just watch Georgia and Alabama.
Watch Georgia watch Georgia and Alabama and then drool.
Georgia's got some defenders that I'll take right now. They don't even have to wait.
Like, I'm the bum on this. I have to admit, I don't have rules for people who want to be fans of things. If you do, that's great.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
no. But don't troll other people if you don't have a tie to a school. Don't be ripping on somebody who actually has a tie to a school.
Oh.
If someone has a tie to a school and you didn't go to a school, don't be like, well, this is my school. No, they aren't. You bought a T-shirt. That's not your school.
I bought a jersey, too.
You did. You did buy a jersey.
Somebody says I like that school.
It's when they're trolling people of other programs. I'll take. Mike Missinelli wants to troll on Temple football as a Penn State guy, proud Penn State guy. He's got every right. He's a Penn State guy. He's got parchment. He's a Penn State guy. I don't want to hear from the guy who just picks up a Penn State T-shirt and then is talking trash.
I don't think, though, because of the Paterno situation, I don't think there's a lot of...
They're very quiet.
Well, why would you be a fake Penn State fan these days?
No, there's no reason to be.
Exactly.
And by the way, what they do with that thon...
It's incredible.
I think it's one of the most amazing things that I've ever heard
I've had friends and cousins be a part of it, and it's amazing.
But it's one of the, I can't believe more people aren't doing it.
Yeah, it's one of the largest fundraisers.
Because it's incredible.
It's incredible.
And more importantly, so many of the students are the driving force.
I think it's all
organized.
student.
It's spectacular. And I can't believe more student bodies don't try to duplicate it.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of dedication. I'm sure it takes a lot of planning.
Yeah.
And stuff. But it's amazing.
Oh, it is.
It's amazing what they do.
I had a niece and a nephew that were involved in it, when they went there, and it's really, really cool what they do.
And Jay Greco's saying, don't knock Walmart. Jay, I love Walmart. Dude, there's nobody who loves going into the Walmart more than me. Especially I'll buy the little can of shaving cream because you can get the little travel size cans. And they'll have them in the 99-cent bin before I'm spending the $3.49 for the big one. I love Walmart. I absolutely love it. By the way, young Sheldon joins the Big Bang Theory on PHL 17. Weeknights at 7 and 9:30. Family night is every night on PHL 17. Join the Coonies and watch young Sheldon every single night.
Put a bullet.
All right, it's time for Bob's watching it every single night. It's time to guess. It's time to guess who our secret flyer is. Who is the secret flyer? Call in now and guess. Who is the secret flyer? 610-632-0975. By the way, if you can't get this, you don't have Google. It's simple. You could have gotten it with the first question. You could have gotten it.
I'll give another hint if I'm allowed, Coach.
Why would you do that? We haven't gotten a winner yet.
I know, but
don't give another coin yet.
No, it's simple. Like you with Jonathan Gannon.
Okay.
No, this is giving it. You're giving
gives it away.
You're giving it away.
You can't
You're
do
giving
that.
it away.
Yeah, don't do it.
610-632-0975. We better.
That just gave it away.
Oh, my God.
Way to go, Bob.
By the way, Luke Gio says he's a huge Walmart gym shorts guy.
All right.
I didn't know Walmart had a brand of gym shorts.
Well, like Kirkland is Costco, right?
No, but I didn't know they had their own brand.
Yeah, they probably just they realized they were selling so much, might as well start their own
brand. But what do they have?
The
Walmart on the...
I don't know.
Walmart's on the gym short?
I don't know. It might just be plain with their company inside.
Yeah, he might just be talking about the gym shorts that you can get at Walmart. Because
no, but that's what I'm saying. Yes,
they probably produce their
Champion.
Own. Yeah.
No, you can buy Champion
Champion's
at Walmart.
back now.
And it's back.
Champion's huge.
The teenagers love Champion.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right, get in. Do we have a winner yet?
When's Umbro coming back?
With who?
I don't think they're coming back. You don't know Umbro?
Umbro?
No. What about LA Gear?
It was the Humphrey brothers.
He's young for that. He's a little young for Umbro.
Really?
The Umbro soccer shorts?
I grew up in Umbro, man or boy.
Well, you were. Michael's our winner.
That was soccer, wasn't it?
Michael, who is the mystery flyer?
It would be Travis Konechny.
And you now have a Travis Konechny jersey to give you. How about that?
All right.
A Travis Konechny jersey for you. And courtesy of our friends at AAA, Michael, for all the places you're headed, planned, unplanned, or otherwise, we'll see you there. AAA, a proud partner of the Philadelphia Flyers. Congratulations. Honesty, did you get it on the first guess or the second guess?
First guess, guys. First guess. Yeah, guys, thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. Love your show, guys.
Love it, man, Michael.
Thanks, Michael.
Good job, Michael. Michael's the winner of the Travis Konechny jersey.
Yeah, John wasn't here during my love.
Oh, yeah.
fest
No, but
for
I've heard
Travis
about
Konechny.
it from you.
Yeah.
I've heard there is a great, great love of Travis Konechny.
Yeah, he let me down last year a little bit. More than a little bit. I was
No,
kind of
he let you down. No.
Yeah.
He needs to bounce back.
Yeah, he better. Yeah.
Absolutely. Luke says he can't tell you the brand, but they're can't miss.
All right.
In the Walmart gym shorts.
All right.
I think they're champion. I know they carry
And one.
And one. They don't have and one, do they? At Walmart, they do.
Oh, God, yeah.
Wow.
N1 was huge in the basketball camps in the 90s. You needed N1 gear.
You can get Shaq sneakers at city Walmarts. At Walmarts that have city locations, you can get the Shaq sneakers.
For cheap, right?
Yeah, he only makes his
that's
his
cool.
sneakers cannot be more than
$29.99 or something?
something very he doesn't allow that.
He's the best Shaq.
He's cool as hell.
I tell him he goes over to China every summer, and I would be sort of rude with him, and I'd be like, "Do you let the kids up? Do you unchain the kids that are making the sneakers?"
Yeah,
Do you
that's
it's
one thing.
But he goes every year, and he brings the phone.
Yeah,
and he has to show me the phone to go. Here,
that's cool.
Here's my factory. It's not little kids. Chain. I'm like, do the kids get to get up and leave? Do they have air
I am a
conditioning?
believer. Put that factory in Louisiana.
Oh man! Oh yes, absolutely. Now you're not going to get the shoe for $29 here because they're going to tax it.
Yeah, well,
they're going to make it crazy.
I'm pro-America, but let's.
I bet you are.
Manufacture in America.
Well, you got to make it friendly for business, though.
I hear.
You got to be able to do that too, which helps.
Yeah, well,
we got a big game coming up this weekend. I was telling about Sam Darnold earlier. Sam Darnold's the 6th leading passer in the NFL right now. That tells me that yards don't mean a thing.
And leading rushing touchdown score.
Anybody who looks at stats in the NFL is just an idiot.
Well, wait a minute. The stats are really good for the guys ahead of him.
Didn't see this one coming.
For the most part. The stats are ahead of him really good.
Stats are the worst.
So for Brady and Mahomes and Rod.
Well, you don't need stats to tell you that Mahomes is good.
Oh, I agree with you. I don't like the yard stat. What do you say to the
quantifying performance is weird.
Oh, it's not about because stats lie. Stats lie.
John,
no, they do.
Yardage.
Only a fan. Listen,
yardage doesn't.
Be a fantasy guy.
Yes.
You're down 2-3 scores, and you get 2 garbage touchdowns.
Yardage.
And you pad stats.
Yes. It's the truth.
Only a fake football guy would look at that.
4 of the 6 top passing leaders in yardage in the NFL are all the MVP candidates.
Now, wait a minute, though. The number one guy.
You could use your eyes if you had them to tell you that.
Now I'm blind.
The number one guy in yardage, he ripped her. I had the note waiting, and I let him into a discussion, and he ripped Derek Carr. Ripped him. I don't like him. He's the number one guy in yards.
I agree with him.
I don't like Derek Carr.
No, but I'm saying, but he was the number one guy in yards.
Good job.
It tells you all you need to know.
Who are the next 4?
Here's the thing.
The next 4 were good
Here's the
guys.
thing that bothers me about him. All right,
tell us.
Is that he knows better. I believe he's a good sportsman. I do, but he gets every once in a while he gets into that lazy narrative because his fantasy football team's doing whatever.
No, I'm out on fantasy this year. It's kind of lost me.
Because you stink at it.
I loved your take.
The daily fantasy's
the
better.
Food
You don't know
and with
football.
the baby.
Oh,
that was
I'm
awesome.
going
He
to
was
Cosby's.
lured in. Every time the baby
Angelo's.
comes up, food comes together.
Yeah, I love it. I heard I was the greatest.
Did you sleep in the room when your wife had the babies?
I was
Did
there.
you sleep over? Or did you go
no,
home?
we had a C-section, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we scheduled it. Yeah.
Okay, so you
both of them.
scheduled.
I was one night in. Last time I was both nights in. This time I'm going to do 1 and 1.
I would have been there.
It sucks sleeping on that couch. I'm gonna
I
bail
would
for
get
a
the 2
night.
chairs and just.
It sucks.
I did that a couple times.
Bob did not know when he was born. Do you know when you were born? Morning, afternoon, night?
I don't remember mine either.
So you don't know either. You don't know.
No.
I know. 8:13 at night, I think it was, because my mom had the bracelet.
Really?
She kept the bracelet in a thing, so I saw the bracelet that they took off me, and they would not let my parents see me for 24 hours.
Why?
Because I was breech.
Oh yeah.
And I
You
was
came out
strangling on the
backwards,
umbilical cord.
Yeah.
and my face got crushed in.
You get backwards.
And they wouldn't show.
Yeah, the cone. You were a cone head.
It was terrible.
Because the babies can be cone heads.
Bobby was my first was a cone
So
head.
they would not
it
let
comes back to normal.
Yes, but they would not let my dad
it's
didn't
scary.
see me till Christmas, and I was born on the 23rd.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Wouldn't show
That's
me.
weird.
Can you imagine
You know what's
doctors?
amazing? Let me
They
ask you guys a
bossed
question.
people around and said, "You're not allowed to see your baby."
No, let me ask you guys a question. How back in the day, dudes would be in a bar when their kids are being born?
Yeah.
Like, that's
Smoking
insane,
cigs.
right? Like,
My dad was
hey,
at the Daily News when I was born.
Well, the paper
He
had to
was
get
working.
out, Bob.
I swear, I'm not kidding you. Somebody drove my parents to the hospital. He wrote my mom a note and went to work, and then found out that I was.
note. What do you mean a note?
Back in the day,
I still have
there
it.
was no, like,
To
how
whom it
we
may
are
concern.
today, where we're in the room, a whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, what's it called? It's got sympathy pregnant pains.
Oh, and
Well,
now
sympathy
they
weight. Yeah,
and
I
now
put
you
it
have
on, yeah.
now you have the couple shower.
Yeah, I don't believe in that. Yeah, that's horrible. Come on.
It's a couple shower.
No, it's not.
No,
All right?
it's not.
No, that's horrible.
And let's tell, what's the baby
But I
going to
agree.
be?
Listen, I'm just saying, there's a happy medium between, dude, you can't sit in a bar while your kid's getting bored. Come on, man.
Let's go on
You
social.
can go to the bar after the kid's born.
Yes.
I'm meeting my buddies at a bar for a celebratory whiskey.
I did that.
Yeah.
Now that's
I did
great.
that.
Now that's a great thing.
Whatever. You're in town.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to Penn
Anthony,
again.
I don't think you were big on the baby reveal of the sex either.
No.
Let's have a party and have it social media. And
What do the stats say
I
in the
didn't think
gender
you
reveal?
were big on that. I don't think you'd be big on that one.
No.
I can't imagine
No.
Anthony at a gender
No, that's
reveal
stupid.
party. Let's put it on let's put it on the gram.
Yeah. No.
No, Anthony's not doing any of that. You're out on that one.
Out.
You're out on that. I ask you one question. All you have to do is just answer the question easily. Would you be surprised, is the key word. Would you be surprised if the Eagles won on Sunday?
Yes.
Okay. You're like Pat Egan. You and Pat Egan are the only ones saying
Hello,
yes.
Pat.
There you go. Hey, remember to support life-saving cancer research. Join us and our generous partner, the Davis CPA Group. Make a donation to the American Association for Cancer Research today at 97.5thefanatic.com/AACR because cancer research saves lives. We appreciate you being a part of the show. Tomorrow we've got game time. I'm sure the boys have something fun up their sleeve for that. Plus, we get closer and closer to the Eagles trying to salvage the season or just make a better impression. Be with us tomorrow at 6 for the John Kincade Show. Cuz Radio comes your way next here on The Fanatic.
The John Kincade Show
They're like the family from hell on acid that's on steroids.
on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Join the John Kincade Show tomorrow from 5 to 7 p.m. for happy hour at PJ Wellahan's in Cherry Hill. Meet the guys and enjoy happy hour specials, PJ's Wings, and more. Inside the Birds with Jeff Mosher and Adam Kaplan. Mondays from 6 to 8.
We are, for all intents and purposes, a quarter of the way through the season. The Eagles are 1-4. As we talked about on the podcast that dropped this morning, we've learned a lot about the personnel, about the scheme, and sort of the limitations that we're seeing, certainly trying to stop the run.